Hello.
We're gonna bleep out most of that.
I thought the cameras were off. Hello, welcome to another episode of Trash Taste. I'm your host for today, Gans. Join me once again, other boys. And apologies to anyone who just tuned in and thought they could have a nice free lunch without any...
I'm not apologizing. You're 200 episodes and you should know by now.
Yeah.
This is Trash Taste, baby.
Okay. Because we're not going to be talking about that today. We've already got our shit talk out. Because today we are going to be talking about films, guys.
Movies?
We are getting our film critic glasses on.
Finally.
Because we've done some episodes before where we've gone through the Mal top 100, the gaming top 100, and we realized we hadn't done that with movies, and we had the most fucking
Minions have spawned.
Deja vu.
not deja vu, but what's the thing called where you collectively think something has happened and it hasn't?
Mandela.
The Mandela effect. Yeah, we had the most like Mandela effect moment where we're like, we've already done an IMDb episode, right? We've definitely already done
This
that.
will be really embarrassing if we've actually done one. I swear we've done one. The thumbnail was Batman, right?
No, that was the movie 3x3.
That what you're thinking of, we rated the Woke episode.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Because I remember because it was the prompt was something that something you know is good but you'd never experience, and then we went on to IMDb.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem is that we've been doing this so long now that we're starting to forget what we've already done. But we're pretty sure we haven't done this.
Yeah.
Although maybe.
No, well, we've definitely mentioned the IMDb
Yeah.
top 250 before, but we've never actually gone through it collectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I don't think I've ever gone through it at all.
It's literally like.
you didn't have that uni phase where you're like, I want to experience good films. I'm enough of this Disney crap. I want to be a film critic.
Not
Joey.
really, to be honest.
Damn, you went straight for your anime phase.
I went through the top IMDb TV shows and watched those, which I don't know why I did because this would just be a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Okay, I did the top 250 movies in university.
Okay.
Well, like
So you've seen all of these?
I've seen a lot of them.
Okay.
But it has been updated since then.
Sure. Well, it changes every time.
Yeah, it changes every time.
The Shawshank Redemption at number 1 is literally the same as like Full Metal Alchemist.
Shawshank
it is.
Redemption is
the Full Metal Alchemist.
This is the FMA of movies, where
People just want it to be number 1,
Yeah.
and they won't allow anything else to be at that.
yeah,
It's a good
But
movie.
you know what? It's fucking fantastic.
great movie. I love it.
Can you say you have anything bad to say about Shawshank Redemption?
No.
I cannot.
The moment I hear Morgan Freeman just go,
Andy
Andy
Dufresne.
Dufresne, I'm just like, you know I'm in for a ride, baby.
Yeah, no, it's
if I would have
very good.
If I could go through this list and if I could it might not be my favorite film of all time, but if I had an aggregate of like different ratings of like story, character, pacing, and all that kind of shit, put it all into like a computer and it would fart out the perfect movie, it would probably be Shawshank Redemption for me.
What's also just like insane as well is that like this is like a Stephen King film, right? And the fact that he was just one day was just like,
What?
Yeah.
Because Shawshank Redemption was
Written by Stephen
originally
King.
written by
What?
Stephen King,
Yeah.
I believe.
I didn't know
He
this.
just one day was just like, I'm
Yeah,
just gonna write something not horror
It's a
and then
no-
just
it's a novel,
shit
right?
out.
It's a novel by
this
Stephen
thing.
King.
Yeah,
What the
written by
fuck?
Stephen King.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
I did not know that. Has he ever like
Man
not
never
made
misses.
stuff good? Like I know he's made a lot of like books that are like okay, but like
Yeah.
he makes he just doesn't
Well,
stop.
the thing is, if you just continually write, eventually you're gonna put out some bangers.
Yeah,
right?
wasn't he also like a massive coke addict as well? At one point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh my
Like,
god, that's
he would
yeah.
write like 5 novels a year or some shit.
Damn, he's got 410 writing credits.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's just for like movies, right?
Yeah.
And that's the
fuck?
ones that have not been adapted.
Like he must have that problem now where he has like no recollection of some books.
Probably.
He must be like, I don't know the
I think,
fuck.
I think I remember I saw an interview of him saying like, yeah, when I was like addicted to coke, and I would just write those like really weird short horror stories, like Cujo is one. He was just like, I have no recollection of writing that. It's like it just was like, oh,
That's so
I
strange.
published that book about a zombie rabid dog going around rampaging everybody. I have no recollection of that shit.
But man, everyone in this film is so good though. Every single character I loved in Shawshank Redemption, and I've watched it so many times. And I told you guys about it. Remember, I watched it in the theaters in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I would love to experience that again because this is a film I've watched so many times as well.
Yeah.
There's so many scenes that are just like ingrained in all of our collective consciousnesses, and it's just fucking fantastic from beginning to end. There's not a bad part of the movie. There's not a bad character. There's not a bad actor. Everyone acts their role perfectly.
It's pretty hard to like
It is a fucking
discredit this film as the #1 spot.
Yeah, it is a fucking masterpiece, and I believe like the only thing that
But it
was
shouldn't be your favorite.
Why not?
why
Is it too easy?
Yeah, it's, you know, it's.
I wouldn't say it's too easy. Okay,
Nah, because if you say this is your favorite film, like, oh wow, what's your favorite drink? Water.
no. That it's not that bad.
I
Okay,
also
okay.
like food.
No. This isn't on the same like tier as saying my favorite TV show is Friends,
Oh.
or like The Office or some shit like that. If you said that, then I would think that you have literally like
I think because it like doesn't say anything about you if this is your favorite film. You know what I mean? Like I think like
Because
when
it's
when-
such a
Well,
common,
yeah,
like,
it's like when
thing.
because when sometimes with their favorite TV show, like I will like now. Maybe I have in the past, but now I will not. I just even though I genuinely think Breaking Bad is the best TV show I've ever watched.
Yeah.
I just can't say it's my favorite TV show because it sounds like you've never
why
watched
not?
another TV
But
show.
now you're just
Because it
being,
sounds like you've never watched another.
But
you
now-
know what I mean, though. Right? You know what I mean. Please,
know what you mean,
please, just
but
help
like-
me. I know it doesn't make sense, Gon. I know it's stupid, but it just sounds like you've never watched another TV show.
You
if
wonder
say-
when someone asks you that question, you want to give them an answer where it's like, "Wow, you know a lot," because I've never heard of that
If you
one.
say like I watch a lot of TV and I want people to like respect my thoughts on it, which I don't know why I need that.
yeah, it's like,
yeah.
It's like, why would you give a fuck?
What are you trying to get at?
But, like, 'cause
Connor?
sometimes someone will ask you it, like fucking ProCD will do this, right? You'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, you like anime? Which is top
Name
5.
every anime.
Top 5. And you bet if you put Full Metal Alchemist in there, he'll go, oh, okay. And you're like, oh, he's so disappointed. you know? And Shawshank Redemption is that, where it's like, if you say this is your favorite, it's like,
What does that say?
what does this? Does it say anything
does it
about
say?
you?
No, it does. It
No,
does. It
doesn't.
does.
No, it
Okay,
doesn't.
here's
You like the best film of all time. Wow.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what if someone says Shawshank Redemption is their favorite film of all time.
Yeah.
To me, that says, okay, so you've gone out and you've watched a decent amount of
Like,
films.
nothing else
You're
connected
not
with
on
you.
that like pretentious like film critic kind of mode where you're like, I have got like my tastes are more towards like this kind of director. You are probably a fan of movies. You're not like you watch more than just the blockbuster hits.
Yeah.
No, see, the
I
thing
would,
is,
I would
though-
have more respect if someone was like, yeah, I just love The Rock and all his movies. Because I'd be like, you know what? At least that like says something about
What
you.
if
You have a.
What
you
if
love,
someone
you love
said,
slop.
what if, no, to me, what I would think is just
It's like isekai, you know? It's like you're just like, yeah, Isekai's my favorite anime. It's like, okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry you have brain damage.
What if someone said that Avengers Endgame or Avengers Infinity War was their favorite movie of all time?
I would have, I don't know.
I would have thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'd be like, the fuck's wrong with you?
Okay, no, actually, that would be the you've never watched another movie.
Yeah. That would
okay,
be
that
that
would-
would be it. That
No,
would
but
be
saying
it.
Shawshank, I kind of get what Connor's saying. Saying Shawshank is your favorite movie is like, oh, you just discovered that there are more movies than Marvel. You know, like,
Well, Shawshank is just a fucking masterpiece.
it is. I know. We're not saying it's
I
not.
think that, like, maybe we'll go through this when we go down the
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
I think there are just depending on your life experiences and what what you prefer and whatever the fuck your personality is. There will be some kind of media where a style or a presentation will just speak to you more. And I feel like Shawshank Redemption is a broad, very good story, but isn't like I don't know. It doesn't say anything about you if you like it. But anyway.
I think Shawshank Redemption is one of my favorite movies, actually.
One of your favorites, I'm okay with that. But if you flat out the gate,
like,
puff
this
your
is the
chest out,
best.
my favorite movie is Shawshank Redemption, I'd be like, no, dude.
This man just discovered what movies are.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, what's second? The Godfather, which actually I would take it to one.
which is like number
I would be
So
more
you would
one.
actually take Godfather as number one.
Yeah. But you know why? I think this is also going to be a factor. I only watched The Godfather the first time this year. In Japan, they had Mafia Day, and they played The Godfather.
Hell yeah.
All the movies in the theater, not 3, because
Yeah,
it's 3.
Three's, yeah.
And I
three.
watched it in the theater, and it was, oh my god, it was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably why I don't have that kind of like roll my eyes towards someone saying it's their favorite because you know.
Godfather's already been through this.
But watching
Yeah.
it, man, it's a fucking masterclass.
Oh,
But I
it
will
is.
say, because I
It
saw
is.
2 is on there, I think I preferred 2.
So, which one do you prefer? Shawshank Redemption or Godfather?
Godfather.
I'm Shawshank Redemption, man. I'm Shawshank
off.
Redemption, man.
Oh, no, you're not.
I am. I genuinely am. I much prefer Shawshank Redemption to The Godfather. Even though both are like masterpieces, Shawshank Redemption just appeals to me
An
like
enemy has
way
been
more, I
slain.
think.
If I had to rewatch one of them right now, it'd probably be The Godfather for me.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's watching that for the first time was like an experience. That
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad I didn't force myself to watch it when I was 15 on 480p on a pirated website because
Yeah.
just sitting there in the theater, so good. And I went to watch it with Pete, and Pete was like miming some of the lines as well. It was very cute. It was very wholesome.
He's one of those
He
guys.
is one of he is totally one of those guys.
Oh my god.
No, he'd be like, you know, you could see like when the good scene was coming up, I'd know because Pete would lock in.
Yeah.
Pete would like lean forward and like go.
Yeah.
The only problem was watching in the theater when I had to piss 2 hours in, and I was like, I had to tactfully hold my pee to pray that it was in a non-consequential scene.
Yeah.
And then they were in Italy, and I was like, why are we in Italy? What happened? And I was,
It's like, damn it.
yeah. So I had to ask. But yeah, no, I mean, The Godfather.
We've already talked about The Godfather.
Yeah, it's great.
It absolutely deserves it. Look, The Dark Knight is amazing. I don't know if it's
Is
like
it even the best Christopher Nolan film?
no.
Like,
No.
okay.
What would be the best Chris Nolan film?
What's my favorite?
I love Robert Pattinson. What can I say? Probably Interstellar.
I don't know. It's
Again,
so
I watched
hard.
Interstellar for the first time this year. Holy fuck, dude!
It's fucking.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Actually, you know
Amazing
what?
movie.
You know, like Interstellar is a film I've only appreciated more as time went on.
Yeah.
Because when the first time I watched Interstellar, I actually came out a little bit disappointed. Not because I thought it was a bad film, but because I just thought it was a little bit more messy than some of his like previous films. And there is like one thing that kind of like took me out a bit. And without spoiling, I'm gonna say love. I was like, when that was mentioned, I was like, that's what?
Yeah, that was a little bad.
What? And then I was just like,
But-
okay, this is his weakest film. What the fuck was that?
I really like that he's like a giant nerd, Christopher Nolan. Like
Yeah.
he gets really into it. I love that he took this concept of time dilation and was like, let's add a very human aspect to it.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched Interstellar, please do. I, for some reason, hadn't watched it. And this year, I'd actually kind of watched all the Christopher Nolan films I hadn't seen.
Yeah.
Dunkirk was but
Also,
yeah, Interstellar was
soundtrack for
Dude,
Interstellar is insane.
It's like Hans Zimmerman knows how to make your soul come.
Yeah.
It's like
No,
you're
no,
watching that
that
movie.
is exactly it. You
Yeah.
hear a Hans Zimmerman track and you just ascend every time.
That one track, the emotional one,
Yeah.
dude, it's even on my shitty like fucking airplane headphones. I was like,
yeah, he reaches the G spot
Yeah.
in your ears.
I swear to God, every time Hans Zimmerman does like a soundtrack, it like always becomes a meme.
Yeah.
Like the latest one is the stuff that he did in Oppenheimer, which I
Yeah.
hear like all the time now on some like grand fucking reveal on like a TikTok, and I'm like, every time he does a meme, it's a banger.
I think I saw this like thread or something on Reddit where like Hans Zimmer would like he like actually like listens to like I think up and coming like fan
Yeah.
what do you call when you make
Remix?
composer?
Fan composers.
Yeah, where they would make like music, and I think he got like he got shit for it a little bit. See, I think he absolutely roasted this one dude on Reddit, being like, "This is the fucking worst slop I've seen in my life."
Damn.
It was something like that. I might be exaggerating a lot, but I just found that very funny that you've got one of the greatest composers of all time, and he's like, and even he can't get away from like fucking replying online. I hate it.
It's like, this is ass.
I think Interstellar is my favorite Christopher Nolan film. I like The Dark Knight is so good for many reasons, but I think it's more of like the legacy of everything about it is kind of built
It's
up.
hard because there was a point where I think Inception was my favorite Christopher Nolan film, but that's just been memed so much now that it's just
They've
like
all been memed.
They have all been
I
memed.
don't know why, but I really don't want to. I feel like I would struggle to sit down.
I think out of everyone, Inception was gave me the greatest first watch. You know, the first time I watched Inception, I was like, "Holy shit, my mind is blown."
Yeah, yeah.
I remember watching the fight scene where you had the like rotating corridor
Yeah.
in
Oh,
cinemas, and I literally like
I came.
yeah, I came. I can't remember. There's only like a few times in my like life where you watch something on screen and you're like, I have never seen anything
Yeah,
like
it was
this
very
before
cool.
in my life. I can only imagine what it's like going to theaters and watching Jurassic Park for the first time and seeing CG that realistic. You know, it was like on that level for me as an adult in my generation, being like, this is bending my mind. I don't know how they did this, but it is fucking amazing. And for first watch, Inception.
I think Dark Knight though is probably out of everything he's made is probably the easiest to watch and the easiest to rewatch.
Talk about things being memed.
So
Do
maybe
you-
that's why.
Do you think meme power ruins films in some way? Because Dark Knight
Depends
definitely
how much it's been.
Oh,
overdone.
okay.
Dude, in Interstellar, there's that one frame where Matthew McConaughey is like fucking tearing up.
Yeah.
And it was a really emotional moment.
I love that
And
meme,
then, and then like, I recognize that fucking meme because obviously I do, and I've never seen the film. And it cuts to that shot of him in the chair.
Yeah.
And it fucking ruined the moment. Because it was this extremely powerful emotional moment. Completely fucking ruined it because I did the, it's a meme.
That was me when I watched Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
This is sometimes like seeing memes in their natural habitats after you've just like experienced them.
Yeah.
It's such a weird feeling.
Or like if
know?
you don't know where a meme comes from, and then you're
Yeah.
like, like what the? I remember I watched Dexter when I was like 2016 or something, and you remember that tick? That
Surprise,
Vine thing?
motherfucker.
Surprise,
Yeah.
motherfucker! I remember the first time I watched Dexter, and that meme came up, and I was like, holy fuck, it's from this.
I had no idea.
Do you think Oppenheimer is?
I was
should be
about
higher?
to ask you the same
Or lower?
question. Did you guys watch Oppenheimer?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. Of
Did
course.
you like it?
Yeah, loved it.
Honestly, you know, it's something that. I think this is true for every Christopher Nolan film. I'm going to appreciate it more as time goes on, I think. I think Dark Knight is the only one, you know, out of like his mega hits that I don't think I've appreciated more as time has gone on. I still think it's a fantastic film, but there's so much about the Dark Knight now, I think has just been ruined by pop culture for me. Like you can't, sometimes I can't hear a Joker line from the Dark Knight and just not like cringe a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
When because
It is a bit edgy.
because you know, when I saw this, I was like, what, like 18
Or
19?
2008.
Is it 2008?
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, so I watched it when it came out, 2008, and I was like, whenever I hear a Joker line, I get reminded to what I thought was cool when I was 18. You know what I mean?
God, yeah.
Because at the time, this took over pop culture. Everyone was quoting this for like everything, and people still quote it to this day. They still have cosplayed this version of the Joker. And to be fair, I think
It is the best Joker.
it is my favorite Joker. I
Yeah.
think Heath Ledger fucking did an amazing job doing it. I just think I've been overexposed to the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
If anything.
Can we all agree that The Dark Knight Rises is just like really funny?
I honestly don't remember much.
I think that movie is just really funny. The more times I rewatch it, or even just like scenes with Bane, I'm like, Bane is the most hilarious Batman villain we've ever had. Because you just
He's pretty funny.
Because
though.
you can't fucking understand a word he's saying.
Yeah, Tom Hardy kind of wish you
Like the idea was cool,
created it as well.
but just yeah, the way that the fucking I'm like, all right, sick man.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Dark Knight is the best of the Dark Knight
What's
trilogy.
next?
And probably my
Godfather
favorite
Part Two.
Batman film as
I
well.
think Godfather Part 2 is better than 1. I don't know if is that controversial?
That's
I-
not controversial.
Is it
No,
not? I don't
it's
know.
not
I don't know. 'cause
controversial.
This is my first time watching it.
I haven't
Yeah.
I haven't seen either film in a long time, so I can't really.
I mean,
say,
Godfather
but-
Part 2 was that film that everyone was like, this is the example everyone talked about when they were like, oh, sequels are always worse than the original. And Dark Knight 2 was the one example people always came up with to be like, no, not every sequel. I mean, there's Godfather 2.
It's, I haven't watched it.
Apparently the next movie is shit. I haven't seen Godfather 3.
Oh, sorry, I did watch it.
Oh,
yeah.
Godfather 3 is it's bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
it was
it?
pretty bad. It wasn't like awful, but like after watching
Like,
Godfather
after
1 and
2, yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like, wow,
Yeah.
damn.
It was kind of
That's
unnecessary.
not good. All right, well, let's go to the next one.
Oh, such a good fucking movie.
You've watched this
I've
one.
watched this. Yeah.
I've watched. You've
Does
watched
it
this.
still hold up? Should I watch it?
It still holds up to this day.
Because right now in Japan, it kind of sucks. I don't want to go to the movies at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
9 a.m. in every most Toho cinemas, they play old movies.
Yeah.
I think this is one of the ones they're playing.
So what's so great about this one is it's one of the first films I watched when I was going through this list where, you know, it really shows how well a movie can be carried by script alone. Because this movie takes place basically
Just
in one room.
right? Yeah.
It's one room, and it's, as the title says, it's just 12 men. And they're discussing over whether they should convict this kid over a murder because they're in a courtroom, right? And they are the jury. And as the film
An
evolves,
enemy has been slain.
you see one man be able to turn an entire room of having one unified opinion of, you know, wanting to convict this kid to one domino at a time falling as this man convinces
Has
them,
destroyed a
hey,
turret.
maybe the story isn't what you think it is. Maybe we should reevaluate everything we've heard. And seeing so many personalities clash, just in like one room, this like it still holds up to this day, and it's one of, you know, I do think for its time and for now, it's one of the greatest examples of how to do a film with pure characters, pure dialogue, and pure script, and that's all you need.
Yeah, I agree.
It's fucking
I had
amazing.
to write so many essays about this book. When I was at school. Yeah. We did like a whole year-long thing about 12 Angry Men. So we had to read the
I mean, yeah, this
original
always
book.
gets
We had to read
referenced,
the
yeah.
movie. I watched
Yeah.
the movie multiple times, and yeah, it's.
So what were your
everything-
essays about?
Just again, it's about like how powerful scripting and character writing is, and how so much harder it is than it seems.
Yeah.
Because like, you know, when people think like, oh, character writing, it's like, oh yeah, just like figure out, like just make a character and then write about it. I'm like, yeah, but it's so much easier said than done, especially if you want it to be not only cohesive to the entire
An
film,
ally has
but
been
also
slain.
like, you know, getting people to care about fictional characters
Yeah.
is
An
way
enemy
harder
has
than
been
it seems.
slain.
Yeah.
And 12 Angry Men does
Double
that
kill.
perfectly.
Oh yeah, there is so many good like lines in there, so many good characters, and the way they are able to characterize everyone with like distinctive character types, almost like immediately is one thing that I think this film does really, really well.
Yep.
And another thing I think this film does really, really well as well is not knowing what's going to happen next. You know, there is this,
Yeah, that's one.
yeah, no spoilers. But I remember because I was watching this, I was like, this was, I think, one of the first black and white films I ever watched, and I was at the age where I was like, I don't want to watch black and white films. God,
Where's the color?
This is some old shit. I don't care about what people in the '60s were doing. And for like the first 10 minutes, I'm like, I'm gonna switch this off. I'm not gonna watch. And then there is one scene that involves a knife, and then that's all it took. I'm not gonna say what happens, but there is one scene where a knife comes out. And then from that moment on, I was like
Locked in.
I was like completely locked in. I forgot I was watching an old movie. I was like, holy shit, what just happened?
Hell yeah.
Damn, I want to know.
All right.
Yeah, this
definitely
is
recommend.
Easily worth, being top 10.
Oh, easily.
Oh, easily.
Okay.
Yeah. My favorite old movie. I think one of the only black and white movies I actually really enjoyed from the olden days.
All right, next one. God knows all about this one. Return of the King.
Wow, a film I can actually talk about because I watched this one.
Well, no, you watched-
with the
You
boys.
didn't watch all of it.
I think we started like 40 minutes in.
40 minutes in and then we didn't even finish it.
So I must have like such a weird Lord of the Rings journey because I have now officially watched The Fellowship of the Rings and the last 40 minutes of Return of the King.
So ass.
Oh my god. I mean, what
Yeah.
can you say?
This is just one of the goats.
Oh, this is, yeah.
I feel like all of the movies are very good. I think it's like I don't get mad when anyone tells me like where they put each movie because I'm like, look, they're all 9 out of 10s. They're all amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, my preference, I like the Two Towers.
The Two Towers.
Really?
Yeah, I like the Two Towers the most.
I think that was my least favorite out of
Dude, I just love the Battle of Helm's Deep. It's just so fucking good.
That is a good scene.
It just goes on because you're sitting there watching it and you're like, it can't keep going. And it just keeps going. and it's like the most epic shit of all time.
Yeah, yeah.
But I mean, Lord of the Rings as a trilogy is like fucking
Oh yeah,
masterpiece.
I mean, there's
Yeah.
a reason why it's considered like the goat of fantasy.
I mean, I watched the Fellowship of the Rings for the first time, as you guys know. Fucking fantastic.
Yep.
And apparently that's not even the best one.
Yep.
Wow, 2000 is the lowest rated out of all of them?
Yeah, but
I think that's the
it's
general
so good.
consensus.
Is there a reason for that?
Well, I guess when you're in the middle of the story, it's kind of a tough spot to be in. 'cause you're-
Not to say that 2000 is bad, but it's just
my favorite.
it's the hardest to like I guess get people to care to watch because it is kind of just like in the middle,
Yeah.
you know.
The only downside to this movie is that some of the CGI is not great nowadays when you watch it.
I mean, it was great for its time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think some of them look good. But I think in the Return of the King, a lot of the big things like the beasts and shit do not look great.
It's crazy to think this came out over 20 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show, like, when you make a fucking banger trilogy, it just stays around. It doesn't go. Like, I feel like Lord of the Rings is one of those franchises that has had nothing good in a long time. But people are still like, it's just the go, and everyone loves it.
Yeah.
And I
Well-
think, like, I love talking about Lord of the Rings. It's,
Yeah.
it's fucking epic.
I saw
Hobbit was ass. Hobbit sucked.
I never watched Hobbit.
The Hobbit
watched
fucking
Hobbit.
sucked.
Really?
Did you watch the new Lord of the Rings TV series?
Oh, I heard it was terrible.
What's it called again?
Rings of Power.
Rings of Power.
I just can't because I don't want to watch it and be sad because that's what the Hobbit made me feel.
Yeah.
The Hobbit like give this jovial 30 minutes of like,
Yeah.
and then you're like,
Ally has been slain.
It's not.
it's dragging us out so much.
Yeah.
No, what happened?
Shut down.
I saw this video that got recommended to me recently. And watching Lord of the Rings for the first time this year definitely reminded me of this feeling that I think Hollywood just you don't see as often in films anymore. So it was this video talking about sincerity in like modern Hollywood blockbusters and how that just is not a thing you see as much in modern day because it seems like a lot of modern films, just modern writing in general, there has to be like some irony to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there always has to be like some kind of like quip, or if something weird or wacky happens, always has to be like some
Played, yeah.
it always has to be like downplayed or have some joke about it. And it was this guy who talks about watching Lord of the Rings for the first time, and he was like, because he had been programmed, because I assume he's younger than us, because he had been programmed by modern, let's say, Marvel-esque Hollywood blockbusters, he'd been programmed to think, okay, something serious happens, I should be expecting a joke.
Right.
And then watching Lord of the Rings and realizing he was preparing himself for a joke that just, or like a quip that just never came, because it's a film that takes itself 100% seriously.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, I really miss this kind of feeling.
I mean, but in saying that though, there's like a couple of scenes where like, you know, Legolas and Gimli kind of like, you know,
Yeah, but I
poke
feel
fun
like
at
that's
each
not
other.
like natural banter that you would
That's
have.
like
right,
natural
right.
banter. It's not like they see like a fucking one of like,
Let's play football.
yeah, it's not like you see one of the trees and be like, yo, what's up with that tree, you know, lad?
Yeah, it's like some fucking corny ass like one liner.
Yeah, exactly. I think, you know, this is going to be like a slight tangent, but I think that's what I really respected about the One Piece live action, where it's just like, I was wondering
Dumb as
what...
fuck, but it took it seriously.
It took itself
Yeah.
100% seriously. And I was wondering myself why I thought the One Piece live action, why I really, really liked that and really, really thought that worked. And I thought it is because it took itself 100% seriously. And I can only think like the only film I've seen this year that did that was probably Dune.
Yeah,
that
I was
was
gonna say
based,
Dune is
and that,
kinda
that
like,
was based on a fucking book that came out in the 60s.
Yeah.
So what does that say about like, you know, modern audiences and modern like expectations? I think there is a space for, I would like to see more stories do shit like this that take itself 100% seriously, be really sincere about the emotions it's trying to like sell you without trying to like almost give itself a safety net, because it almost feels like a lot of modern writers are just like, haha, guys, it's okay to get invested, but you know, I'm one of you guys, you know,
Yeah.
I know how stupid this is, but don't worry about it, you know.
So I'll make the memes for you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Tolkien's the goat, bro.
Tolkien's the
he wrote
goat.
like an amazing series, and then Peter Jackson. You know, you feel like you're watching a like sincere love letter
Yeah.
to the book
Yeah.
when you're watching it. Like it
Yeah.
feels so sincere.
Yeah.
And just so like everyone involved is amazing. There's not like a single bad character. Like, I mean, there's some characters that are forgettable, but like
Yeah.
no one that you're like, oh god, like everyone's fun.
I do
It's just
find
a joy to watch.
I do find it funny though. I don't know if you guys have seen that video of this like theory that's floating around with Lord of the Rings, where it's like Frodo doesn't know Legolas' name.
He never says it.
I've never seen
because
that.
in the film he never says Legolas' name. He mentions every character except Legolas. So there's this theory
I
that
like that.
Frodo
I
just
like that.
never
I like
knows. He never learns Legolas' name. Because there's like so many scenes where like
Proof
he's,
that he doesn't know.
yeah, there's so many scenes where like he's like shouting out, like at the end of the third movie, where he's like, you know, he sees all of everyone come in and he's like, Aragorn,
That
he's
would
like
be so
Gimli, and then when Legolas shows up, he's just like,
That would be so. That would be so on brand for Frodo though if he didn't know his name, because he seems like such a sweet boy. That
Yeah.
he wouldn't want to make it awkward.
yeah.
My God.
It's very
and
funny.
also fucking Ian McKellen as Gandalf.
Oh
is
my
like,
god, the goat.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just such a good actor, and like he fucking knocked it out of the park. It's like insane.
Yeah.
It's why like almost I feel like I don't know if you can do Lord of the Rings without Sir Ian McKellen. It's like he is Gandalf.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in saying that, I don't think I don't think anyone could be Frodo other than Elijah Wood. Either.
I don't know. I think I don't see it the same way with like. Am I crazy? Like.
If they remade,
Because Frodo's like a young character, right? And
Yeah.
Elijah Wood's like a bit older now. So if they remade it and they had to recast him, I'd be like, ah.
oh,
But
you
if
mean
they-
like right now?
Yeah, if they remade it like right now.
Oh.
Not remade, but like, I don't know, they did something where they had him.
Right.
I'd be like, Ian McKellen is a non-negotiable.
Oh well, yeah, of course.
Like, we need to
No
have
one
Ian
else looks like this dude.
Yeah, like we need Ian McKellen. But everyone else, all right, maybe we're out. Well, I know, I'm not obviously exaggerating, but
Yeah.
like, yeah. Like, it's just, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Everything about it is so good.
Masterpiece,
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
The greatest fantasy movie of all time.
Yeah, I
Series.
agree. I agree.
All right.
I agree with only seeing one of them.
Schindler's
I
List.
have not actually seen this one.
You've not seen Schindler's
I've not
List?
seen Schindler's List.
Oh my god. This is like Ralph Fiennes just deciding that he's just gonna go insane. He puts on such a good performance. It's very scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this is personal preference. And I've talked about this before. I just don't find World War II interesting.
It's because
It
you're not
felt-
one. It's because you're not white.
Probably. I come from a
I come-
country
I
that
come.
actually had no involvement in World War II.
Fun fact: Thailand was the last country
Yeah.
to wage war in the UK.
Yes. Yeah. we were just chilling.
That went
Yeah.
well.
So I've never like
No, I like World War II a lot. I think that's just like a thing that happens when you're approaching 30 as a white guy. You just
Yeah.
get into World War II, and like
I'd feel it as a Japanese bloke, Joey.
Yeah, look, I'm Japanese and German, so don't ask me.
yeah, bro's DNA is the Axis.
yeah, I've got 2/3 of the Axis, bro. Let's forget about that.
Bro's DNA is the Axis. I don't like look at World War II as like a point of pride or anything like that. As like a lot of like I think some people do, but like as like a historical thing, it's just
Oh, it's
super
so
fucking
fascinating.
interesting.
Yeah, it's so
'Cause
fascinating.
we have so many records of everything, and so there's just such painful detail of so many things, and so I think that the stories that can be told, and when you hear about real life things like, yeah, how is this real?
Yeah. And this movie's
So many
just
things.
fucking
And this
sad.
is, I mean, this is like,
It's
this
such
is-
a devastating movie to watch, but it's so powerful.
Is this the type of film that you can only watch?
I mean, I've only seen it.
Because there's certain films, like for example, Requiem for a Dream, for example, where I'm like, I would like everyone to experience this, but I wouldn't say I recommend it. You know what I mean?
It's
Right.
sad, but
Yeah.
you know, it is depressing. But I will say, 'cause I think I've watched it like twice. On the first watch, you're kind of just in shock and horror from what everything's happening.
Yeah.
And the second time you watch it, you like movies, you can really like appreciate the little things that everyone's doing. And again, I think especially like Ralph Fiennes. Like I don't even know what it takes to play like an evil Nazi dude, but like an actual portrayal, not like a cartoon portrayal.
Yeah.
Right,
Like
right.
it must be quite mentally taxing.
Yeah.
To have to get yourself in that headspace. And he does such a phenomenal job, and it's like a masterclass. It's so good, but it's a very hard movie.
It is.
Right.
And it's
hard
3
to
hours long.
recommend.
Okay.
But what's crazy is that he made this movie and Jurassic Park in the same year.
Yeah, I know.
It's insane.
I've seen like
Video,
documentaries
yeah.
on it, of his like schedule doing this, and imagine
They
making
need to do
Schindler's
it.
List and Jurassic Park, bro.
It couldn't be further apart.
But they
It's
say,
like, all right, we're filming this really sad, like World War II film. Bring out the dinosaurs.
Can I just say that peak Spielberg actually solos? You know, like Scorsese, it's okay, but like let's talk about
Yeah,
peak Spielberg.
Spielberg was on that grind.
Yeah,
dog.
yeah.
I mean, it won 7 Oscars. Jesus Christ! I mean, when you I mean, like,
When you watch it, it makes sense.
yeah, when you watch it, you're like, yeah. I mean, yes, and it's also the type of film that Woodward, a period piece always does well.
Yeah.
It was kind of strange that he made them at the same time, but I think it was because it was based on a book, if I'm not mistaken, and the guy was still alive, the guy who survived the concentration camp, and he wanted to get the film out as soon as he could.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think that's why he was so like, we have to make both. I think it was interesting.
Damn.
It's a really interesting
He was on
story,
a
but-
time crunch, and yet he still managed to
Yeah.
make a banger.
It's
That's
phenomenal.
crazy.
Well, I think there also the scripting of this was like, if I'm not mistaken, it was a little loose as well. I don't think it was. I could be wrong though. I feel like there was a lot of room that he gave the actors a lot of room to like work with.
Yeah.
I think it's a masterpiece
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably won't watch it
Black and white.
because
for 99.9% of the film.
I don't know. I just like the subject matter just doesn't really interest me too much. As I said, I'm just like, there's only one World War II film I think I like. That's Saving Private Ryan.
It's a banger.
Yeah, it is a banger. Every other film I've watched in that period, even though I'm like, yeah, this is a good film, but I'm not really interested in stories from that period.
Fair
Fair
enough.
enough. All right.
That's just me.
Let's move on.
Next.
Moving on.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. Well, it's my favorite movie.
Well, we've discussed Quentin Tarantino a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a lot.
And I think we don't need to go over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You like Pulp Fiction.
I love Pulp Fiction, yeah.
it was on your
quote-
3x3.
I can quote this entire movie. I've seen this more times than I'd like to.
My favorite is Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, that's up there as well for me. And also, Reservoir Dogs is up there for me as well.
Yeah, it changes all the time. 'cause
I
some-
finally managed to watch, because I was only missing one I hadn't seen. I finally watched it, Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight's so
It's actually the
good.
only one I
Yeah.
haven't seen either.
Yeah, I was like, I never got around to watching it, and I finally watched it the other day, and I was like, hey, this one was fun.
This is a banger. The Hateful Eight, I think, kind of is out of every one of his films is more like Reservoir Dogs, where I watch the Hateful Eight and I'm like, this feels like a stage play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you watch Pulp Fiction, Inglourious Bastards, you're like, okay, this is a feature. Whereas you watch Hateful Eight and you're like, nah, a stage play.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking amazingly written stage play. But it's also fantastic as well.
So
I think it's a little bit long.
Yeah, it's like 3
definitely-
hours.
That's honestly the main reason why I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
Because I saw the 3.5 hour runtime and I was
Yeah.
like, that's a doozy. That's,
Yeah. I think out of everything that I've seen from Quentin Tarantino, Hateful Eight was a little bit indulgent. I was like, okay, Quentin is obviously just Tarantino being like, I just want to do things my way. I'm just going to have fun with that shit.
Yeah.
And there are some like really, really good fucking scenes. And everyone has like, I swear, like the most banger dialogue moment in Hateful Eight.
Oh yeah, it is like, I think I've seen someone say like it's like Tarantino's 12 Angry Men.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's like, it makes sense.
yeah, that does that very much reminiscent of 12 Angry Men.
Yeah, but it's very, very
oh,
good.
like it's 2 hours. 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta watch it. I'll get around to it. I gotta.
I don't know if I even have a favorite Tarantino film anymore because every so often I just like, sometimes I'm in the mood to watch one of his scenes. Right? Sometimes,
Yeah.
I don't know, Quentin Tarantino crafts a scene like no one else.
Yep.
I am waiting and I'm really, really hoping this will happen because I think if Quentin Tarantino makes a horror movie, it will be the scariest fucking horror movie of all time. Because he is such he's such a genius at crafting tension in a
It's like a
scene.
foot monster.
I know.
We got guys. We got a workshop. 10 months of feet.
Samuel Jackson's just like, I'm the foot fucking master.
He would definitely be a foot monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
It could be any monster, but like I think he's so good at crafting so many different types of scenes, but especially the scenes of like tension where you don't know what's going to happen. Like I rewatched the scene in Inglourious Bastards where oh shit, I guess that's a World War II movie. Shit, I really like that as well. Okay, I forgot. Okay, that's loosely a World War II
it's
movie.
like a fantasy film.
Yeah, that's more fantasy, but the scene where they're just like drinking in that like basement bar.
Dude, that scene is
Oh,
so
The
yeah.
setup for that scene is so fucking good from beginning to end.
Yep.
And it's like, you wait for so long for the tension to be cut, and then he just builds
Yeah.
and builds and builds. And oh my god.
The moment you see that and you just
Yeah.
oh, hell no.
And it's one of the scenes where, like, the more you watch it, the more you appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, it's such a good scene.
Yeah.
It's just like that whole attention to detail is so sharp. That's like, yeah, well, that is one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
Mike Myers was in that film.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like really weird.
Randomly.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very odd, but it was like decent. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I love
And so many scenes in Django as well.
Oh, yeah. I also rewatched Django the other day, too. And I
Yeah.
was like, every time I rewatch that movie, I'm like, damn, I forget how fucking good this movie is. Like,
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx is so damn good. And obviously, you know, Christoph Waltz is like insane.
And Leonardo DiCaprio as
Yeah,
well.
Leo DiCaprio. Oh, my God.
He
Yeah.
completely sells every scene that he's in. Oh, what a
a good
fucking
film.
banger
What a
filmography.
banger movie.
All right.
The only one I haven't seen is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, it's good.
I've seen it. It's
It was good.
It's like you have to. I think to really like the film, you have to be a big fan of Hollywood. Obviously, Tarantino.
I mean, that's one reason I really respect Tarantino as a director, and that's one of the reasons he's my favorite directors. It's because out of everyone, you can just tell Tarantino is just a film nerd. He's
Yeah.
just someone, and you know, I've watched documentaries on him growing up. He's just someone who grew up just loving films, and that was it. It's not that he did it to like study film. He just loved films, and he just wanted to make his films his way. And that's why I think every one of his films feels so unique and has something to say, because he always wants to do something different.
Yeah.
And I'm always excited whenever Tarantino makes a film.
All right, what else we got on the top list?
Yeah. The
Lord of the
good,
Rings,
the
Fellowship of the Ring.
bad. We've already talked about Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings. The good, the bad, and the ugly at number 10.
I've never watched this.
I've actually
I
never
have
watched this
seen this
either.
movie because this is one of my dad's favorite movies.
Yeah, I never got into the
Clint Eastwood.
Spaghetti Western is a very much a. This is my dad's favorite movie. He's kind of
Yeah.
like films.
This is
you know?
Western, no?
Huh?
Is it Spaghetti Western or is it Western?
This is just Western, I think.
Well,
Oh,
spaghetti,
well,
spaghetti
Spaghetti
Western
Western,
is,
technically.
is a kind of like genre film.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
You know,
okay,
it's
okay.
not just Western films.
Yeah, I never really got into these films. I'm sure that it's amazing.
Yeah,
I
there's
just
this
never
one
got
and
into it.
like Fistful of Dollars as well, which is another Clint Eastwood film. They are actually, like, if you look at them as kind of like timepieces of like 60s Western films, they're great. They're good fun movies to watch, I think.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood, Eastwood is so old right now.
Yeah, how old is he now?
He's like 90-something right now,
I
right?
think- That's my favorite like expression for drinking coffee. Sucking bean.
Does that mean
Sucking bean.
bean?
Yeah.
Coffee. Oh,
Coffee is
okay.
bean, bro. Sucking bean.
I mean,
Aussies,
the
man.
beans don't.
It's not an Aussie thing.
It's, I mean, it's not like it filters. Dude. It's not really bean. You know, it's different.
Shut up.
Bean would be if the liquid came from the bean. I'd be okay with that. But
Yeah, I
bean-
mean, it's kind of
no,
extracted,
no,
right?
no. If I shred up your body, Joey, and I run water through it, it's not Joey water. Or Joey water specifically. It's maybe Joey water is fair, but not
Yeah.
Joey water.
Oh, my included.
We would have got rid of it.
What are we talking about? Did you just threaten to kill me and grind?
will if you
and
talk
turn
shit
me
about
into
my
juice?
coffee again.
I didn't talk about it. I just said suck bean.
Implies bad.
I love this.
Okay.
So when you drink water, are you making
I'm
like-
making.
like that one?
yeah, but it's like,
short-
oh, when you eat food, you say I'm making shit.
I mean, eventually.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna make some shit right now.
Okay, Joey, do the thing.
Average episode of Trash Taste.
All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another episode
We
of
can't put
Trash
that as a
Taste.
cold open, by the way. Because we're going to get demonetized. But it's 500 times in it.
Well, they can move on. Thank you for beeping that out.
Yeah. Legend. All right. Anyway, hey, welcome back to another episode of the Trash Taste Podcast. I'm Joey, and I'm joined by my boys, Gon and Connor, and we are doing another anime episode. More specifically, a manga episode.
Whoa.
Can you boys let me goddamn finish?
No, because you said something wrong.
Yeah, it was just factually incorrect.
I said
factually
more
fucked up.
specifically a
Actually-
manga episode, and then you guys cut me off like you always do.
If I said we were eating and then we eating, it's a different vibe that I would have got, Joey.
Well,
I would have
thanks for
said
demonetizing our episode.
two different things. We're going to believe that.
Appreciate
you
it.
already,
Thank
you
you.
already demonetized it before, way before I did.
Anyway,
this coffee be hitting, huh?
the coffee hit different.
The coffee
Anyway,
behave.
so this is kind of a part 2, I guess, a successor to a previous Trash Days episode that we did, where we went over to my anime list and we looked at the top ranking.
We're going to do both, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we looked at both.
we're
We
not
looked
gonna
at some
find out.
top lists on my
What do you
anime
think we
list.
did, Joey? You recorded the episode.
I don't.
We did both.
You think I remember? I don't even remember what we did last episode, and we filmed that 20 minutes ago. But anyway, we're gonna go into my anime list because even though the name is my anime list, you can also rate a bunch of manga as well, and users on my anime list have done that. We're gonna be looking at the top ranked manga on my anime list and give our thoughts on it, see if we agree, see if we disagree.
Question: do you guys still use my anime list?
No.
I know you
No.
don't. I mean, gone. Do you?
No.
Do you know anyone who does?
No.
Not
Yeah,
really,
okay.
no.
I've just had a thought for a post. I'm like, who's keeping this alive?
I mean, I'm sure there's quite a few
Okay,
people.
but like in terms of tracking what you have watched,
It's the only thing that you use.
it,
But
it, it is
Yeah.
it is the only one. Well, there's
Because
a
no
few-
one's opening up an
But now,
Excel sheet.
now
for
I'm
that.
thinking like, damn, we must be biased towards older shows back when people used to be way more active. But actually, are people more active?
No, actually,
all the
that's
time?
not true because,
know.
like, you
I
know,
know.
every time a seasonal anime
Actually,
comes out, it
Supremacy-
always shoots up to number
That's
one.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
So it's still definitely
like,
active.
to me, my anime list is not the most accurate, but a good guesstimate.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Someone had to
because-
say it.
because it
It's a
doesn't.
vibe check.
Yeah, it doesn't take into account, let's say, the mega popular shonen shows, because otherwise it's always just going to be Jujutsu Kaisen and them
One
way,
Piece and-
way,
yeah.
way, way out the top.
Yeah.
But it's like a good kind of like gauge of the modern, not casual, but someone who's like deep enough
Right.
into the.
And this is how they make their weighted scores.
Yeah, so we.
I don't know why we were watching this. I
yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
This is math.
The number of users giving a score for an
This is,
anime.
this is algebra class all
The
over.
minimum
again.
number
Yeah.
of scores. Okay.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to go by top ranking or most popular?
Yes, because that's something we apparently got wrong last time.
Yeah.
Let's do the top rated, which uses the stars, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Is that
they
correct?
top rated users
Yeah.
the stars.
Okay.
So these
But,
are
but apparently the way is that formula for this?
I believe so.
What's this? Where did you get this link from? Where did you get this from? Kyle?
This is just like a
don't just be
hyperlink.
pulling out formulas like that.
Yeah, it says how do we rank
Oh,
shows.
okay, open it up.
yeah.
Open it up.
Well, that was that.
Oh, okay. So that's basically the first part of the equation is it seems like a standard thing.
Yeah.
The second part is where I'm confused.
I'm surprised you can glean any information from this.
Well, if you read it, Connor, are you reading it or are you just looking
I'm
at
reading
words?
it. No, I'm reading it.
So if it says top upcoming and most popular rankings are ordered by the number of users who have added that entry to their list.
Wait, then what's the
that-
weighted
does that
score?
make- Huh?
Then what's the weighted score? What's that formula?
the weighted score is
The
the out of
weighted
10.
score, yeah, is the out of 10 score.
So there's a difference between rating a show from 1 to 10 and putting it in that user's list
Oh.
of like favorites.
Oh, so I see. Wait, no. So the weighted score, is that because obviously oh man, I'm confused. Is that them trying to accommodate shows that are less popular?
Yes.
Yeah,
Probably,
right, it's like
yeah.
a formula to
So,
balance it out.
so
Yeah.
what
Okay,
it
got
means is like you know if a show doesn't have a lot of viewers,
Yeah.
then obviously it's going to be
yeah.
it's going to be very much more skewed. So it's kind of like trying to balance out the
Yeah,
scores.
because there's a lot of M's in there for bumping up the minimum
Yeah.
number of people who rate a show.
Yeah.
Okay, point being, Mudan, just fucking do some penis music and skip over that. Basically, they try to make it fair for a show that's less popular. But I don't think any of these top ones are going to be not
No,
popular.
we
or not
don't
whatever.
need to skip the part where Connor just can't read. You know?
What do you-
Yeah, keep that in.
I'm sorry.
Connor,
I'm-
why are you asking them to skip that?
Well, no, because I was reading it. I was
Add
reading
the penis music, but don't skip it.
Hold on. No, that's bullshit. I was reading the first part, aka the equation, trying to make sense of it before I read the second part.
Because I think you asked like, oh, what is the second part? I don't understand. But-
no,
okay,
not
doesn't
second
matter.
part. I think it's second part of the formula.
Okay.
That's because I was been reading the first part of the formula,
Okay.
and I understood what that was trying to do. The second part I was trying to make sense of.
Okay.
So fuck you, Gant. All right.
All right. Anyway, we're gonna be looking at
right.
the top, starting with. I mean, is anyone surprised? Berserk, with an average score of 9.47.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about manga.
It's like overrated. Actually, not even top 50.
Actually,
Actually,
I don't know if this is right.
Overhyped.
There is one big difference I've noticed between the manga community and the anime community. The anime community always fucking bicker about everything.
Does
And
feel like
you can
that,
never,
yeah.
you can never get a consensus except for Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
It's like that meme of like all people sitting around the table really like politely, and then people
Yeah.
fighting each other. That's what it
Yeah.
feels like with
Yeah.
the manga and anime crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
It's like, but manga readers normally you talk to most manga readers, and
Like Berserk #1, they're like, yeah.
I'm like, yeah. It's just like there is more of a consensus on what the top rated manga are because you see these same 5 avatars in every fucking.
I mean, God, you can just say manga readers have better taste.
I'm not gonna say that. No, I am
In
absolutely
general.
not going to say
In
that.
general. But yeah.
Do you agree with that statement, Joey?
What?
Of course you do. You're a manga reader,
course I do.
Joey. Yes.
I'm one of them.
My problem with manga readers is that they act like they're better than everyone. All right. Joey?
It's because we are. You know what can I
So
say?
I guess it's kind of hard to argue anything
I'm looking at
interesting.
I'm looking.
Because I think we're all like, yep, number one.
I'm
yep.
looking at this top 6 and I'm like,
Yeah.
checks out.
Yep, checks out.
Because, say,
Okay, I am actually surprised that JoJo's. I mean, that's my favorite JoJo part. Part 7 is my favorite. I think it's absolute peak Araki writing. I'm kind of surprised that it's universally agreed to be like the second best manga of all time. I would have thought that people would think that it's a little too out there. But I'm very happy that people
I
have rated
think
it.
though with the popularity, especially that the anime like brought on to just like the JoJo series in general,
Yeah.
I think just that hype of like wanting to continue reading it, and also like, you know, JoJo fans just consistently hype up Part 7. You know,
It's
they're
the
like,
best fucking
yeah,
part.
for good reason, right? Because it's amazing, and like I think. You know, because I think a lot of people, especially in this day and age, got into JoJo maybe through the anime.
Yeah.
And then you talk to a JoJo manga fan, and they're always like, yeah, Golden Wind was incredible, Part 4 was incredible, and then the manga fan will turn around and be like, yeah, but still the Rumble.
Yeah, still the Rumble.
That's where shit gets real.
Yeah, because when I look at a manga list or when I hear manga plan, I'm like, okay, there are a lot of casual anime fans. You know, there's
Yes.
a lot that we see nowadays. I feel like manga readers, you have gone beyond the entry point of being a weeb. You know, you've probably,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You've had to readjust how you read.
yeah.
Yeah.
You literally read the opposite way now.
Yeah.
Because
Even fucking shonen people who only read shonen stuff, there is like still a huge leap of being like, I want to catch up. So I am going to look at still pictures that don't have color in it, you know.
yeah, I mean, like to in a sense, like reading Berserk and committing to reading it is kind of like it's because there's no very good anime adaptations. It's maybe the
Is
original. but
Berserk
that's-
the first manga you read?
no.
Okay.
But like
What was the first manga you read?
fuck, that's a great question. I actually don't know.
You don't remember?
No, I don't remember. I actually can't. I don't know which one I read first.
Before I realized it was in my life.
Because the first manga I remember you talking about was Berserk.
No. I definitely read JoJo before that. I definitely read some
Oh,
other
yeah,
stuff before
JoJo.
that. I definitely read
Yeah,
some other
yeah.
stuff before that too. Like I read
I think JoJo.
Ice Shield I read before that.
Oh, really?
I read Ice Shield before JoJo, I think.
Yeah.
Dance, I think I read. I think I read after JoJo. But then I think Berserk was that one time though where I read this. And I had this weird sensation of like, I am only going to really get to experience it in this form.
Yeah.
Yes.
Every other thing feels like there's always an alternative way to consume it.
Yeah.
It's going to be an anime, you know, or there will be an anime. Or
Yeah.
Berserk, and maybe there will be a Berserk adaptation down the line. But Berserk had this weird
actually
feeling.
It's unadaptable.
Right.
It is unadaptable.
Yeah, that's the same about everything gone until they make a good adaptation.
Uh,
One Piece, unadaptable. And then they adapted it.
One Piece is not unadaptable.
Dune, unadaptable until they adapted it. Good.
The adapted, I would say
You can adapt Berserk. I think the challenge is precisely what makes the adaptation so worth. It's because everyone sees unadaptable and because it's so hard to do it. And when it is done well, it's going to be insanely magic.
Okay, let me rephrase. Unadaptable with the current industry standards because
But
you
I mean, like,
you'd need like infinite budget to do a good adaptation of Berserk.
No, I don't think so.
I
I think
do
the closest
so.
they got was the 90s adaptation, but that's
That was great.
because it was in the 90s where they were a little bit more open to being experimental and taking
Yeah.
their time with stuff.
But like I think that
The animation
Yeah.
is shit.
It is, but you know, compared to 2016,
does Berserk
2017,
need to have godlike animation?
I think it'd be doing a disservice.
Yeah, but you
it-
can say
it-
about
it-
every show.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't. But in order, like you said, like good adaptation.
Yeah.
right? Berserk has an amazing story, and the fact that with a lot of like the more,
has been
I said
slain.
shit animation. I meant if you wanna if I wanna get,
Well, we all know
you
what happened in
yeah,
2017.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2016, 2017.
fine.
Yeah, I don't mean like shit animation. I mean like limited animation.
Okay.
That's more of what I've meant.
Sure.
But in
You-
terms of
yeah,
like,
you better backpedal.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
better backpedal that fucking statement.
because I know people are gonna get.
I
get
love
up
that.
on
I
me
love
on
that anime.
Yeah, but it's more like it's very limited animation compared to a lot of other shows that aired in its time. But they got the tone down, they got the story down, they got the vibe down, which I think is the best adaptation of Berserk I've seen so far. Is it-
Also,
Enemy has
best
been
anime
slain.
opening of the 90s. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
as well
Yes.
with Berserk. Like, the actual
yeah.
best.
Yeah, to preface, I do actually love the Berserk, the original Berserk anime.
you
But
better
to
back
say that it is like comparable to some of the fucking amazing panels and art that is found in the manga,
How do you put that to
But that's why it's kind of unadaptable.
That's what
no,
we're
but
talking
but
about.
it'll get done. It'll get done. It'll get done.
Like you asked, well, how do you transfer these amazing?
Yeah, but it's.
God,
I
like-
think that it's never going to look how you expect it to look, and then that's okay. That's part of an adaptation. I think
Yes.
that if it doesn't look the way it did in the manga, doesn't mean it's a bad adaptation. Because it could even, enhance other aspects of the story that maybe couldn't have been serviced as well. It's always.
Oh sure, but I think
most
as
definitely.
but I think in the sense like as Grant was saying, like I think in this current day and age, like the industry standard, it's pretty goddamn difficult to do that.
yeah.
I would say
think it's get done.
near impossible to do that with the current standards, unless they change the standards to fit that mold. Then I don't think we'll be seeing a half decent or even good adaptation anytime soon.
Yeah.
And honestly, at this point, I don't think Berserk fans are like looking for it
No,
either.
I think Berserk fans
has
would make
been
peace with it.
slain.
Yeah, I think they'd need like if Guts had like a cute, marketable plush mascot, then maybe we would have got an anime by now. Because they would have sold enough to
No,
keep
it has
funding the show.
what's that?
Yeah,
What's
how long into the show gone? It's not season 1 material. We can't get those. We can't get
Wait.
those plushies moving.
Who are you talking about?
the
Talking about
fairy,
the
Puck?
Yeah, Puck.
That's
Yeah.
not a marketable plush. I'm talking like.
I get a Puck plushie.
yeah.
Yeah, I know you.
You know when he goes like chibi mode. And
Yeah,
it's just like
that'd be so cute.
yeah.
Hell yeah, I want that. Make
Yeah.
that.
I mean, we've seen how they make shows in Japan, and if a show makes a lot of moolah, it gets many seasons and many supports. But I think Berserk's hard to sell like merch before.
Yeah.
Do you know
That's a
what
lot
I
of the
would want
strategy
to see?
nowadays.
Do you know what I think would actually be fucking dope? Instead of like a Berserk anime adaptation, just like a Dark Souls-esque game set in the actual Berserk world. I think that would
It'd be cool.
that
cool.
would be fucking sick. You know, you can use, instead of like just trying to make a game where you follow Guts' story, just make a game that takes place in the insane fucking world of Berserk.
Actually,
No?
No?
Why not?
I feel like it wouldn't be like Berserk is the story, not the
Enemy
world.
killing spree.
I don't know, man.
Oh,
the world,
I feel that
the world, especially once you get past the golden,
The golden
arc.
age, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a kinda
Golden
like,
Age is just like
Game of Thrones.
whatever. But after the Golden Age arc, the world building gets pretty insane.
yeah. And some of the monster designs as
Like
well.
like the fairy forest and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
it could be cool, but I
Would be
just
pretty cool.
I just worried that it would have to be shackled to the show and story beats to have any kind of like, weight to it.
Maybe
I don't know.
there might be room. There might be some
Yeah.
wiggle room, like considering that again. Like
I think if
we
anything, it
haven't
would have to
seen
be
the
like a
end of the story.
spiritual kind of.
Yeah,
But then I guess that's
That already
you're
exists.
getting Elden Ring.
that's every
But
Souls game.
That's the problem I'm having right now. Is that like, would Elden Ring be better if it just had Berserk monster designs? And I don't think it.
What
would.
about just like a Berserk DLC?
I'd be tight.
That'd be tight.
I feel like
Maybe not even a whole game, just the DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Point being, Berserk is so goddamn good. It's number one, and we're still trying to talk about how it's to go to number one and how you can have more stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
This is, I don't see anything really taking over it.
An ally has been slain.
It's the GOAT for a reason. And it's the manga that's gotten a lot of people into manga as
Yeah,
well. you know.
100%. Steel Ball Run, I mean, you know, what can you say? It's JoJo.
I saw a funny post the other day. It was like someone comparing who's the biggest hater in anime, and it was Dio versus someone else. I think it might have been Vegeta or someone. I don't know. People were like, "Bro, Dio literally bloodlines of generational hating, as well as dimensional hating. The man is the biggest hater in the universe, and beyond that.
Yeah.
And also, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, what is Dio's like actual problem? Like, why does he actually have a problem with
He's
Jonathan?
just a dick.
Yeah, like just I was watching. He was like he takes him into his house, and then he just hates Jonathan. And I was like, is this an accurate level of hating?
Literally, like 10 seconds after he meets Jonathan, he just socks him in the face.
Yeah.
For like no reason.
He's like envious of his position, so he hates him. But then it's like generational hatred.
But that's why
and then universal hatred.
But that's why I love Dio as a villain,
it's so
because
good.
he's so like
makes no fucking sense.
No,
to
that's
me.
the thing. It's almost refreshing to see just
There's
a
no
villain hating for the sake of
He's
hating.
just a hater.
Like he's
just a hater.
He's just a hater.
yeah, there's no
no
like
fucking reason.
deep meaning or like childhood trauma or anything like that. He's just a hater.
Why did he kill the dog? I don't know. He just hated him. Why did he hate him? No real reason.
No real reason. He just wants to fuck
Like
with
he
Jonathan.
literally took him
JoJo in a nutshell. Haters just gonna hate.
Yeah,
man.
dude.
He brought him into his home, gave him a place to live. He's just hating.
Yeah, try to murder his dad. Why?
yeah.
Just because.
Just an absolute hater. It's just impressive. Like, the
Yeah,
level of
love it.
hating is.
Yeah.
Like, how can you even compare him to another hater? Like
Yeah.
even in Steel Ball Run, he shows up at the end to just hate. It's so impressive.
Pronto, ufficio soluzioni esagerate.
Salve, sono Mimmo Ruota, gommista. Chiamo perché le tasse mi lasciano a terra. Il bilancio di fine anno è vicino e il carico fiscale è esagerato.
Alleggeriscilo con i buoni pasto Ticket Restaurant Ethered. Deducibili sia per aziende che partite IVA. Sono semplici da attivare e li usi in tutta Italia, anche per la spesa e il food delivery. Vai su ticketrestaurant.it.
Think it's deserving of the second most rated
I'm
manga
biased.
of all time.
I'm biased. I'll say
I would definitely put it in top 10. Like, you know, it's just like an insane. I mean, for one, up until this point in Araki's like, you know, career,
An
Yeah.
enemy has
after
been
part
slain.
6, like everyone read part 6 and was like in terms of like actual art, it's like how do you get better than that? And then he was like, I'll be cool with part 7, and there's just some panels in part 7 where it's like, how the hell did you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
It's just beautiful to read and so
Golden Ratio.
succinct, and like even though it's like batshit insane like JoJo always is, he just keeps stepping up with some of the most insane hours and panels that you've ever seen, even in JoJo. And you know, let me say, like, you know, Jesus Christ MVP.
Yeah, the fact that Jesus Christ is a canonical JoJo character
Yeah.
makes me very happy.
Yeah, I'm like, that's crazy. I love it. Dio turns into a dinosaur. Love it.
It's like,
great.
okay.
I can say that, and it probably won't be a spoiler because you have no fucking idea what it's about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the only one that hasn't read Steel Ball Run yet.
Yeah.
because I've only been watching the anime of all of it, so
Yeah.
I don't know how good the manga is.
So good.
I'm sure it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it does surprise me that it's like number 2 top rated
Yeah,
manga
I'm surprised.
of all time.
I mean, it is universally praised by JoJo fans and
Yeah.
anyone who's read it.
And again, I think
great.
the manga, the anime definitely pushed this up for sure, and you know, for good reason.
Yeah.
The
Do you agree
anime,
with this rating then,
basically?
Joey?
I would agree. I'm not like
So you think it's
upset.
better than Vagabond?
Oh, I'm biased.
I'm putting you on the spot, Joey. I'm putting you on the spot here.
Look, I am an Inoue simp.
Is
Yeah.
Vagabond
Your
finished?
team has
No,
destroyed
it's on
a
hiatus.
turret.
Yeah.
I'm an Inoue simp, and it's so fucking awesome to see 2 Inoue works in the top 10. You know, justified.
Bro,
He's
Wait,
amazing.
what are those two?
he wrote Slam Dunk.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, same guy. So
Yeah, he's
Vagabond.
also a dated manga.
Yeah,
Go for
and
it, yeah.
Vagabond is like it goes beyond manga. It is just art. It is a piece of art because like if you thought like Berserk and like Steel Ball Run had some like amazing panels, Vagabond just goes an entirely new direction. Like you'll see some of the most beautiful manga panels ever drawn.
Yeah.
And like the story is fantastic, and it's just one of those stories again that like doesn't need a lot of dialogue because Ino is so good at just telling a story through just like still images, and it's like again talking about unadaptable manga. Like I could never see a Vagabond anime working.
I do find it funny though because it's stuff like Vagabond and Berserk that always gets put up on like everyone's top best manga of all time.
Yeah.
And I think the formula, for making
Be on hiatus.
no. The formula for making highly acclaimed manga pieces that are viewed as a work of art is just make big burly man discovers violence is bad. And then you realize, oh wait, are manga readers looking for a good story or are they looking for a father figure? I don't know.
Shit, man. Why'd you call me out like that?
because
I mean, I love my dad, but I also love Vagabond.
No, same here though, same here. I'm saying this shit out loud, but I'm like, yo, it hits every fucking time though. Every fucking time, yeah. So Vagabond is very much a similar vibe to Berserk and Vinland Saga, where it's, at the beginning, it's Masashi Miyamoto, right?
Yeah.
Who, he goes on this journey of like becoming a really, really good, powerful samurai. And when he's younger, it's like his life story. When he's younger, all he really gives a shit about is just becoming stronger, becoming a more powerful samurai. And then the more life experiences he learns, the more he realizes that strength isn't all that's important in life, as with a lot of these other seinen shows. And, it's more about the way the story is presented. It's just like a masterclass of storytelling and character development, similar to something like Berserk and Vinland Saga.
It's impressive that there's 2 stories in the top 3 that can be in the top 3 without needing to end
An
or have
enemy
an
has
end.
been slain.
Yeah. But how many of these have not ended? Berserk, Vagabond, One Piece.
Oh, One Piece.
I mean, eventually.
Yeah, it'll end, but it hasn't ended yet.
Vinland Saga?
Vinland Saga hasn't ended
Yeah,
yet.
it's like almost a very apparent
I'm gonna guess Hunter x
contrast
Hunter's in here as well.
to,
probably.
Yeah.
to the other the animators. The animators, you almost have to end for people to start talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. But with manga, you sometimes you can get a vibe of the story, and it can like
The vibe is good enough.
you read Berserk, and even as an incomplete story, it's still really fucking powerful.
I mean, I'm a really believer in that sometimes the story doesn't need to be good or make sense or end as long as the vibe. Because as long as the vibe.
Too much slice of life. That's
No.
I don't know, man. The vibes are pretty immaculate in that one.
everything you just described is you just described
But
an
that's not
entire
the vibe
genre.
I don't like that vibe.
Well, what's
It's like when people complained a lot about fucking what was it, like Tenon. People were like, what the fuck is Tenon? I don't give a fuck what Tenon is. It's just fucking cool.
the vibe you see?
The vibes are off the charts.
I don't think that was so much the vibe. It was like the idea.
Which is part of the vibe.
Why was like
Yeah, the feeling of the idea.
you could say that like
You can say that about anything.
though.
Everything is part of the vibe. Everything is part of the vibe.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think everything is part of the
Yeah,
vibe.
of course it is.
That's like saying like, oh, when
when you go to
Luffy ate when
you go to
Luffy ate the
restaurant
devil
saying-
fruit, vibe.
It's like going to a restaurant and being like, the fucking interior decor didn't affect my meal.
Yeah, but what if
Yeah,
like
that's
by,
just
by,
pretentious
by,
as
your,
shit.
by your own
But it does.
by your own argument, you could be like, well, the good story is part of the vibe.
Yeah,
and,
it is,
and,
yeah.
and I need a good story.
Yeah.
So what? But like,
Even like not everything needs to have a reason to make sense.
You're becoming way too like broad with this shit, man. Like,
But that's why I think JoJo's so good. 'Cause it's not about does the story make sense? Are the character motivations? Yeah. Are these characters? No, it's about the vibe.
no, but the fact
shut the
that, but
fuck
the
up
fact
and
that there
enjoy
are,
the
but the
vibe.
fact that especially in Steel Ball Run, there are motivations, there are reasonings to why certain characters are doing.
Well, I
things.
mean,
adds
listen,
to the
What,
vibe.
what I'm trying
Why
to say
is-
is your argument makes no sense because vibe
No, it
could
does make sense.
Vibe,
What are you
vibe
talking
could
about?
be attributed to anything, but also be attributed to nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
you
what
can pick
vibe
and
is.
choose.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah,
pick and choose.
exactly.
But it's not what vibe
Yeah.
is.
Yes,
So-
it is. That is exactly what
You're
vibe is.
basically you're posing a discussion that has no answer.
No, but that's what I think is so important about manga is that it doesn't have to always wrap up nice. It doesn't have to have these concrete storylines.
Sure.
Sometimes it can just be about the vibe that you get.
But you can say the same thing about anime.
Oh yeah, you absolutely can. Yeah, but I mean, that's,
So how come it doesn't work in anime?
what do you mean? I didn't say it didn't work.
No, I mean like
did I say
what I mean is like when you said manga doesn't have to do this. You know, sometimes it's about the
No,
vibe.
but I think it's
Yeah.
more apparent in manga because
But
manga doesn't often.
you
have.
also said
Right,
that you know it doesn't need a good story. It doesn't need
Mm-hmm.
good art, good characters. Where the art, like you could argue that hey, some people that is some people's vibes. You know, some people need good story. Some people need X. Some people need Y. Vibes to me are more of just kind of like it's a feeling. You know, it's more
Yeah,
just like
no,
a
that's what I'm-
feeling.
It's an emotional reaction,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
And in terms of at least these top 6, although the emotional reactions may be different, the vibes, quote unquote, may be
To me,
different. They were still
vibe-
very potent.
To me, vibes is attributed to atmosphere. It's not so much about writing characters. It's the atmosphere and the feeling that a story emanates. The energy. It's the energy.
Oh, and
That's
Vagabond
Yeah.
emanates the most flawless of atmospheres. Like,
Yes.
I have not read a manga that has more of a perfect atmosphere than Vagabond.
I love the way you just said immaculate vibes in a different way unintentionally.
Immaculate vibes.
It just has the most flawless atmosphere. Like, let me just say that. Let me just coin this term right now.
I'm not going to say immaculate vibes, it's flawless atmosphere.
It is the most flawless atmosphere.
All right, anyway,
Yes.
moving on.
Moving
Read
on.
Vagabond, it's amazing.
Moving on to
One Piece number 4,
One Piece.
not surprised with
Not-
just how much the fan base has grown, especially especially recently. Yeah,
I don't know if it's the vibes that do make One Piece the great story. though.
it's the adventure. It's the friends we made along the
Is
way.
it the friends we made along the
Yeah.
way?
Yeah, I feel like
Totally.
One Piece is. Yeah, I would say One Piece is not a vibes show.
No,
Yeah.
It's a. Yeah, you just
One
follow
Piece
the
is like a
adventure.
let's
It's the
fucking
adventure.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that
So
kind
you
of
guys
vibe.
starting to come around.
Huh?
Starting to say what I'm saying.
I think.
See what I mean? Like One Piece is not a vibe.
No,
One Piece is like,
Enemy has been slain.
yeah.
and it's so hard to explain this,
Yeah.
right? Like in the feeling. But
Maybe the adventure is the vibe.
no,
right?
no, it's not. We all know.
Maybe the adventure is
because
the
like
vibe.
when I say that One Piece,
I'm waiting for that panel in One Piece where Luffy
'Cause-
goes, "Man, this is a vibe."
because when I say vibe, you don't picture like One Piece doesn't fit into like that idea you have in your head of what I mean when I say that, right? Like it's just
No.
different. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because it's just
We all know
like
that.
it's just like a good fun time, a good fun romp, and that's like that's fun, that's great, that's amazing to experience, but it's not the vibe.
Yeah.
Vibe needs to be more chill.
It doesn't have to always be chill. I don't think it has to be chill.
No,
I think
no.
vibe can be cool. It can be exciting. It can be scary. It's vibes everything.
Like just like the aesthetic of like Berserk or something. That's like
Yeah.
a fucking that's
Yeah,
metal.
Berserk builds vibes.
Man, that's metal as fuck.
I don't know what it means.
Like Berserk could make no sense, and I would still probably enjoy Berserk.
Right.
Just because of the energy.
Could you do the same with One Piece? Why not?
Because One Piece, without its story that it's carefully constructed, would just be a throwaway Saturday puzzle. If it didn't have the story, the weight that it's been building up for so long,
Yes.
I think it would just default into episodic,
An enemy.
kind of sad.
Is it because it's too
Symptoms of
accessible, maybe?
Well, no, because it's like
In
I
terms
think
of like art and like overall like story points and stuff like that.
I don't know if I misconstrued this, but I feel like if you said, I feel like you just said if One Piece didn't have a good story, it wouldn't have a good story.
no, as in like. Well, sorry, what was your first question? Let's go back to that.
Okay.
What did you say?
So you said that because Berserk has the vibe,
Yeah.
whatever that might be,
Yeah.
that you would still enjoy reading Berserk even if the story wasn't that good or made no sense.
Yeah, same with but with One Piece, I
But,
wouldn't.
but you
I
wouldn't be
know.
able to do that One Piece. Why is that?
Well, because that's the main strength of One Piece. The story, they're all building together.
Well, I would argue a very main point of Berserk
Nah,
is the story.
You could look at Berserk all day and just be like, oh hell yeah. This goes hard. You know those posts where
So
like,
what I'm getting, okay. So what I'm getting at is that the vibe is just
Like-
like the art style.
like no, because like.
Oh, that's
no, no,
is
no,
that
no,
essentially what
it's
you just
not.
said?
No, because also it's like, okay, you throw Luffy fighting, you show me like a random panel in One Piece that I haven't read,
Okay.
right? Of like Luffy fighting something. I don't give a fuck. Even if it looks kind of cool, I'm like, if I don't know the story behind it or the reasoning, I'm like, eh. But if I see Berserk, I see Guts fucking chopping something in half, and it's like the design's all fucking insane, and like, all the panels are brooding, and I'm like, all right, cool,
Okay,
I'm
then
down.
hypothetical question. If One Piece was drawn by Miura, exact same story points and
You're just
everything,
saying, like,
would that be the vibe?
You're just saying if
Because from what I'm hearing is that you're describing the vibe as like a certain
Yeah, but
type
there-
of artwork.
no, absolutely not.
That's exactly
No,
what you're
because-
saying.
Yeah, but that's
Because
like,
you're like, oh, in Berserk, when Guts cuts
Yeah, but
something,
that's
it
like-
looks sick as fuck
but
because
you are
it's
literally
Guts.
saying, hey, the thing that is most notable about this thing, if I take that away, is it gonna be worse? Yes. If I add the most notable thing of another show to another thing, am I gonna still appreciate that notable? Yes, of course. If you add the Miura art style to anything, it's gonna look like a fucking amazing vibe. But that's not what makes it the vibe entirely. You know what I mean?
I'm getting really
I feel like you guys,
we have
you are
ruined this one.
trying. The problem is that you are trying to quantify the vibe. Stop trying to. This is the whole point of the vibe. It isn't one thing. It's how it makes you feel. The whole art.
No, because I feel like you just said One Piece just isn't your vibe.
No, exactly. That's what I've been trying to. But then you guys are like, it's gonna be the story. It's gonna be. No, I'm just saying it doesn't have the vibe for me. That's it. It's not that deep.
I think my new least favorite word is vibe.
I think you've ruined this.
I think I've ruined the word vibe. for
I feel
myself.
like you guys are getting so hung up on this for no reason. Like, I feel like it makes
because
sense.
your description of vibe just doesn't make sense.
Vibe is an idea. It's not a singular point. I feel like you guys are trying to twist into something that I'm not saying.
I don't know, man. To me, One Piece can be a vibe.
One Piece.
One Piece can totally be a vibe.
Vibe is subjective. I never said it wasn't. It's the vibe for you.
You keep saying that.
It's the vibe.
You keep saying that
It's
like
the
we're supposed
vibe.
to understand what you mean. That's why we're asking these questions, Connor.
It's
It
okay.
sounds like to me that you're reinforcing your point of the vibe by using the word vibe.
It's the vibe. What do you want? I don't understand how you don't get this.
Sake. All right.
You're trying to be like, is it the art style? I'm like, no, it's not. And then you're like,
well, because
it's
I'm
the
trying
art
to
style.
figure out what the
Yeah, but
hell
no,
you're meaning.
I would have said art style if that was what I cared about. I would have said story if it was the story that I cared about. But obviously, if you take the story out of One Piece, it's fucking shit.
So it's everything, basically. Is what you're saying.
Yes. Why is that so hard to understand? Because the whole point was that the show doesn't have to have this nice little ribbon of ending and being all tied up. It can just be enjoyable for all of the aspects that make the vibe.
I think you can apply that to anything, though. Surely, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, but
Movies, TV
yeah,
shows.
which is how I first opened up my argument, being like how Tenet barely makes sense, even if you know what's happening. It still barely makes fucking sense, and half the shit is dumb. But it's all about presenting this vibe that it doesn't have to be said, it doesn't have to be explained. When you watch it, you're like, I feel this. I get this emotion. I get this feeling.
word vibe, I just can't take it.
I know, but I feel like you guys are trying to make it seem like what I'm saying is absurd.
No, I'm just trying to figure out where your reasoning for the vibe is.
Well, there it's
Like, it seems like there's no.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's nothing, and all of it. It's I don't understand it. Why you can't get this concept?
I
Why
don't
do we
think
even-
you know what the vibe
Yeah.
is.
No, I do. It's like if you've ever watched anything and like felt something.
Yes, yes.
That's what we said like 15 minutes ago.
Yes, and
And
you
then
guys.
you disagreed with it.
No, that is not.
Oh my god.
What? Oh my god.
Yeah, let me take a piss.
Okay.
Is my bladder up? What about, question. What about Hold the Night then?
That's pure vibes.
I don't know what that is.
That's
You
pure
have
vibes.
yeah, right? Like there's no like you can break down all the aspects, but all as a package you call it the vibe. You know what
I mean, well, that's the show which got me thinking because I was like, the story is like kind of
You understand what I mean by the concept, right? Like if
No,
something
I understand what you mean. I understand you.
So then why were you grilling me and trying to get me to like explain something that was almost unexplainable?
No, because like I understood your original point where you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
sometimes it's all the vibe that matters, and then
you start like trying to ask me questions about it, and I'm like, well, obviously, you cannot explain the specifics of it. So trying to like be like, Arya, but
well,
like,
I think you can explain the specifics of it. You know, that's why I
Sure.
was questioning you, because like to me, like in order for me to agree that hey, sometimes it's all about the vibe, we both need to agree on what the definition of vibes are, right?
but-
That's all I was like trying to like.
But I
ask.
also think it's okay to be like, yeah, it's different. It's different. What a vibe is to you is different from what a vibe is to me.
Yeah.
you know?
Which is why I was trying to find a common point of
Yeah, I know.
like a common point in our definition of like what do you value and what do you value in your media
Yeah.
and what do you value?
Well, it's
in
like when we
terms of-
talked about like the you were talking about the manga that Chainsaw Man guy made that had no point to it. It's like having
Yeah.
no point. That,
Yeah.
like, that's okay.
Yeah.
Stuff can have no point.
Sure. Yeah.
It can just be that's
Look
also
at every
part of it.
slice of life.
Yeah, yeah. Like I guess One Piece could have no point and it would still it'd be fine. You could enjoy it, but I think for One Piece not so much though, really, because that's kind of everything.
I think it's
kind of like
proved
one.
that it has a point very long
I
time
think
ago.
every art has a point though.
But then again, this is a whole nother debate of like
Just stop. Don't
this is-
complicate this further.
we're going into other dangerous territories, Gaunt, where it's like, is art? What is the point of
Yeah,
art?
now we're discussing like what even is art.
Well, this is
Are we humans without art?
Yeah.
Is humanity existence without art?
Can art exist without humans?
what?
That's the question. Can
yeah.
art exist without
Of course
humans?
it can.
No,
or-
it can't.
Oh my fucking God, Gaunt.
I just proved a point. There you
But
go.
how can it exist
Thank
without
you.
humans?
Have you never like? It's like natural structures or natural beauty. It's like art in a different form.
Yeah, but without humans to appreciate art, how is it art?
So
It's
you,
just
so
creative.
you're, but that means that the definition then of art is something to be appreciated by humans.
Yeah, we
That's,
invented.
I think that's exactly what that
we
is.
invented
No,
the
I
whole
think
concept.
art.
of
No, I
art.
think art exists without us.
What is art then?
Okay, now we're getting into a whole nother.
What is art? Let's discuss.
Same thing. We could turn the tables and say, okay, if you're a human, appreciate. If
No.
If I paint a Picasso and no one's around to appreciate it, is it art?
Yeah.
Well, because you're there to appreciate it.
Okay, what if I finish my Picasso and die immediately on the spot and nobody ever finds it? Did I
Well,
make art?
okay. To me, let me define
Or is
my
art the
definition. Of art.
process?
To me, art is like meaning, right?
Yeah.
It might be emotions, but like we give meaning towards the like fucking Mike Wazowski or something like that.
Yeah,
This gives
give
us
form.
some kind of meaning or some kind of emotional reaction. But without humans to give this thing meaning, this is just
This is just a lump of matter.
this is just a lump of matter, lump of atoms.
This is why we make fun of people that get art degrees, and this is why we need them.
Yeah. The question we're posing right now, art degree students spend 4 years trying to figure out. all
Basically,
the
yeah.
love to art
The
degree
same
people.
things I feel when I see some sick artwork are the same things I feel when I see like an insane, beautiful piece of nature.
Yeah.
It evokes the same emotions.
Yeah,
The
okay, but if
appreciation of the
humans weren't
form.
there, right,
Yeah.
for you to make that
But the art exists
assumption,
without me.
would that piece, would that mountain that you deem as art
Yeah.
be still viewed as art? I don't think so. It would just be a mountain.
Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
still be a mountain, but it still wouldn't mean that it doesn't hold the beauty of art.
What? But
Well,
what,
I think the beauty of art comes from the fact
Yeah,
that someone
well,
has observed it to be a beauty.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
this is where we're going to have to move on because this is
Okay.
otherwise going to become an unwatchable episode.
All right. So number 5,
What a
monster.
fucking how long do we fucking waste talking
Yeah,
about this
This
shit?
is what
Christ.
this is what happens when we instead of talking about anime, we talk about manga. And this is why every manga reader is the most insufferable piece of shit I've ever met in my life, man.
I am.
Just trying to argue.
Joey,
Just trying to argue the vibes.
I'm just gonna say, boys, I have thoroughly enjoyed this episode so far. This is what I would do off
we talk
camera.
about anime and it's just like hee fucking funny memes. Let's clown on Jujutsu Kaisen fan base, and we talk about manga and it's like
What is art?
What is art? Well, my definition of art is this, and this is why this manga. We haven't even,
Okay,
I'm having a great time,
Here's how
boys.
we settle this debate once and for all. Google what is art. what is the concept of art?
Because then it's gonna
Whatever
open
the
up.
top Google is, we agree. We
Because
agree on.
then it's gonna
I could be
open
wrong.
up to like fucking. Okay, art, the expression
Oh,
or
human.
application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in a visual form such as painting or sculpture, producing works to be
Human
appreciated
activity.
primarily for
Ah.
their beauty or emotional
That's
power.
fair. That's fair.
yeah.
So, to answer your question, no, art would not
I
exist
guess
without
you guys
humans.
are right because Google said so.
Yeah. And Google is always right.
No, art's beyond that. You know, you
Is
can
it,
you don't get
No,
gaslight.
it's fine.
Don't
man,
get
it's
gaslit
fine.
by
I mean, I'll
Google,
let the
man.
I'll let the computer tell me what's right. I
You
mean,
free think for yourself, Connor. That's what art's all about. You know,
true.
it's not about one interpretation, one meaning, one expression. It's about your own.
I don't want to Google
Definition.
what is vibes. I don't wanna,
No,
I don't
don't.
want to Google what is vibes.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
We're only 4 manga into this list.
How many minutes have you been recording for? Like an hour.
40 minutes.
Oh my
40
Lord.
minutes.
All right. All right, next
All right,
one.
next one.
Number 5 is Monster. 100% agree. I'm surprised it's this high up.
Why? It's
I mean,
vibe.
I mean, I think you
I can already see. I can already see the discourse of this. This is what always happens when we have these discussions. It'll be like, yeah, I agree with Connor. I just wish you didn't say it dumb. And I'll be like, nah, but Gaunt's got a point though. And then it'll be like this endless discussion. Point being, yeah, Monster's great.
Monster's amazing.
A real vibe, if I do say so myself.
You know what? Gonna have to agree with you.
See, I can't explain it. Why? There's
Oh no, I can explain it.
There's no other
How long
universe.
has this been here?
What is that? Water.
Probably a long time. This tasted funny.
Why did you drink
Why
the
did you
water
drink
that's
it?
been there
You
for
have
weeks?
water right there.
Yeah, you literally have this
I
water.
Don't know why this is here.
That's like
Probably the cockroach fed on it.
Oh, don't fucking say that.
that's like a couple of week old stagnant water, bro.
Why would you drink?
I thought, I don't know,
Why would you drink?
I honestly wasn't thinking, okay?
That's what you said when you were talking about the vibes too. You weren't thinking, Gon. You couldn't comprehend it.
I was
Go
thirsty.
drink your stale water.
I was thirsty. We were deep in discussion. I had a cup in my hand.
You have a giant
giant thing of water
I
right
wasn't
there.
thinking, okay?
You never think, Gon. That's why these episodes suck. Because you never think, Gon.
Connor, maybe
I'm talking to a fucking wall here.
So yeah, Monster's great.
Johan on paper, not scary.
What?
If you told me that there was a 18-year-old German
Oh, you mean in
asshole,
theory?
Yeah, like
Oh,
I'd be
by
like,
on paper, I thought you meant in the
I'd be
manga.
like, nah, I'd win. Like if I heard like an 18-year-old kid go, oh, and I'm going to track you down and make your life hell. I'd be like, all right, okay, all right.
Is he German?
No, but he's called Johan. But
Oh, yes,
but
'cause
he
every
is,
Johan in the world is
I thought he was
German.
from the Czech Republic or something.
yes. Dr. Johan, Dr. Liebert, I'm going to track you down.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so really swag.
Monster is swag.
No, it's one of my favorite anime of all time.
Yeah.
I've never read the manga though. How does it hold up to the anime? I heard the anime was very faithful.
It was
Oh,
very, very
yeah.
faithful.
It's one of the few times where I think the anime is honestly on par with the manga.
You feel like it's normally the manga's always better?
Usually one is better than the other.
Joey.
No,
I'm
no,
just-
no.
I just wanted
no,
to say it.
I'm not even saying that. Usually it's one or the other. Usually
It-
it's like
it
people are
intersects
just
better.
like, yeah, manga's way better or anime's way better, right? Because there's the examples of both. But in the case with Monster, honestly, I would say it's like pretty on par.
Joey's capping because every time I talk to you, Joey, you're like, the manga was better.
I
I mean, to be fair,
Very-
they made what 70 episodes out of 18 volumes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
quite. A
I mean, look,
fucking-
honestly, like 90% of the time, yes, the manga is better. But
All right.
there are instances where the anime is infinitely better.
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
at Lucky
yeah.
Star or K-On! The anime was way fucking better than the
You
manga.
can't just say Lucky Star.
The
and
manga was
Chaos.
shit.
That doesn't count. They're like 4 Koma mangas, Joey. Of course the anime is going to be
Of course.
better.
Again, that's why I said the 10%
Could have
where
said
the anime is
something
better
with
is
an
the
actual
Yonkoma
plot
shit.
and an actual like adaptation of like a complex plot rather than just like a 4 Koma like slice of life gag manga or whatever.
Yeah, in
You
that
know?
case, the manga's better.
Oh my god. This is such a weird episode so far. What are we talking about? Monster.
Monster.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, Urasawa goaded.
Urasawa goaded. Wish 20th Century Boys was here.
Yeah,
'cause
honestly.
that is my favorite one. But Monster's a much simpler story. So
And then we have
For
Slam.
simpletons who can't understand.
And then we have Slam Dunk. Thank God, best sports
I-
manga ever written.
I've read nearly half, and not much has happened so far.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I feel like how much have I read of it? I've read a lot, and we're still in like the first.
it's about the vibe.
It is about the vibe.
This is vibes, 100%.
Oh, so you understand that, huh?
It's the art.
Ah,
It's the art.
okay,
It's Inoue, bro. Like he's a vibe master.
Okay.
The master of vibes.
Oh yeah, I gotta actually. I don't know where I'm at with it. I should have a look before I start talking shit.
Yeah, but I'm glad the rest of the internet agrees, or at least my anime list agrees, that Slam Dunk is one of the best sports manga ever written. Although I will say, I think Hajime no Ippo should also be. Maybe it is up here. I don't know. But
Oh no, I lied. I'm
Slam Dunk is incredible. I'm like,
Ally
please
has
read it.
been slain.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
well,
okay.
that makes more
It's
sense.
still like the first thing. I'm like,
Yeah.
But I mean, even so, I think Slam Dunk, classic for a reason, and I think it stood the test of time.
Yep.
Yeah.
It single-handedly brought basketball culture to Japan.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I can every single time I talk to a salaryman, I always bring up this one.
Oh yeah, it's incredible.
It always comes up. This is yeah. I just fake my knowledge of basketball whenever they ask me about it. And yeah, I love basketball. Love it.
I mean, I
I
guarantee.
love home runs.
I'm guaranteed.
Huge fan. Huge fan. of it.
I guarantee the majority of those salarymen got all their basketball knowledge from Slam
Yeah,
Dunk.
I think so.
Yeah. All right.
Inland Saga?
Let's go down this list and see if there's anything you don't.
Okay.
Because this is so far.
Grand Blue
What the heck?
over Oyasumi Punpun?
Wait, what is Grand Blue?
That's a comedy manga.
I mean, look, Grand Blue's great. I love Grand Blue, but I'm just shocked it's in the top 10.
This is always my biggest shock because Grand Blue is like constantly near the top of everyone's top rated.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's funny.
It's not like Oyasumi Punpun Kingdom good.
No,
you know?
no. I would definitely not put it above Kingdom or Oyasumi Punpun.
Yeah, which is very, very confusing. Did you see the anime of this one at all? It's one of the divers where they like drink.
Yeah, it's basically set in like a university where they're in a diving club.
I mean, that already sounds like I don't want to watch it.
It's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
It's
generally one of
so
the
funny.
funniest.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
manga.
Yeah, very, very funny.
Yeah, I don't really touch comedy anime or manga, honestly.
Not
You
your
know,
vibe.
Golden Boy, right?
Kind of Golden Boy. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I don't blame you because there
also,
are.
it's like funny, but also I can recognize it would be like. It's good show.
Yeah, there are a lot of misses in the comedy world, I think. But Grand Blue was fucking hilarious, so good, and the art is really goddamn good too for a comedy manga.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just shocked it's at number 9,
No.
Yeah.
above Poon Poon. That's crazy.
Osaki no Tsuni.
That's Land of Lustrous.
Remember the Crystal Girls?
Yeah,
Oh,
I know,
not
I know
Girls.
Land of Lustrous, yeah.
Yeah, this manga's always been really, really highly rated. I haven't read it.
I haven't read it
I've
either.
only watched Studio Orange's adaptation of it.
Same.
So they did a fucking
An
bang
enemy has been
adaptation as
slain.
well. But yeah, going down number 14. This man is like.
Oh my god, Inoue just.
Inoue is just got
Another
a
Inoue.
stranglehold on
Did
this.
he finish this one?
No, this is on hiatus. This is
when is he going to finish something?
He finished Slam Dunk and he was
Okay.
like, all right, my job here is
What the
done.
heck, man? Wrap it up, bro. Wrap it up.
Real is also so good. Though.
What is it about?
This one's about wheelchair basketball.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, so I think the story is like, Inoue watched the Paralympics one year and saw wheelchair basketball and just completely got infatuated into the culture and then realized like, well, I've already done a basketball one. I know
Yeah.
enough about
An
basketball
enemy has
culture,
been
so he
slain.
made one about wheelchair basketball and it is, I would say it's on par with Slam Dunk. It's amazing sports manga. But yeah, he
An ally
never
has
finished.
been slain.
It's on like it's on like permanent hiatus, I think, right? Because then he started on Vagabond,
God, and then he didn't finish that.
and he didn't finish that one either.
Come on,
finish that.
come on, you gotta start wrapping things up. Come on, just write one chapter.
And
be
then
like,
number
it's over.
15 is probably the most classic one out of the bunch. Ashita no
I didn't
Joe.
realize how old this manga is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1968.
Yeah.
Was this the first sports manga?
One of the first popular sports manga, yes.
Okay.
Is Ashita no Joe.
Because
So-
I only know Ashita no Joe basically as like the OG sports manga.
Yep.
And it's a boxing manga.
yeah, Hajime no Ippo took a lot of inspiration from, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mean,
so
classic here in Japan. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know how good it actually is. 'cause
again,
I
which is
haven't-
why I'm surprised it's this high up. Because I wouldn't expect
Ally
a lot
has
of
been
like people
slain.
outside of Japan to like go back that far to
An
get something.
enemy has been
Yeah.
slain.
And then Kaguya-sama number 16.
I'm surprised that has more members reading it than 20th Century Boys.
Why?
I don't know. I just kind of thought that 20th Century Boys, everyone always talks about it as like the end of the go.
Well, which,
Yeah,
which,
and that has more members.
but I think Kaguya-sama though again got that massive push from the anime.
That's true.
yeah,
Whereas-
20th Century Boys is a manga for like manga
It's a
purists.
manga.
It's a manga.
It's a manga.
It's the most
It's-
manga of all time.
it's like-
purists. What does that mean? Like they're like tinkering away in a basement, being like my pure manga, not tainted by any Western ideals.
I don't know because there are a lot of like
love.
there are a lot of people who read manga just simply because there's an anime out there,
Yeah.
and they're like, well, I just want to find out what
it's
happens.
like not pure anymore. It's been tainted by anime adaptation.
They're mudbloods.
Watch out, the normies are coming!
They're fans from the anime.
But so if you think about it, like, yeah, Kaguya-sama has more members because
Yeah.
again, it got that push from a great adaptation.
Yeah, and it's a very
it's-
popular adaptation.
Yeah, and so to think that 20th Century Boys has that many members with no anime push is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
Because it's goated. It's great.
Yeah, and
Probably
Yotsuba?
all of Gantz.
Yotsubato, this one has always been highly ranked. I like it personally. So made by the same person who made Azumanga Daioh,
Oh, cool.
I believe. It's great. Like probably one of the
What is it?
slice of life.
Okay.
Essentially.
I always see that girl everywhere, and I'm like,
Yeah.
ah.
It's basically if you took the vibe of Azumanga Daioh and toned down like the absurd comedy just slightly,
Yeah.
and added more of a slice of life element.
Okay.
But yeah, very wholesome, very cute manga.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know. I've always been interested as to why
still
it is
going.
so popular. Yeah, it's still going.
It's the manga that everyone gets recommended when learning Japanese at first.
Oh. Actually, that makes sense because the majority of the manga is told from the perspective of the kid, Yotsuba,
Right.
who is like
shit.
under the age of 10. I
Gotta
believe.
pick this up.
So yeah, if you want to learn Japanese, read Yotsubato.
Read Yotsuba.
Yeah.
If you want to be a fucking Giga Chad, read GTO. One of
Yeah, I
my.
still gotta watch.
Amazing.
I still gotta watch all these.
You probably should read it.
Read it.
The anime is very, very dated now. So the anime came out in like 2000 or something like that. And it looks like it came out in 1995.
God damn, that opening.
Yeah. The opening is classic.
So Umineko no Nakotoroni is created by the same guy who made Higurashi. And it's technically like set in the same
Episode 8,
universe?
Twilight of the Golden Lady.
Yeah, I've never read this one. I've read the vanilla Umineko no Nakotoroni. I've never read this one, but I guess
Shall we move over to the most popular? I'm
Yeah, 'cause
interested.
we're getting into like the artsy kind of.
Yeah.
yeah.
If they were Oscars.
Because I pretty much agree that every one of these titles here deserves to be up there. They're there for a reason. Yeah, Haikyuu is fucking great. I don't know, Haikyuu's always been great. to me.
I've never read it or watched it. I need to
watched
get on it.
And
How far did you get?
right near the end of season 2, I
Oh,
was like, why is this match so long? Why is it taking so
Isn't
long?
season 3
it's
like?
about the characters, Connor. It's about the
Bro.
characters.
Isn't
Yeah, but the vibe wasn't matching.
isn't season 3 just like one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Season 3.
I've never watched any of
See,
it.
yeah, I mean that's fine, but I don't like it. That's fine. That's cool that you like that, but I don't. So
All right, let's look at the other list.
It was a vibe. I don't even think about
that's
it.
fair.
It was a
enough.
vibe.
And I respect your opinion on it.
So we're
Alright,
looking
let's
at
go
most
to
popular.
most
Okay, wait. First of all, number 1. Oh fuck. Wait, it's Berserk is still in the. Okay. Wow. That's top mark. It's not most popular.
Let's go to the most
Yeah,
popular.
wait, hold on. Be clear. What's the most popular?
Well, I just saw it. It's Berserk.
Sorry,
Wait, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Yeah, so go to most popular. Go.
This is a vibe.
Yeah, it's Berserk.
Enemy has
And
been
you know,
slain.
I can definitely see why. Like I said, Berserk is the manga that gets
Okay.
people into manga.
So what I'm taking away from this is popularity equals good.
An ally
Yes.
has been slain.
Number one, all round.
Has been
Yes.
slain.
Most popular, the best show.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 2, Shingeki no Kyojin. Obviously,
Wow,
that's
I'm actually-
popular and good.
Oh, I'm surprised that it's got more members than One Piece.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. Amongst like Mao users, like if this was actually how popular manga is, right now Jujutsu Kaisen and One Piece is towering above everyone
Yeah.
globally right now. Along with like Demon Slayer and all that shit.
Tokyo Ghoul.
I would like to say Tokyo Ghoul at number 5.
That's
Most
wild.
popular?
That's wild.
I'm
actually
kind of like, this list is kind of wild.
How big was Tumblr? What?
Okay, so
What?
like, I'm also shocked by in that sense that Chainsaw Man is so high, given the success of them.
No,
I'm not.
I'm not surprised because I think nowadays when you're talking about great manga, I feel Chainsaw Man gets brought up way more often than not.
You not remember when the Chainsaw Man anime adaptation, like when that got announced, that got way more hype than when Jujutsu Kaisen first launched?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen was just like, you know, everyone was like, oh, what's this new shonen anime thing? And everyone was talking about Chainsaw Man when they came out or
Yeah.
got announced. And the reason for that is because like everyone loved the manga of Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man was already goated from the manga stage.
Yeah, yeah, and the hype came from the manga, whereas Jujutsu Kaisen is more of like, it was an explosive growth, but it didn't come until like about like 12, 13. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But I
episodes
mean,
in.
that's I mean, still that's quite an impressive feat to be nearly as basically popular as One Piece by this metric.
Yeah, I mean,
Kind of insane.
I
Yeah,
mean,
because there's quite a bit of a jump between Chainsaw Man and Tokyo Ghoul.
Yeah, just because
Yeah.
it makes me think that, like, I wonder how, as I was saying at the very start, how the type of users that normally use Magic, how that affects how the popularity and the rankings
Yeah.
stack up.
yeah.
Solo leveling, number 6. I'm also kind of
What the
surprised by
fuck?
that.
What the fuck?
I think again, this
That's
is
kind of wild.
is
That's kind of
wouldn't this be also a push from the anime adaptation?
no. I don't think so.
No? I mean, I knew
You could,
Soul
probably, you
Leveling.
could probably go way back. Actually, yeah. Check this link in Wayback Machine.
Because I knew Soul Leveling was always in the manhwa world, has always been like one of the more popular picks, or the
Yeah.
one that's more talked about. But I feel like a lot of people might have gotten onto the manhwa who maybe previously never read the manhwa because of the recent
I
anime.
mean, we can straight up look now.
Yeah.
So that'll be a Wayback Machine.
I-
you can just go
I-
back.
I
when did it start? I just go to 2023 sometime.
I think the anime got adapted because it was so popular.
Yeah, any of
because
them.
otherwise, why would it?
Click any of those blue things.
Your turret
Why
has
why
been
would
destroyed.
click the-
why would they start adapting manhwa?
That's
Right.
true.
So we're going to tell.
Yeah, we can actually tell like worldwide.
Hold up.
What up? It's cooking. It's cooking. Temporarily.
Yeah, submit.
the-
Submit that you're not a
Oh,
bot.
click the, no, you had it.
No, you had it.
You had it. You just had to click submit. You just submit to your overlord.
Yeah,
Submit.
see what it says. Oh no, one ready, my way. Yeah, because
What?
it's like a Wayback Machine, so that's just part of the coding. Yeah, try the next one. You watching Sailor Leveling right now?
I have not heard great things.
Well,
Yeah.
it's only episode 7.5. That was,
Well,
like,
I
the
heard
big
that
one.
like everyone was like super pumped, and then they had like episode 4 or something that was like a wash.
Oh,
and then
was it?
Apparently, it was something like it was like a nothing episode. It was a filler episode.
I think I've.
Oh no, it was like episode 7, I think.
Soul
Something.
Leveling's
people
still
were
number
pissed
8.
off. Yeah, it's still number 8,
Yeah,
but
still
it's
number-
climbed to how many favorites? The past year, it's
So
gained
it's
quite a lot.
411,000 members as opposed to
I
482,000.
mean, the anime's
members.
definitely helped.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But I heard the anime is people aren't happy with it. I don't know if I'm crazy. I saw a lot of criticism. I didn't see a
I
lot
mean,
of good
people
things.
weren't happy with it because there was
That's
episode
Yeah.
7.5.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like what?
yeah. So it became the lowest rated anime episode on Crunchyroll in the history of Crunchyroll,
That's fucking wild.
which
That is a crazy move to
which
do.
is wild. But I'm also flabbergasted that it is this high up and this highly rated as well.
Yeah. 8.67 higher than
8.67 is a very, very high rating, and it's it's
I've never read the original manhwa, so I don't know.
it is got it's like the Demon Slayer of the manga world, where it's
That's
the
such a slight. That's so dirty.
I
for you
mean,
to call something that.
it has got amazing
That's a
fucking
haymaker right
art and amazing action scenes and gets you hyped like no end. I cannot remember any of the character names. This is one step away from being a Power Fantasy isekai.
You lost me.
Look, let me break it. Let me break it down.
Mid?
Mid, like
too harsh.
Maybe
Mid is-
overrated slightly.
I think it's slightly overrated.
Okay, okay.
Because a lot of people, they're like, yo, Solo Leveling, it's fucking gas. And I'm like, okay, yes. It has got amazing action scenes, amazing art. I don't know what else, like what other original things it brings to the table, or what else it like excels at. Because I've recently got into like a lot of manhwa, and I feel like a lot of manhwa get a pass just because the level of quality in writing in manhwa is just so much worse than what you'd find in anime.
Right.
A lot of it is like very trashy power fantasy stuff.
Sure.
And Solo Leveling stands out just because, you know, it's still very much a power fantasy story, but it does one thing really well, and that's get you fucking hyped.
Yeah.
But break it down further.
You know what gets me hyped? A recap episode. Nothing gets me more rock solid.
I need to see this story again.
That's like being halfway through a course at a restaurant. You're like, let's all just talk about food.
Yeah. Let's come together and recap.
Let's all have a recap of the food and say our highlights and it's like, bro, we still have 4 more courses.
Yeah. Which is the thing, like, have you seen a lot of people talking about the Solo Leveling adaptation?
Only bad thing.
I've heard the controversial things.
I've heard people be like, yeah, I'm kind of falling out of it. I'm not really into it anymore.
Yeah, I think it's because I've said this before, but like, if Solo Leveling was to get like an adaptation to live up to its original manhwa, it would need to be like Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 level of animation.
Oh, Lord.
For it to like get the same levels of hype. And having watched the first like 7 episodes of Solo Leveling, it's good. Like, it's not bad animation. It's still like pretty damn good animation.
Yeah.
But it's not like, holy shit, like, I got it. Like, this is one of the best things I've ever seen. Levels of animation. And I think that is really making people aware of everything else that the story is bringing, which is not as much as other contemporaries on this list. So
One Punch Man.
One Punch Man.
That's a vibe. That is actually a vibe.
What's the vibe? Hype?
Just fucking cool.
I think you're just a simp to Murata Yusuke.
I am.
Yeah. I think anything Murata Yusuke draws is a vibe.
I mean, just like, in a weird sense, One Punch Man we have the original version.
Oh, the web manga.
Yeah, the web manga, which is great. But, you know, to me, I don't find that as amazing. I think, but the comedy aspect is so bad. It just gets elevated so much by the amazing art style.
Yeah.
Which accumulates into a great.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
One Punch Man has some of the hardest fucking panels I've ever seen in the medium.
Yep.
Truth is the of manga.
And it's always a One Punch Man panel. Always
I fucking hate those players.
So yeah, this episode definitely has to be up there as well.
Also, biggest W so far. Oyasumi Punpun above Boku no Hero.
I cannot believe that Oyasumi Punpun is the 8th most popular manga. I knew it was one of the greatest. I have not read it, obviously, but I know obviously what Ivan says it's considered one of the greats. But didn't know it was one of the most popular as well.
Again, I think it kind of gets the same treatment as Chainsaw Man in the sense that when people discuss great manga that haven't gotten adaptations yet, you know, at least Chainsaw Man at the time, like it's Oyasumi Punpun is just one of those manga that always gets brought up in like the goats of manga.
Yeah.
So I think this is purely just from like word of mouth in the community.
Yeah. It's one of those stories that you've heard people talk about. You might not have read it, but you've heard if you have an interest in manga, you've heard people talk about it. Whereas Boku no Hero Academia, you're like, this is just.
I refuse to call it that. It has an English name. I'll use the English one. I'm still pissed off at Mal. They do this.
My Hero Academia, which how highly is this rated? My Hero Academia, go down.
8.06.
8.06. And Kimetsu no Yaiba just below it. Is Jujutsu Kaisen going to be in number 11? Oh, okay.
Oh, Naruto's above it.
Close. Yo.
Yeah, but you know, when we check in next week.
When we check in
it'll
next
be in the
week.
top 10.
Yeah. So we have all of the recent shonen mega hits right there, slapped down right next to each other.
That's crazy to think that My Hero Academia has more readers than the Naruto manga. But I guess Naruto was so TV heavy, at least in Western perspectives.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's only recently that manga has gotten more popular.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
in the
you-
international field because
You've been around for a while in the anime.
Yeah,
scene. What was it like way back when, Grandpa Gaunt?
what was it like way back when?
When
You'd
you
have
first started
way
doing
more
YouTube.
people watching and talking about anime, but it felt like when people talking about manga was very few and far between.
Right.
And now there seems to be way more of like a manga kind of field where a lot of people would just purely read manga. But before, it felt like there were only a few people who like purely really loved manga as like an art form and just like dedicated to actually finding hidden gems in manga. And the majority was people just reading manga just to catch up to their latest anime.
Yeah.
Which I don't know
mean,
if you
that's-
felt the same
that's-
thing, Joey.
That's
No,
how you
I
get, that's how
totally
you get
agree.
manga pilled. Your show doesn't finish or doesn't end. You're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
then
I
you
mean,
go.
no, I totally agree with what you just said. Because you know, when I was first starting off, like, I always made it a mission, just personally, to be like, there's so much fucking manga out there that nobody is talking about that should be discussed more in the
Yeah, like
broader
Jujutsu
anime
Kaisen.
community.
Yeah.
Maybe not that. That gets enough videos. We don't need any more Jujutsu Kaisen videos. But like, you know, there's so much out there that is probably never going to get noticed otherwise. Why not talk about those series, because they're just as great, if not better, than a lot of shows out there.
What about the alternative timeline where we had the manga man instead of the anime man?
No,
Do you think you would be
I mean-
as...
Gamers, welcome back to another thrilling episode of Trash Taste. I'm your host, Connor, once again joined by Joe and Garn.
So thrilling, dude.
And today is a very special day because it's the last episode of Trash Taste of 2025.
Congrats,
Yes,
everyone. We survived another
congrats.
year.
Did we? Did we really?
Barely.
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
Skin of my teeth, I'd say.
It's like when you beat the first phase of the boss with like 10% health and you've still got 3 left.
Well,
Like, well, I survived, but did I really?
And then it refills.
Well, you
again.
know what? We did survive 5 years of Trash Taste this year. That
Holy
was-
shit, you're right.
That was. I'm going to start off this episode with a positive,
Please.
We're glazing.
because God damn, is it the more you live, the more you're like finding positives in life is just like
All
harder
you
and
can
harder. Yeah, especially being on the internet. But yeah, we. Hello and welcome to another episode of Trash Taste. I'm your host for today, Gun. I don't know why I grabbed Mr. Potato Head as I was doing the
Why are you
intro there.
fondling him?
Stop
fondling
touching
him.
I'm sorry. I'm
fiddling with
sorry. I'm sorry. I just saw moving parts and I was like, ooh, look at that. And joining me once again are the boys, Joey and Connor, and we get to talk about our favorite things that we
30
got into,
seconds until
watched,
minions
read,
spawn.
listened to, whatever. Because it's the end of the year, guys.
Yeah, let's talk about
It
It's another
doesn't,
year.
doesn't feel like the end of the year. This has been a weird ass year.
Yeah,
done a lot.
Every time this episode rolls around, like the favorite things thing, because we've done this multiple times now. I think it's like third time, maybe third
Yeah.
or fourth time
Mhm.
we've done this. Every time this episode rolls around, I'm just like, what the have I done this year?
It's weird how it goes so fast, yet I remember
Minions
some
have
things so
spawned.
clearly and they feel so far away.
Yeah.
But, also, they feel so close. Like the Swiss special, we filmed that in February.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
That does
But-
not feel like this year.
That doesn't, it weirdly doesn't feel like this year, but so many memories feel so vivid that I feel like it was like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
true.
it's really weird how that,
That is
that
true.
happens. Time is such a funny thing, and we're also getting older and we're going to die soon.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's also right.
That's also
So-
a thing.
Not all the things that are in our list are things from 2025.
Yes.
No.
There are things that we've just gotten
this is
into.
our excuse just to be like, just to talk about shit that we like
Yeah.
and we discovered or maybe watched in 2025. This
Yeah.
is our representation of our year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And out of every year that we've ever done this is by far the hardest. I had to work to scrounge 9 fucking things to represent me in my year.
I remember the first time we did this like favorite things of whatever year it was.
Yeah.
It was like, oh yeah, I mean, only 9? What
Yeah.
am I gonna put in? This year I was like, I put 3 in and I was just like, well, I'm done. Like,
This
what are the other things I'm gonna put
this
on?
year, as you can probably guess, one of the things that's going to be on my list.
Yeah.
This year, my year was top heavy of just this one thing was like 70% of my year. And then I'm like,
There's a couple of things in the drawer.
yeah.
yeah.
Are there any other things that I did this year outside of this one thing?
So, yeah, we might have talked about some of these things on past episodes. We might not have. But, yeah.
So this will be the episodes where we go maybe a bit more in depth. We'll talk about all these things in
yeah.
detail.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. So who wants to go first?
Fuck, don't know.
I don't know.
Let's
Oh, spin the
Spin
pan.
the pan.
Okay, we'll let you know, audio listeners,
all
where it
right,
lands on.
all right, all right. It is. That's close. to Joey.
What the fuck? There was like a 2% chance it was going to be Connor.
Yeah, it's also like super low odds.
You know, I was gonna bring out trash box, and I was like, I can't be bothered to write.
All right, fine.
Joey's going first.
Load up my 3x3 then.
Okay, so before you talk about each one, just say what the 9 things are.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9 things are Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, Fantasy Life 1, Garnival, Hans Zimmer, My Engagement. I feel like Aki would kill me if I didn't put that on. Exit 8, Himeden, Best Buds, and Takopi.
Okay, what do you want to start with?
I don't know. What are you guys gonna start with?
Let's start.
I can talk about all of these, but
Meditations by Marcus Aurelius.
okay.
going on here?
Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. So this is a book that I read not that long ago actually. I was rereading it the other day at the Trash Taste office because I finally popped my philosophy novel cherry.
Yeah, I was like, fucking hell, Joey.
Yeah.
You've gone a step. You've gone a step even like down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's this book about?
So this is a book written by Marcus Aurelius, who, if you guys know
of course.
anything about
Roman
Roman
history,
history, was the leader of the Roman Empire. I think it was AD 160, something like that. Yeah, we're gonna have to look that up. But yeah, he was the emperor. If you've watched the movie Gladiator,
Yeah.
absolute banger. He was the old guy that gets killed by Joaquin Phoenix's character near the beginning.
Yep.
And he was a real person, and he wrote this book called Meditations, which is considered one of the greatest philosophy books ever written. And I think it was back in I think it was while we were in LA this year for Anime Expo.
Yeah.
I went to a couple of bookstores that people were recommending to me. And there was this entire section for philosophy. It was a huge section for philosophy. And I was looking at it and I was like, I've always been interested in reading philosophy books, but it's because there's so many different types of philosophy, it's where the hell do I even begin, right? Because I feel like if you start reading the wrong one or you go too far into the rabbit hole as your first novel, then your view of philosophy just gets kind of skewed
Yeah.
to one side or the other. So I asked people online being like, hey, what is a good go-to start to go into
Gateway.
the gateway novel for philosophy books? And out of a number of ones that I ended up buying, this one was brought up a lot. Do you know anything about this?
No, not anything.
So do you know who Marcus Aurelius was?
Yeah.
So he was again, as I said, he was at one point the most powerful person in the world when he was the head of the Roman Empire, and he wrote this book called Meditations, and it's not even really a book. It's a list of almost journal entries that he wrote throughout his lifetime that was never meant to be published. He basically wrote it. It was basically his, as the name suggests, meditations towards the way that he lived his life and the way that he wanted to live his life and the way that he viewed life and stuff like that. And it's all based around this philosophy called Stoicism, which is where the word Stoic comes from.
Yeah.
Which is all about this idea of not letting certain things control your life that are outside of your control, and kind of being the sitting in the driver's seat of your life. And this was this book that he wrote, or list of journal entries that he wrote, which again were never meant for publication, but some 2,000 years later, it is now considered one of the greatest philosophy books ever written. And this, you know, sometimes you'll read something and every single thing you read is holy shit.
Yeah.
That was this book. Literally every single entry in this book, I had to reread several times because it's not only written in a very forward way that can be open to interpretation, but also just, I've never seen a person who can give this much of a poignant statement on life and the way that you should be living life. And I'd always heard of the term stoic and stoicism and stuff like that, but I never had a full grasp of what it actually meant. I thought, when I hear when someone says, "Oh, he's very stoic,"
Yeah.
what do you imagine when someone says, "Oh, he's a very stoic person"?
One who doesn't confide in people easily. Quite
Yeah.
able to.
Someone who keeps to themselves.
Yeah. So it's a lot of that, but also a big misconception that a lot of people get when they be stoic is, oh, you shouldn't feel emotions towards anything because you shouldn't let your emotions overrun your life. Marcus Aurelius instead kind of said, well, no, you're a human. You're going to feel emotions towards certain things, but what you shouldn't. It's not this idea of you shouldn't feel emotions towards certain things and just get things done. It's this idea of you should feel emotions towards things, but you shouldn't let those feelings and emotions control your life. And it's like I can just write off or list off just like a bunch of like quotes from this book. And
Yeah.
like I feel like it's kind of crazy to think that a dude who lived 2,000 years ago and was talking about life 2,000 years ago, which suffice to say, none of us can relate to
Yeah.
on a surface level, can write shit that every single person, no matter what walk of life you're in, can relate to in one way or another.
Damn, if I had a library, if I had a fucking diary and that would just got like leaked to the entire world, I would hope my writing was being
Dude, right?
And it's not just like got pissed at the fucking spoons today. Can't remember what happened that night
I'm
out.
sure that might have been in there, but maybe it was removed. I mean, it's obviously, 2,000 years ago.
Yeah.
I imagine that this, his words have been almost translated quite a lot throughout
Yes.
the ages. So it's probably, it's probably the rough meaning of what he said.
Yeah. So
a wide variety of changes.
yeah, so there's so he originally wrote this all in Greek, obviously, but it's been translated multiple times over many iterations. I've read the one that is like the most highly accepted and praised translation.
Yeah.
I forget the author's name. I apologize, but yeah, the translator author. I forgot his name. Yeah, but,
Give us a quote. Give us a quote.
Okay, I'll give you a quote. This one is on perspective. He said, "Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
You know, which is like
Bars.
bars.
Yeah.
You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. So it's just like it's very simple terminology, but said in a very almost poetic way. And like, there's quotes like that are very just like to the point. Yeah, I understand what he's trying to say. Obviously, easier said than done kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he also throws in, because, at the time, Greek was this language that was very, like, poetry heavy.
Yeah.
And Marcus Aurelius, would describe things in, there's this one chapter where he talked about how when someone bakes bread,
Yeah.
and when the bread rises, the cracks at the top of the bread, break the dough apart. And he kind of alluded that to this whole idea of, well, the cracks are there because the bread rose. So it's like I interpreted that as, when every person rises to their best, sometimes it's not going to be perfect. There are going to be some consequences of some cracks in the road, but at the end of the day, the bread is made.
Yeah.
And he says all of these things in a really like poignant and poetic way, where I feel like this is going to be one of those books that I'm just going to continue to reread over my life, because different moments of my life, I feel like I'm going to reflect on different things that he said. And it's just crazy that like I can relate to this 2,000-year-old Roman Empire and use those words to reflect on my life. Yeah. And it's just crazy that at the end of it all, he wrote all of these things for no one else but himself to see. And yet he was able to write like that. So like, as someone who like, wants to get more into like creative writing and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
This was just like a really good, not only like, good way to like look back on my life and kind of think about the way I'm living my life, but also just like a really good study material on just like writing and like poetry and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which I really fucked with.
I mean, what you said reminds me of a line that really stuck with me this year from Orb, actually, where there's a character that is just talking about the magic of books and how she can she can read words written thousands of years ago and relate to someone who she would have never known and never knew existed, and yet she can relate to this real person, their words that existed generations and generations ago. And this is like just a real life example of that.
Yeah, like honestly, like even if you like don't really like care to like read philosophy books or anything like that, I feel like this is one of those books, like legitimately, like we always say things like, oh, this is a book that everybody needs to read. I genuinely think this is a book that everybody needs to read, because it's just, you learn so much about not only yourself, but also it's just a really good way to just take control of your life.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the same way that, say, a Roman emperor did, but just like, use his reflections and use, because again, this is coming from a guy who at one point was literally standing at the top of the world.
Yeah.
And you know, there's that saying of like, you know, absolute power crops absolutely.
Yeah.
This is one of the few examples where it really didn't. Like,
Right.
if anything, the power that he gained over his lifetime, he used that in the most meaningful way possible, and to like use that self-reflection to then again kind of inadvertently teach people fucking millennia, you know, since then.
Yeah.
To just like be a good person and to like just take control of your life, and that's like the best way to live life.
What was Roman Emperor was? One of them was like literally a farmer. And he's like, alright, fine. Stop farming. I'll take over 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Sorted it all out. Look about farming now.
Now back to my real passion.
I can't remember who it was called. We have a word named after this guy.
Really?
Yeah, the fucking thing is.
Do you think this is like the original Sigma grind set? Like people in the Roman Empire just like they were just like reading the shit.
Oh, yeah.
Cincinnatus?
Yeah, Cincinnati is named after this guy. I think, as well.
really?
He did this as well. Yeah, it's like he basically, when Rome was having a fucking hard time, he's like, fine, I'll sort it out. Stop farming.
Yeah.
Sorted it out. Went back to farming.
Based. You know,
Which, you know, is a thing that doesn't happen nowadays. People don't know when, you know, there's no, people want more. The greed of more is corrupting power.
yeah, you know that whole meme of like, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? After this book, a lot.
I mean,
I think about it a lot now.
I think the meme is so omnipresent because so much of, especially at least like European and American culture, you know, draws from it in nearly every single aspect of life.
Yeah.
So if you look hard enough at anything that we do, it somehow always ends up coming back to the fucking
Yeah.
Romans.
It is. It's
And also they built things that are still around. So it's,
Yeah.
of course you're like, who built
Yeah.
this fucking thing? This thing's sick. And you're like, the Romans.
yeah.
And then you're like, when they didn't build it, you're like, oh, they didn't build it. That's like me with the aqueducts in Wales. Like, this is so impressive. It must have been the Romans.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was like 1700s. You're like, oh, we did build things before.
Damn, we did that. We can do
Yeah.
that shit.
I think the other like last thing I'll touch upon is because I can go on this book forever, but like I think the other incredibly poignant thing about at least like the translated version that I read of this is that because these you know, excerpts that he wrote throughout his life were more so, he wasn't telling anyone in particular, he was telling himself these things as like, as the name suggests, like self, you know, meditation.
Meditations.
So the book, at least the one I read, is all in second person. So
Right.
he refers to himself as you.
Oh,
So it's all,
it is the original Sigma grind
yeah.
set.
So
You
it
can
almost
do this.
sounds like it almost sounds like he's talking to you.
Yeah.
You know, it's saying like, you need to do this, you need to do this. But originally he was talking to himself.
Yeah.
Being like, bro, get your shit
Bro.
together. You need to do this, bro.
Don't forget this, bro.
Yeah, don't forget this.
Yeah.
Lock in.
Lock the fuck. Yeah, he was the original guy who locked in.
You should.
So yeah.
You should get into Diogenes next.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely like, ever since I've read this book, I've read a bunch of other like kind of surface level philosophy books. Like I read the Tale of Sisyphus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I actually like sat down and read the book for that, which is also an amazing book. But yeah, this is like slowly taking me down the philosophy book
The
rabbit hole.
problem with me, like, tangentially listening to people talk about philosophy is that, like, I feel like I know what Sisyphus did, but I can't tell you right now. I
Yeah.
don't.
Right.
But then I'll, you know, all these things.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what they are, and then I'm like, I should probably just sit down and actually read these and get into it.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I knew about the name Sisyphus and like, you know, the pushing the boulder off the hill or whatever, but I never knew what that story actually held, or like what
Punishment, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah, or like what the idea of what Sisyphus's tale entails
The streamer
that
game.
turned it into the rage game.
That's what it. That's what it.
I mean,
led to.
there's no better thing to quote as a joke than philosophy. You sound so fucking funny when you quote
Yeah.
shit like this, you know.
Yeah, but you know, there's that great quote of like, you know, one must imagine Sisyphus happy.
Yeah.
Like that was that was originally based off of the book about Sisyphus. And now that I actually read that book,
They just had such fucking cold fucking stories.
Yeah,
I
but
know.
someone, one must imagine Sisyphus happy has become like a meme.
it has become a meme.
And now I hear that shit, and there's so much, like, so many lines that fucking hit, and now I just think, damn, this has been meme to fuck,
I
man.
know.
Who
It's
came
so
up, who came up
annoying.
with the
Yeah.
cave? Is it Diogenes? The cave? No, who did the cave?
What's the cave?
The one where fucking lightning where you like you're in the cave and you hold up the silhouette and it projects onto the back of the cave. It's like one of the.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I forgot the name.
I don't know. Diogenes, he was basically like the original troll.
That's right. Oh yeah, the guy was like, but what if this?
Yeah. Like, like, there's a few stories I remember. Like, I think, like, it's so weird that all of these like philosophers just lived in the same time. So Plato, I believe, was like they were trying to define man.
Yeah.
And Plato was like, I think man is a featherless biped. And fucking Diogenes rocks up to one of his lectures, plucks a chicken, plops it on the fucking desk and was like, behold, man. And Plato retracted that statement afterwards. And I was just like,
The backpedal of the century.
We used to have good discussions.
yeah, I know, right?
The OG ratio.
Yeah, the OG ratio. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah. Even if you're not into philosophy, like this changed my mind on everything.
I think every man is born counting. It's counting down from the moment you're born. And it is this
when you get into
the predetermined time in your life when you get into philosophy. Everyone's count is different, but it happens to every man.
Well, it goes back to, like you said, it's the man counted for reading about the Roman Empire.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the Greek Empire.
Yeah.
You know, that's...
To me, it all came at once with this book.
I think when you live your life a bit more, you come to respect what has come before you.
Oh,
I think that's
totally.
just a natural
Yeah.
part of just living life.
100%.
Yeah. This episode is sponsored by Shopify. Boys, I'm broke.
I know.
Damn.
How do I make money?
Maybe start selling merch or something. But
Some kind of e-commerce.
yeah, maybe
platform.
That sounds like hard. How do I even get started? Where do I even go to for that?
Thankfully, God, there's Shopify.
Shopify, thank you.
Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US. From household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started like Nonsense. Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand style. And accelerate your content creation because Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. And get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. Easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify.
So, boys, what are you waiting for? Stop the dilly-dally and turn those big dreams into big money. And give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/trash. Go to shopify.com/trash. That's shopify.com/trash.
Back to the episode.
Speaking of life, fantasy life.
Yeah,
What is
fantasy life. So I was thinking about like, all right, I need to put like a video game in this 3x3, but I thought about it, I'm like, man, compared to like the previous years, I haven't really played a whole
Fake
lot of
gamer.
games. Like,
Fake gamer.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I played like Dragon Quest 3 and 1 remake. I finished those. Those were great. But I think when I thought about what's the game I put the most amount of hours into this year, it was Fantasy Life.
The
So
fuck
what
is
is Fantasy
fantasy?
Life?
Okay, so have you heard this game?
No.
Okay, so this is a game that I think Aki found because she thought it was going to be some kind of like cozy, you know, like Stardew Valley-esque type of like farming simulator type of game, which in an aspect it is.
Yeah.
But this is a game where it's really hard to explain. So it's all about, it's really a isekai story of this kid who gets transported into this like fantasy world and he needs to find a way to get back and also like stop the, you know, the great being that's like trying to destroy the world or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's really confusing because the game throws so much shit at you that you're like, you get like 5-10 hours into this game and you're like, what is this game
still haven't
trying to be?
I thought the ratings are amazing though.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazingly fun. Like, if you love like cozy JRPGs, this is like the best game to play.
Yeah.
I put like 100 hours into it.
Damn.
What do you do in it?
So what do? You can literally do so it starts off, it's like, imagine if you took the job building aspect of RuneScape with the village creation element of like Stardew Valley, but also like the dungeon crawling aspect of any like procedurally generated dungeon, and also an open world like Breath of the Wild.
Oh wow.
It's like this team went, all right, name your top 5 favorite games, and was like, okay,
Yeah.
we'll do all 5 of those at the same
It
time.
does look cozy.
Yeah.
It's super cozy and super fun, and there's like multiplayer in this as well, so it's good fun. Yeah, while we were in LA, because I was in America for like what 3.5 weeks after Anime Expo.
Yeah.
Dude, for like 2 weeks straight, I just played this game. I just like chilled on the couch. I was like, I'm not gonna do any work. I'm just gonna chill and play this cozy ass game, and I ended up sinking 100 hours into it. Yeah, there's also like you can get like skills and shit as well, and there's like dungeon crawling. I genuinely don't know how to describe this game, but it is. If you love cozy JRPGs, this is like the game to play.
It looks visually quite fun.
Yeah. It's visually super simple. Really good fun. Of course, there's fishing and stuff.
I mean, it's not a JRPG without fishing.
Of course, yeah.
Yep.
And again, I like the whole aspect of like, it's almost like the RuneScape job building. So you can go out and like fight monsters, but you can also like build your fishing level or build your like tree cutting level or your like or your mining level or you know stuff like that. Yeah, it's just a really simple, fun game that I've sunk way too many hours into. So yeah, there you go.
okay.
That's
It looks fun.
yeah, it's fun.
it actually looks, and it's multiplayer as well.
Yeah, you can do multiplayer in the open world segment. Oh yeah, and then the straight up like Breath of the Wild style like
What the fuck is
the
this?
not?
shrines
Why
and
not?
shit
Yeah.
as well. Because why not?
Is there farming in this?
Yeah, there is farming in this.
Okay.
Again, it's like RuneScape, Stardew Valley, Breath of the
Is
Wild,
there-
dungeon crawling.
Is there romance in this?
Yes, there is romance in this.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I gotta.
Because you can.
It looks like a great couch game.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
great couch game. Super fun, chill. If you just want to like chill for like a couple of
I
hours,
gotta
on the
recommend
couch
this
and
to
just play
Sydney
it.
then.
Oh
This
yeah,
is-
yes.
this is-
Oh dude, Sydney
This
would love.
looks like
this
such
game.
a Sydney game.
Yeah, Sydney would love this
Yeah.
game. Absolutely.
Looks cool.
So yeah, there you go. That was
I'll have to
the
check this one out.
one game that I put on my
Alright, that looks fun, man. You're a gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a gamer.
Bakaru. Cool.
Oh, Gannibaru.
Or Gannibaru?
Yeah.
Oh,
Gannibaru.
or is it the
Yeah.
way around?
Yeah, right to left. So this is the one manga choice that I put in.
Mm-hmm.
So my hairdresser actually recommended this manga to me. This is like a 13 or 14 volume kind of like horror thriller
Yeah, it looks
novel.
good. Yeah, it looks
Not
cool.
novel,
Yeah, I
manga
love the art
series.
style.
Yeah, the art is
Killing
amazing. So
spree.
basically, the premise is there's like this police officer who moves into this countryside with his family to kind of get away from the city,
An
and
enemy
he's the
has been
only like
slain.
kind of police officer in this tiny little village in the mountains. And as he's trying to like assimilate to the village life and to like get to know all the villagers and stuff like that,
Yeah.
he notices they're like a little bit weird and they're like a little like the vibe is off. Basically, he's like something's up with this village, and there are these rumors floating around from people outside of the village that this particular village has a cult family that is said to eat humans. And he's like, well, as a man of the law, I can't let that slide. And also, I have a kid and wife I need to take care of as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not letting them get eaten.
course.
So he goes out and investigates, and it's just this fucking roller coaster ride of this guy just trying to basically put a stop to this like cult family. And the art was really captivating for me, and also just there are so many story beats where you're just like, oh shit, I don't know what's gonna happen anymore. It's one of those thriller horrors where it's just like you think you know where the story is going, and
Yeah.
then they just throw something and they're like,
Yeah.
actually nope. It's nothing like that now. So completely, you have to completely change your perspective.
Yeah.
And what's also cool is that when I reread it, it's one of those manga where the hints were very obvious from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's just that because
Yeah.
you didn't, because you didn't have the knowledge of what was happening.
That's the
you
best
will-
kind of,
It's
like-
the best
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then you can rewatch it and you're like, oh.
Yeah, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, yeah, that
Upside
was
down.
so fucking obvious, kind of deal.
Who's the author?
I don't know this author actually. I feel like they're only known for this. There was also a live action as well of this. Ninomiya Masaaki.
It was live action.
Yeah, there was also a live action TV series of this, a Japanese one, that my hairdresser originally recommended me to watch. But he was like,
22.
but he was like, you should probably read the manga first before
Right.
watching it. And I watched this live action as well, and it was very good for a manga-based live action in Japan. This was very, very good.
I don't always have faith in Japanese live action.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you know what? Yeah, 7.4 is good. That's
very, very good.
Yeah, I got a bunch of my friends into this one as well. It was very, very good. So that was definitely my manga pick of the year for sure.
I will
Next one. Oh, that's Hans Zimmer.
The goat.
The goat. So Aki and I went to go see Hans Zimmer live.
Oh shit! No fucking way.
Easily the most expensive concert ticket I've ever paid for, but fuck me, man.
Was it like?
Oh,
Wait, how much was the concert?
so we were in this. It was this giant stadium. I think
Yeah.
it was it Tokyo Big Sight or one of the big ones. And we were right in the middle on the ground. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's all seated, but we were right in the middle on the ground, like band is right there, kind of deal. I think I paid $500.
Jeez, but I mean,
But
Was this in America?
no, in Japan.
It was in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I saw the ticket prices, I was like, oh my god, that is. But then again, I thought to myself, I'm like, when am I ever gonna see Hans Zimmer?
That's crazy. Though.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he came to Japan.
Yeah.
Or did concerts. but,
Yeah. So him and his band came, and
Yeah.
it was like a 2.5-hour concert, and they just did all of the Hans Zimmer soundtracks. And it was, oh my god, when they did the Gladiator soundtrack, dude, bawling. I was crying because they also got the original singer that does like the vocal
Yeah.
tracks and stuff like that. They did Pirates of the Caribbean, they did Inception.
He did Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
God.
he's done everything.
He's done everything.
He's done
dude.
all the goated ones.
They did Lion King. They did just like all of the Dune as well. Oh my god, Dune live was
Dune.
crazy. They opened up with that shit, and I was just like, oh my fucking god.
I would love to hear the Dune one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was all done live, and it was so cool as well because it's like Hans was like in the middle.
Right.
The entire time he was like playing guitar, playing all these instruments, and he was just conducting the entire thing, but also playing it.
Yeah.
But it was just so cool because it's like you're watching him play, and he clearly loves this shit so fucking much. Like
Right.
the entire 2.5 hours, his face literally looked like that. It was just smile on his face, like looking back at his band, and it's just being like, yeah, I know I'm killing this shit. And also he's so fucking funny on stage.
Oh really?
Like between each like set of tracks, so they split it up into like each movie.
Mm-hmm.
So they would play like Dune, and then do a couple of tracks from the Dune soundtrack, and then Hans would kind of talk to the crowd a little bit and like introduce like the next thing and stuff like that. Man's got jokes. He loves just fucking throwing around jokes.
He's the guy.
He's so funny. And he clearly loves like his band members so much and just all the music he made. I remember one of the soundtracks he did. I forgot what the name of the movie was because I had to look it up afterwards. It was a soundtrack that Hans Zimmer did back in like I think during the COVID times or something of like some superhero movie that was incredibly poorly received. It was like Red Spirit.
Oh, is that the Black Widow movie?
Yeah, the Black Widow movie.
He did that?
Yeah, and when he he was, I remember he was just like, okay, so this next set of tracks is from a movie I'm not going to name because it's a terrible movie. It's like, but you
proceeds to do the soundtrack.
yeah, and he's like, but I think the soundtrack is amazing. But the movie is terrible. Enjoy. And I remember everyone in the crowd was like, what the fuck movie are they talking about? So we had to look it up. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But that was, I mean, I went to a lot of concerts this year, but
Yeah.
that one, that was my favorite.
What was the best soundtrack to hear live?
Oh, for me, it was a tie between Dune and Gladiator.
Oh, Gladiator was so good.
I think the Gladiator soundtrack might honestly be my favorite Hans Zimmer soundtrack.
I just have core memories of all the shots when they do like the flashback in the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With his dead wife. And just that music was blasting.
Oh yeah.
Oh, with the woman singing?
Yeah.
Dude. When they
with the woman singing one, it's
Yeah.
like that's like the most iconic "My wife is dead" flashback
Yeah.
song. You know what I mean? Because it's either like in a field or they're under the bed sheets. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
Like the fucking sheets are like, you know what I mean? It's like peak "My wife is dead" flashback.
Yeah. Oh, dude, when that song started coming on, bro, I started crying. It was fucking beautiful. And
Okay.
and it was really cool as well because the entire time behind the band, there was this like ultra wide LED background, and they were just playing scenes from the movie as well
Oh.
behind it, and just it was,
So you know what it's
Yeah.
yeah, so you know where the song is from. And
Where
also,
was the venue?
I forget where it was. It was somewhere in Tokyo. It was one of the big. Was it Zep? I don't remember exactly where it was, but it was probably like a 10,000 cap
Right.
venue.
So
Like,
it was a big venue.
It was a big venue, yeah. And yeah, that was out of all the bands I went to go see, that was easily the best concert. I would honestly say might honestly be one of the best concerts I've really been to.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I would love to hear Hans Zimmer live.
Yeah.
On some of the tracks.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny that I remember we talked about in Trash Days, but he like roasts people on that.
Oh really?
He's like really, he like gives criticism of those like soundtracks, and he's fucking brutal.
I mean, look, I think if anyone has the right to be critical about the soundtracks, it's him.
Yeah, I mean,
He's kind of the goat.
it's like messy that you're about to.
Yeah. it's like-
Well, yeah.
well,
I'm sorry, buddy.
it's messy, so you know.
Yeah.
He is the guy.
He's the goat.
Like, I'm sorry. He was rude about it, but he's the guy.
Totally.
So what's the middle one?
You know, just casually getting engaged. Also, I also included in this though, because you know, I did
Going
a lot
to
of
Madagascar as
yeah,
well.
I did a lot of
Yeah.
traveling this year to like different parts of Japan, different countries. But that Madagascar trip,
Memorable trip, Joey?
oh, incredibly. I mean, honestly, even without the engagement, it might honestly be my favorite trip I took this year or within the last couple of years.
okay.
What is one country you boys want to go to this coming year?
This coming year,
Yeah. One that's like you're like
Ooh.
I've been putting it off for one reason or another, but I want to go. We should hold each other accountable.
America.
Fuck no. Fuck off. We live in America, basically.
I've always said right now, the top of my bucket list is Iceland.
Okay. we do, okay.
But I'm probably going to end up going for like my honeymoon to Iceland.
I do have somewhere on my bucket
You
list.
don't want to say it?
but I don't want to say it.
Right, yeah.
Uh,
I mean, another one
Okay,
on my bucket list
okay.
is Malaysia, but I'm going next
Yeah,
month.
Yeah.
we all got to go.
yeah.
We got to do this now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We're gonna do it.
We
it's
will.
going to happen.
Yeah.
So you go to Iceland, you go to your place, I'll go to
And you got to go
Where's
somewhere,
your
and you got to
place?
go somewhere that's not America.
Philippines.
You go to the Philippines?
Let's just run it.
Yeah, dude, why not?
I feel like, why not, man? Let's just run it.
Did you just pick a random country, or
Well,
is there a
one of the
legitimate
Southeast
reason?
Asia,
One of Southeast Asia.
Mm.
They deserve it.
Yeah.
Certainly
They deserve my
They
presence.
deserve me. They deserve me. No, it's overdue. I feel like I gotta hype them up. I
Yeah.
gotta go there and I gotta feel like I gotta know how fucking heat it is. I gotta know. I want to try the food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It's just overdue that I gotta start hyping it up.
Yeah.
So
mean,
I need to go there, be like, yeah, Philippines changed my life, and then I'll come on the pod and talk about it.
Absolutely. You have to. So if you don't do that next year, what can we do?
If we don't go to the country we were thinking of, we could donate $1,000 to charity.
Easy.
I mean, sure.
So if you don't do it,
The thing is, I don't know if I'm gonna, because the thing is, we're eventually.
$1,000 charity, Jerry. It's
Well,
fine.
okay, let me change my answer then, because Iceland is going to be after my wedding,
Okay.
which is probably the year after.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Next year. Okay, let me change my answer then. Next year
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't be somewhere we've already been.
can't be somewhere I've already been. Oh man, that's kind of tough actually, because I definitely want to go to like say,
You've been in New Zealand?
yeah, when I was
I'm gonna
like.
pick for you.
Honestly, I
I-
do actually want to go back to New Zealand because the first time I went, I was like 3 years old. I
also
don't
Yeah.
wanna go
remember it.
to- Yeah, I also want to go. to New Zealand.
Yeah. So New Zealand definitely for sure. I want to go back to. I also want to go back. I also want to like visit like Hungary and stuff like that because you know I have like
Oh.
family who live there and
Yeah.
stuff.
Hungary's good.
Just watched this YouTube video of this guy cycling from UK to China.
Yeah.
And I was like, this looks
That's
ridiculous. But when he was like cycling through like Uzbekistan, I was like,
Yeah.
just kind of want to check it out.
Yeah.
Like it looks crazy. He's just cycling through a desert for like 10 days. But I was
Actually, I'd like to go to China as well. I've never been to China.
China's cool.
yeah, I want to go to
Yeah.
China too.
Yeah, China.
I feel it's a waste to not go considering it's right
China's
there.
cool now. It's in.
It's
It's in now. China's in right
It's-
now.
I would say that
China's cool right now.
I would say that other countries are shooting themselves in the foot. So
China, by virtue of just being China, is like,
Chi-
all right, come
Yeah.
check it out.
yeah. It's like it's the Valve effect, you know,
Yeah.
where you know when
Well,
all
everyone
your
else, yeah.
competitors just shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
you know, you
so I
just
guess we're the best now.
you win by doing nothing.
Win by default.
Yeah.
Next up is Exit 8. Which
Exit
you did
8.
speak about in a
I
recent
did
episode,
talk about in
but
a
Do you want to
recent-
briefly mention why it's on the list?
Sure. I was thinking about like what movies, well, like what were some of my favorite movies I watched this year, and I realized that I didn't actually watch a whole lot of like new movies this year.
Yeah.
I kind of rewatched a lot of like old favorites that I used to have, or you know, because there's been a lot of like re-screenings of old movies in cinemas that I've seen a lot of. Like I went to go see, you know, the 4K reinterpretation of, or not reinterpretation, but rescreening of Princess Mononoke in IMAX.
Oh, I saw that as well.
Yeah, which was amazing.
Bro, it was so fucking good, man.
So fucking. I was like, I'm so glad that, because like that was one of the first Ghibli films I watched as a kid on my fucking VHS that I probably watched at least 50 times growing up. So it was finally cool to actually see it on the big screen.
Yeah.
And it was. It just reaffirmed to me that it is the best Ghibli film ever made, like no question. But out of the new movies I watched, I would probably say Exit 8 was it was the most surprisingly.
They didn't think it was going to be good.
I didn't think it was going to be good, just because I've played the game and I'm like, there's no story to this game. How the fuck are they going to make a 90-minute movie out of this? Shockingly good. I would definitely rewatch that movie for sure.
All right.
Yeah. And then I guess I can also, in that also same vein, I can talk about Takopi.
Going back to Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
Have you only seen it in Japanese?
Yes.
Okay, so you haven't seen the dub.
I haven't seen the dub. No.
Okay.
Should I?
Huh?
Should I?
I mean, the dub is fucking like it's a Ghibli
I've heard it's
film,
good.
so it's all like it's a Disney it's a Disney dub basically.
Okay.
So basically, you can never really go wrong with the Ghibli dubs anyway. Same thing with all the other Ghibli movies, like Howl's Moving Castle has like Christian Bale in it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I love Howl's.
I was like, am I crazy? Because the girl at the beginning that gives her charm to like Ashitaka.
Oh, his sister.
Is it?
I think it's his sister.
Is it his sister?
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie, by the way.
Huh?
You've never
I've
seen
never
Princess
seen it,
Mononoke?
no.
You've never seen Princess Mononoke?
I've not watched many Ghibli films.
Okay, if you have to watch any Ghibli film, it's this one.
Yeah, this one seems like the next one that I really want to watch because I really liked Castle in the Sky. I really fucked with.
Yeah.
Well,
Moving Castle.
I believe this was the one after Castle in the Sky, if I'm not mistaken.
I watched Valley of the Wind. I think I watched Nazca. Yeah, I think I watched Nazca.
Yeah,
Yeah, Nazca's up there as well.
I think I watched that one too. And The Boy and the Heron I liked a lot too. Growing on me.
Yeah. I don't know if it was like a sub thing when I watched the Princess Mononoke in like Japanese theaters, but I was like, I think it implied that that girl was his betrothed or something like that. And I was like, wait, I don't think it was like that in the dub, was it? Hey, yo, did they change it to a sister, or was that like a mix up in the subtitles?
Yeah. So here's the thing, right? So like when I went to go watch it at IMAX, it had been at least a good 5-10 years maybe since the last time I watched it.
Yeah.
And the story is set in the Nara period, which is what, the 1200s of Japan. So the language that they use is very old.
Right.
And if you're not paying attention, or you're not, if you don't understand, there is a lot of terminology that they use that is just old Japanese that people don't say anymore. So, but at the same time, it's also very, Kaya, right? Yeah, that's the sister. Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, it's. You know what? Never mind. There you go.
And they did change it. The original sub version of the film, Kaya is not actually Ashitaka's sister, but his bride to be. I thought I was like tweaking out when I saw that in cinema.
I thought it was a sister.
No, because they changed it to his sister in the dub.
Oh.
Yo, Disney were like, yeah, it's a sister.
Well,
it's a sister.
that's like really famous like film lore that he was getting fucking pissed off with them changing his movie.
Oh yeah.
You got like you sent the famous thing is sending the sword with katana being like no cuts.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Disney did Disney 5.
Oh well, there you go.
Pronto, ufficio soluzioni esagerate.
Salve, sono Mimmo Ruota, gommista. Chiamo perché le tasse mi lasciano a terra. Il bilancio di fine anno è vicino e il carico fiscale è esagerato.
Alleggeriscilo con i buoni pasto Ticket Restaurant Edenred. Deducibili sia per aziende che partite IVA. Sono semplici da attivare e li usi in tutta Italia, anche per la spesa e il food delivery. Vai su ticketrestaurant.it.
I didn't even point that out or figure that out. Because I feel like, again, it's like, for me, Princess Mononoke is really good because I can watch it multiple times because, again, the language is so old that if you don't really pay attention to it or you don't read it in the Japanese subtitles, you can miss out on a lot of nuance and you can miss out on a lot of like the finer details of the conversations that are happening. Because I remember, even though I was like, what, 5 or 6 years old when I first watched this movie, I didn't understand what the fuck they were saying.
Yeah.
Because I was like 5. I just enjoyed the movie for what it was, because you can still enjoy the movie visually speaking. It is a visual marvel considering
Oh, it
it's
100% is.
considering it's almost a fucking 30-year-old movie.
Yeah.
These films have aged
But
extremely well.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, but like just I remember just like some of those scenes on the big screen in IMAX. I was just like, wow, this is a painting.
Good animation just doesn't age, man.
Oh,
you know?
dude, 100%. And the story is so good too.
Yeah.
And the voice acting as well. Was that the first time you watched it in Japanese?
Yes, it was.
How was it compared to the dub?
I mean, it was great as
Yeah.
well. I mean, both. Princess Mononoke was the first anime movie I ever watched.
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know like you're not really a huge fan of like Ghibli.
I'm not
yet.
a huge fan of Ghibli.
Yeah.
Like you know, some people they fucking love Ghibli. I'm like, they're good films. And it's just you know, a lot of them just aren't really like to my taste. I would say, but you know, they are a marvel of filmmaking technically and critically. And I remember being shown Princess Mononoke by my cousin when I was like 7 or something, and it was just like the first anime film I'd ever watched.
Yeah.
Shame it never played on British TV. Was it aired ever on Australian TV? It was never, I don't think it was
No,
ever aired
I
on
mean
No.
my only exposure to it was my grandma sending me
one
the
to show you,
VHS of it
Yeah.
from Japan. Yeah.
I think I feel that's how you come across it, right? If someone just gave you the VHS. But I remember I saw a post about Christian Bale where they were like, "What one of your movies would you show your kid?" And he said,
Oh yeah.
and everyone was like, "We didn't say Batman. What the fuck?" It's like,
Damn, no American Psycho. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
I wonder if he hates that character to an extent.
I'm sure he does now.
Yeah,
I think
probably.
I think he's like talked about this before.
Oh, has he?
Where he was just like, you know, I believe he had like an interview where he talked about the main character of American Psycho, and I think this was even before the modern internet movement, maybe, but he met like, you know, business people in
Fanboys,
fucking, you know, New York, you know,
I loved
like
him.
pure stockbrokers. They were like, yo, I fucking love that character, man. And you're like, you like the,
You like the guy.
you like the writing of the character, right? And he kind of like realized, oh no, they actually just like the character, even though he
just like me for real. I'm like, do you want that though?
That's actually like that's fucking terrifying. you
Yeah.
know? Just-
I think my favorite thing about Princess Mononoke as well, it's such a small thing, but like the voice actor for Moro,
yeah.
the Japanese voice actor for Moro, Miwa Akihiko, is just like, because he also played the witch, you know, the fat witch in Howl as well. His voice acting is just like on another fucking level. He's so scarily good at the characters that he plays. And I remember just like watching it on the big screen, I'm like, oh my god, I am terrified all over again.
Yeah.
Like I was when I was 5 years old. But yeah, anyway, Exit 8, great movie.
Yeah.
Go check
I
that out.
Watch it.
What's next?
I guess I can talk about Takopi as well.
Yeah.
Because we've obviously talked about
Let's go
this
back.
to death
Let's go
already.
back to.
Well, we haven't finished talking about Takeru on the pod. We reacted to the first chapter.
Yeah,
Did you finish it?
I did finish it, yeah.
How was it?
I haven't finished it yet.
Oh, you haven't finished it yet?
No.
I think 6 episodes.
Yeah.
I know. It's probably going to be on my best of anime list. So when I know something's going to be on that list, I normally wait till the end of the year to watch it, so it's like fresh in my mind when I write about it. But after I watched the first 2 episodes, I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be on the list.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I made a whole video on it as well, and just I think it's one of the best, probably of a long time.
Well,
that I've
outside
seen
of
personally.
Takopi, which we've already talked about, this is the year that I would say, as a mate, I'm like, damn, Joey's watching anime again. And I think it started with Takopi, if I remember correctly.
It did start with Takopi, yeah, because I've loved that manga. I just love all of Tizen 5 stuff from the manga, and Takopi was certainly up there. So when I saw that they were going to make an anime of it, I was like, all right, I gotta come out of retirement for this one.
Yeah.
Boys. And I watched it, and it couldn't have been any better. Like this was one of the most perfect. Like, you know, so many people like glaze this show of this year, but I think rightfully so. Like, it is just in terms of directing, and obviously the writing is great because it's Tizen 5. But I think the thing that impressed me the most about this is that even though if you've read the manga, you'll know that for the most part, it is a very quiet show where technically, like, there's some big points that happen throughout the story, but other than that, not a whole lot of like quote unquote exciting things happen. And yet they somehow managed to turn some of those very quiet scenes into just some of the most unnerving moments I've seen in an anime in a long time.
Yeah.
Just like whoever was responsible for directing the anime knew exactly what they were doing when it comes to like building suspense and like holding tension in scenes, because that's the whole reason why the manga was so powerful when it came out as well. And the animation and like cinematography in it is just on another level. And I just, as a big like horror and like thriller anime advocate, I wish more shows did like horror in anime like they did in Takopi. Because there's just too many. I feel like the horror genre in anime especially has just gotten such a sour taste to it, because just a lot of the adaptations have just been not that great, because either the director doesn't quite understand how to turn that tension into movement, or show it on the screen and stuff like that. But the Takopi team fucking knocked it out of the
I
park.
think they just use these perspective really well.
Yeah.
I think it's a hard thing to sometimes show or write the story from multiple characters' perspectives. But I think it is a really good way of blending them
Enemy
and
killing spree.
allowing you to kind of question everything
Yeah, totally.
in a really solid way.
Yeah. So that was easily the best anime I watched this year. So I had to include that.
Overall, solid year for anime.
Solid year.
Yeah.
The one at the bottom there, best buds.
Yes.
I just included that just because I had nothing else to put in.
Joey made another YouTube channel.
I made another YouTube channel.
What you talking about? What? You were like, can't monetize your hobbies. You make another hobby and monetize it. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, we've made a whopping $30 so far. We're fucking killing it.
still,
We're
still.
rolling
Hey,
in,
I'm just
boys.
saying. I'm just saying.
So yeah, this is just like a Alex, who is our content producer for Trash Taste. Him and I were like, we miss old Let's Plays. Let's make a Let's Play channel where we just fucking dick around and just like have fun together. So we started that while I was in America back in June. And almost at 10k subs. So yeah,
Nice.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's just like a great outlet for me and Alex to just like hang out, because he's in America.
Yeah.
And we don't really get to talk all that often. And I love talking to him. He's my boy. So yeah, we was just like, fuck it. Let's just like bring back old like 2010s energy Let's Plays.
Yo, Game Grumps.
Yeah, legit. We love Game Grumps so much that we made our own Game Grumps.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there as a shout out. Go subscribe if you want. And then the bottom left one, this is a novel series called Himeden, or the Densetsu series by Nishio Ishin. Nishio Ishin, for those of you who don't know, made the Monogatari series, Katanagatari, Medaka Box. He's made so many like iconic anime and manga series.
Yep.
But he's originally an author. And this is one of those series where it got no adaptation. No manga, no anime. It's just a novel series. And I wanted to kind of go through, because I love, everything that he's written so far. I just wanted to go through the rest of his catalog. And I stumbled across this Densetsu series. It's like 10 novels. And I'm like through the 4th one right now. And it's fucking wild. Like it is so Nishio Ishin. The only way I can describe this show is it's so hard to describe a Nishio Ishin story without it sounding like a fever dream. But essentially, the main character. So the novel starts off with a third of the entire world's population dies overnight because the Earth let out a giant scream.
Okay.
And it's this scream that like nobody heard, but everybody felt, and it killed a third of the population. And our main character, he's like, the book starts off where he's kind of talking to his like therapist, and he's talking about like coming to terms with the fact that a third of the world has died, and he's done, and he can't do anything about it. And then he gets recruited by this organization, which is an organization that was created to basically fight against the Earth. So it's this weird like kind of parody on the superhero magical girl genre, where humans go up against the Earth and try to destroy the Earth before the Earth kills everybody.
Right.
And obviously it's Nishio Ishin, so like the characters are fucking crazy. The main character is crazy. Yeah, the writing is bonkers. And there's just so much like fun, like kind of what's the word? Like dissections and like kind of parodifying magical girl genre and the superhero genre and the thriller genre and stuff like that in ways where it's just like, I've been reading through this thing and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is happening in this book, but I just can't stop reading it because it's just so fun. Yeah, I would say out of all of the Nishio stories I've read, this might be one of his most fucking bonkers story that he's ever written. And I can see why this didn't get an adaptation.
Yeah.
Because I just can't imagine this being adapted and it making sense for anybody.
Maybe there's a way you could tell the story. Or it
Maybe,
makes sense,
you know,
I'm
I
sure
mean-
there's always, everyone always says things aren't adaptable, but
Yeah, maybe one day we'll get it, but it was one of I would say this is probably his like maybe I don't want to say his toughest read, but I mean each of the books are like 700 pages long, and there's 10 of them, so they not only take a long time to go through because Nishio Ishin loves to do this thing where he pages and pages he goes off about one thing that at the end of it doesn't fucking matter to the story.
that's fun though. It's about the journey, not the destination.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just really cool as well because like there are so many moments where like, for example, in like I don't want to give too much away, but like say for example in the second book, the main character meets this group of 5 magical girls, who literally are just magical girls. And the first book, there is no hint towards these magical girls coming out.
Yeah.
In the second
They
book,
just rock up.
so the second book opens up where he gets notified that the entirety of Kyushu, like all the people who live on Kyushu, disappeared overnight. And so he's sent into Kyushu to figure out what the hell happened. And so when he gets there, the first thing he encounters is this magical girl who's just standing in the middle of a field who tries to kill him for no reason. And there are just these moments where like there would be like chapters of Nishio Ishin describing this magical girl, giving her a name, giving her a personality, giving her pages and pages and pages of her interacting with the main character.
Yeah.
Only for then it to end with her head exploding for no reason. And there are just so many moments like that where you're just like, wait, so you're telling me I sat through 150 pages of you describing this character thinking that, you know, maybe they're going to be like friends with the main character or something, or, you know, like be a pivotal part of the story, and they just suddenly die.
Maybe he writes it all and he's like, eh.
Yeah, man. I have a feeling he starts writing a character and he's like, I don't like her. Kill her off.
This is what we call vibe writing. You know?
It is vibe writing. He's definitely
Some of the best writers vibe writers.
he's definitely vibe coding with this.
No, it's the writing version of vibe coding.
Yeah, no,
Like,
legit.
yes.
So I've been loving this novel series so far. Like
How many entries are there?
so there's 10 entries.
Oh, wow.
And I'm through book 4 right now.
Yeah.
So that's like what? I've read through almost 2,000 pages so far of this novel.
Yeah.
So it's been great to like keep my Japanese up to shape. But yeah, easily one of the most bonkers stories I've read.
Yeah.
I have no idea if there's an English translation for this. I've just been reading on my Kindle in Japanese, but yeah, it's been a lot of fun reading through this. If there is an English adaptation and you like Monogatari series or Katanagatari, any of Nishio Ishin's stuff,
Yeah.
I would highly recommend this one. And there you go. That was my 3x3.
Awesome. Wow.
Seems like a varied list of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, because other than all of these, I was just chilling this year.
We were working a lot. We worked a lot.
Yeah, we worked a lot.
We were working a lot.
Working going on.
Yeah.
So these were the ones I could scrape out. So there you go.
Fair enough.
All right. Wow. That was.
All right,
that
who
was
wants to go
your
next?
You want to go next or shall I go next?
This is-
Okay, all right, fine. All right, I
Okay,
guess
what-
it's me.
that's you.
My list, as you can see,
Wow. This is
mostly video game.
This is Connor's Twitch channel.
Yeah,
2025.
So just to reason why this is so many video games.
He's a
Yes.
gamer.
I have played. I counted. I've played 150 games
Holy shit.
on stream.
Wow.
I played games off stream too.
Holy fuck.
I am a gamer through
are
and
a
through.
gamer.
Damn, you locked into being a gamer this year, huh?
This year, I went so incredibly hard on video games. It is even when I look back at the games I've played this year, I'm like, wow, I played a lot of fucking classics.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why this year in particular was such a
Because you
game
didn't
heavy
play
year?
this many games last year, did you?
Yeah.
No, I think this year last year I kind of really enjoyed playing a lot of longer games, and
Yeah.
this year I just really wanted to play a bunch of video games.
Yeah.
I found myself just really appreciating the medium of gaming and getting really into it. Really, like this,
Hell yeah.
I've had so much fun with playing video games. So
Yep.
that's why there's a lot of games here. But also, there was a lot more that I could put on here. I
Yeah.
had to really be very selective here with the games that I chose.
Yeah.
And only 3 of the games on this list are from this year.
Mm-hmm.
But they're very good games.
Yes.
And I had to put one music, so I was like, fuck it, I'll put one music.
One.
I didn't put any music this week.
Yeah, Joey did.
You did with Hans Zimmer.
Oh yeah, okay, technically, yeah.
I felt like I should put some music, and at least this is a way to talk about Orb at least.
Yeah.
So let me go through the 9 that I chose.
Yeah.
First one is Sakana Action, Japanese band, did the opening for Orb. Been listening to them quite a lot this year.
Oh,
Probably
shit.
the artist that I've listened to maybe the most this year.
Right.
Not Tame Impala. Expedition 33, Final Fantasy Tactics, Evilist Chronicles, F1, the movie, the documentary, and the sport in general.
Yep.
In the middle is Metal Gear Solid.
Yep.
Dispatch is the 6th one.
Ooh.
Adolescence, probably my favorite TV show this year. Soma, and then One Battle After Another is probably my favorite film I've watched this year. But again, that was really hard to decide. I'll go through, because I wanted to at least have one TV, one movie, and one music.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it could have been 9 games.
Yeah.
Because that is genuinely the thing I've done most this year.
Right,
I
right.
have the most feelings about.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we can start with Second Action. Yeah, basically, Orb was so good. And the opening.
I love it when you discover an artist through like an anime opening.
Dude,
And
Second
the
Action
opening
so
was
good.
so good.
Yeah.
And then I listened to Monster, or Kaiju, sorry. That's the name of the song, right? Kaiju? That was it? Kaiju?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I listened to that
30
song so
seconds
much
until
that
minions
eventually I was like,
spawn.
fuck it. Let's listen to the rest of them.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, bangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly
They're
bangers.
such a good
Yeah.
band, dude.
Have they done anything else outside of Orb?
I don't know if they've done any other anime. But they're a very, very popular band within Japan.
Yeah, they have been around for a long time.
Yeah, very
I think
well known.
Shin Takarajima was like the first like big hit. I think that's Second Action, right? Not too sure.
Oh, they've done a couple.
Okay, they've done
Oh,
a few.
okay. Let's see what else they've done.
Oh,
no,
no,
just
no, sorry,
Orb.
sorry,
just
sorry.
Just
just
done
Orb.
Orb.
Down.
Minions
What a
have
banger.
spawned.
Yeah.
One and done. That's all that needs to be done.
I'm surprised because they definitely struck me as a band that would be in a lot more anime.
Yeah. I mean,
know.
I wonder.
I'm not sure. I mean, Orb as an opening, it doesn't. It's a little. I think it's unique.
Yeah,
You know?
no, their sound is definitely unique. But
Yeah.
I feel like, especially in these past couple of years, I feel like anime openings aren't just like your generic like J-pop songs anymore. Like they're definitely kind of, anime openings have always had artists and bands that are a little more on the unique side in terms of like sound and style.
Yeah.
And like Second Action, like I think perfectly fits that vibe for a lot of shows. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
And also Orb did the fucking amazing thing of not changing the opening halfway through.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
it's the iconic opening of Orb.
Yeah,
And
I personally think it's better to do that than to
I think
Yeah.
so too.
Yeah.
than to change it up.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like
Usually the first opening is the best for most
yeah,
shows
exactly.
anyway.
The amount of times you get to like the second opening and you're like, this definitely sounds like a second opening.
I like the Dun 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 second opening, but it feels like a second opening.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, totally.
Same thing with like Oshinoko as well.
Yeah,
I like the
yeah.
Oshinoko
Got
season 2,
as well.
but I'm just like,
it's fine.
it's-
Me when I'm the band who gets commissioned to go second. Oh,
It's like, I have to follow up that.
yeah.
Bruh, for real? Yeah, I mean, Orb was probably my favorite anime of this year, even though I know it technically started last year, but it went
Yeah,
into
it
this
finished
year.
this year.
It
Yeah.
was probably still my favorite anime of this year.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I love Takopi and I loved a lot of other animes that came out this year, but I didn't watch that many, to be honest. It was still, I think, and this song was so fucking good.
Yeah,
And got me into listening to this band, so I
Hell
appreciate
yeah.
Orb for doing that.
right on.
Yeah.
I guess which order should we go? Should we leave games till last?
Sure.
Sure.
Because
Okay.
I got a lot to talk about with games.
F1.
Okay.
F1 I've talked about on the pod a lot.
Yeah.
I won't bore you guys too much. I watched the F1 movie, which I really, really enjoyed. Thought it was, again, maybe one of my top 3 movies of this year. Didn't put it on here because I felt like this kind of encompasses it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Drive to Survive I got into, and through that started watching F1. And it was just like a really fun year for me to get into it. And
Yeah.
it's probably been my favorite sport thing that I've gotten into this year.
Yeah.
I feel like every year I dip my toes in another sport.
Yeah.
Kind of get a little bit into it, which is really nice because there's always just random events that pop up, and sometimes the sport you like, or you kind of got into, is like, oh, it's doing something. Okay, cool, I'll watch it. You know?
Yeah, the other day, a random F1 video finally popped up on my feed as
yeah.
well. But it definitely wasn't like the story-oriented F1 style stuff that you've been watching. It was one of those like, I forgot what the title of the video was, but it was something along the lines of like, 12 infamous F1 cases where the driver died in horrible ways or something.
I think someone hasn't died in a long time, but
Yeah.
that has happened.
Yeah, a lot of them were from like the 50s and 60s where like regulations
they were
weren't
fucking-
properly
yeah.
set up.
Yeah, even nowadays with how fast they go, and you're like, Jesus Christ, somebody's
Yeah.
crashing. You're like,
Yeah.
fuck me.
Yeah.
But it's been such a cool sport to get into. I hope my boy Lewis Hamilton can bring it back sometime and win.
Yeah.
But it's it's been a really fun sport to get into. And if you want to get into a new thing, I recommend watching Drive to Survive or just watch the F1 movie because it was so good.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie. And
I want to watch it.
it feels like an ad for the sport, but in the best way possible. It also feels like a love letter to the
Hell
sport.
yeah.
Yep.
Because it's such a beautifully shot film, and obviously all the actors are fantastic in it. It's the perfect package of what a banging sports movie is meant to be.
Yeah.
So highly recommend it. Man, Brad Pitt does a lot of the good sports films. And then I think probably my favorite TV show was probably Adolescence.
I haven't heard of this.
It was pretty popular when it came out.
Really?
you know about this
Maybe I just
show?
don't watch TV shows.
Yeah, I don't watch TV shows.
Did you hear about this show?
I feel like I did.
So, Adolescence is...
Is it Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix. It was a 4-episode series. And the notable thing about the show is it was all one shot.
Oh, wow.
So each episode is one camera, no cuts, and it moves around.
Right, right.
Which has some limitations, but it is so fucking good. And basically, I'll tell you the story. Oh, you can see it there. A 13-year-old is accused of murder by a classmate. His family, the therapist, and the detective are all in charge of left casting what really happened. Right. And so it kind of... It's all, very dramatic. The first episode is them kind of arresting this kid and all the initial reactions of the police, the family. And then the second episode is, kind of questioning further the school kids about what's going on. And then the third episode is where they kind of interrogate this kid.
Yeah.
And the whole episode is just interrogating this kid. And it's such a good episode. And this kid, it's his first time acting. And he did such an amazing job. But the best part was... Stephen Graham, I think that's his name, if you're British, you will have seen this guy a bunch. God, this guy.
Oh, okay, yes.
But yeah. He plays the dad, and he does such a fucking gut-wrenching performance. Probably one of my favorite performances, just full stop this year, of any actor. I've not been that hurt in a long time, and watching him. And also, I think maybe because it was set in the UK, but Stephen Graham's character is such a typical British man that watching him really kind of go through this from the lens that I feel like maybe even I see a lot of my dad in it.
Right.
So similar, because he's also, I think, also from Liverpool. My dad's from Liverpool. Yeah. So watching a character who feels so close to something in my life.
Yeah.
And seeing a man, because, I'm sure your dad as well, and all our dads to an extent, it's like watching someone go through something horrific and kind of watching a dad from that generation, if you can't cry, you can go through all this stuff.
Yeah.
Show emotion, having to kind of outwardly deal with his emotions and kind of go through it and deal with what's happening is a really horrific, really hard thing to watch.
Yeah.
But he does such an amazing job. And it was one of the shows that's really stuck with me this year.
Right.
And I really, really enjoyed it. 4 episodes, highly recommend watching it. They're about, I think, 40 minutes to an hour each an episode, but some of the best acting, really amazing, intentional camera work as well that really sucks you in. You feel like you can never look away.
Right.
Again, there's no cuts. It's just constantly following.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like watching this beautiful clockwork of all these actors, because again, the camera's moving. And you see everyone's moving around doing their thing, and all the actors to be where they need to be at the right time. And it feels like almost a stage play in real life.
Right.
You can see the last 2 episodes of the highest rated, which I feel like is unusual for a show that's like this. Normally these shows that kind of TV shows where they're limited run, something the first episode can be book.
Yes.
Kind of loses steam. But
Yes.
it's a show that honestly kind of reaches its apex in 3rd episode.
Okay.
But
Is the single camera shot? Would you say that
it adds to it a lot?
It adds to it.
It adds to it. A lot of the times, with 1912 or 19, what's that movie? 1917? 17?
I think it's 17.
1917. At times, I felt like the camera being one shot was limiting.
Yeah.
In a way that
Same thing with what's that other fucking film? That stage actor. Birdman or something.
Oh yeah, Birdman. It was Birdman.
Was it Birdman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can feel like limitation.
Yeah.
But I felt like because of what the scope of this was, which was basically, again, like one of the episodes is just in an interrogation room.
Yeah, yeah.
It never felt like it was a hindrance. And it added to a lot of the pacing of like, you know, trying to arrest this person, figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
It really added to like the tension of like everything's constantly simmering.
Okay.
And it worked really well. So I highly recommend if you didn't watch this, because it was like the most watched TV show when it came out.
Right.
If you didn't watch it for whatever reason, I still really think you should watch it. It's
Okay.
really amazing, really worth watching, and one of the most gut-wrenching performances.
Damn,
all
March.
year.
This came out in March.
Yeah, March.
Bro.
Please watch this. Like, this is genuinely, if I could tell you to watch any TV show this year, this is it.
Okay, okay.
Again, 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And you can watch one episode, come back to it a week later. Like,
Yeah.
but for me, I had to.
Did you
watch
binge
the
it?
episode. Yeah, I had to. I couldn't stop when I watched it.
Yeah. I mean, and it'd be so easy to binge too, because only
Yeah.
4 episodes.
Yeah, and it feels very British and very maybe Australian to an extent. You know, very. It's more of the kin to the style of, you know, when something is a bit explosive acting wise, it's explosive in the lens of British acting.
Uh-huh.
My personal preference.
Yeah.
I like the more grounded approach to acting.
Not over conflated. Like
Yeah, but it's about as dramatic as it can get. It's it's not being arrested for murder. Like it's
Yeah.
But again, a really amazing show. I don't think I ever talked about it on Trash Taste.
No, you didn't.
first
You
time I'm
haven't.
hearing
I
it.
think because I went straight into Cyclothon after watching. I think that's
Ah,
probably
okay,
why I
okay.
never ended up talking about
Right,
it.
right.
And the kid also, I think he won an Emmy for his acting.
Oh, sick.
And I think also Stephen Graham did too. I could be wrong. But it was Stephen Graham, again, best performance I watched all year.
All right.
Okay.
My favorite one.
Hell
So,
yeah.
All right, nice.
And then movies, honestly, there's a lot of great movies this year that I watched.
Yeah.
Honestly, the One Battle After Another was probably my favorite. I watched, because he's, it's Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, is that his name?
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah.
He was amazing in this movie. I really enjoyed it.
What's it about?
Wow. So, God. So the movie
2 hours, 50 minutes.
So the movie.
Oh, it's
God
Sean Penn.
damn.
Sean Penn. I will say, Sean Penn is the reason why this movie is so good.
Oh, dude,
Right.
I feel Sean Penn never misses.
He seems like a crazy person in real life and a little bit of an intense guy. Because I watched him in the Charlie Sheen doc.
Right.
And I swear at one point in this doc, he's doing coke on the table. He seems like an insane guy. I don't know if I'm like, it was a weird thing. Anyway, Sean Penn seems like a fucking crazy guy. But the movie opens up with them breaking immigrants out of an immigration center.
Right.
Okay.
So you can imagine maybe some of the discussion around this movie got a little
Right.
heated.
Yeah.
A lot, there's the people like, it's too woke. It's like they basically, like, the opening scene is they scout out this immigration camp where they're being held under like pretty like rough conditions, and then Leonardo DiCaprio and this other character, I forgot the name, I'm so sorry. They break them out of this immigration center.
Yeah.
And Sean Penn is the cop. And then one of the opening scenes where I was like, oh, this is not going to be a normal film, was I forgot what the name of the actress was.
Tiana Taylor?
Tiana Taylor.
She's like a Disney actor. Originally? If I'm not mistaken. Or like a Nick Kids actress originally.
So when they're breaking them out of this immigration camp, Sean Penn is like the main cop who's there stationed.
Yeah.
And she goes in this room and like makes him jerk off in front of her. What? And then you're like, okay, he wants revenge.
Yeah.
No, he really was turned on by this and like wants to hunt her down to like have sex with her. So it gets like really fucking weird.
Okay.
And so that's like the first 20 minutes, and they time skip like 16 years, and the story gets very convoluted in a good way.
Yeah.
And I would say like the first hour and a half of the film is a 10 out of 10, and the last hour or so, I get an 8 or 9. Like it definitely loses a little bit of steam, but it's very good, very funny. The actor, the director, Paul Thomas Anderson, who's done another couple of films that I've really enjoyed too. So, really good film. Pretty my favorite film that came out this year.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. Benicio del Toro did great. I also watched him in The Phoenician Scheme this year, which I really did enjoy, but it was like one of those Wes Anderson films where it just felt like a Wes Anderson film, but it didn't blow you away.
I mean, what Wes Anderson film doesn't feel like a Wes Anderson film?
but sometimes they feel like a Wes Anderson film, but I'm also like super impressed and locked in.
Yeah.
And that was like Grand Budapest Hotel. Is like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
by far his best film, and it feels like the Wes Anderson isms push that story in a great direction.
Yes.
Whereas some films feel like it is at the extent, like it is like the movie suffers for the Wes Anderson.
Right. It like takes you out of it all.
Yeah, and unfortunately, the Phoenician Scheme is a movie that is really cool, but it feels like a movie that was made for actors and not for like people.
You think it was Oscar bait? Because it's just like, sometimes it's just like, you know, every actor is just, you know, trying to work with like some like a director like Wes Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a movie for someone who really enjoys the arts and that world.
Yeah.
I don't know what I even mean by that necessarily, but like, I don't know. There's a lot of things I wish weren't.
Wait, there's a character in this movie called Jungle Pussy?
Yeah. So Sean Penn is in this movie, and I will say the reason why I think this movie is rated so highly is because of Sean Penn. He is fucking terrifying in this film.
Right.
He is maniacal, evil, and like every single time he's on screen, he's fucking terrifying.
And his character name is Lockjaw.
Yeah.
God fucking
Jesus Christ.
Colonel Stephen J. Lockjaw.
And I think another reason why a lot of maybe groups didn't like this film is because there is a, like, in this movie, he has like this meeting with this thing with like the Christmas Club.
Yeah.
And it's just a bunch of like white nationalists who like control everything.
Right.
And he's like, he like wants to join them. But they're like, you haven't had sex with him. What? Have you? And then they find out he's lying to them. Yeah, all goes. Yeah.
To the streets.
Yeah, it's all very odd. It's all, but really good movie, really gripping. Highly recommend it.
Okay.
At least, look,
Yeah.
you know, it might not be for everyone. I don't think everyone's going to enjoy this film, but I think, and it is a messy film. It feels like a couple of things all over the place.
Yeah.
But you know, you have Sean Penn, you have Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro, really like bring it together as well as
I've
really,
heard
like, keep it together.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about this film, but very few people actually watched it. If that
I
makes
mean, I would
sense, yeah.
look. I would. It's one of those films
I do
that
wanna
I would
watch
not
this film.
mind watching it again, even though it's 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I do want to watch this.
If it wouldn't have been this, it would have been like, I don't know, Lawrence of Arabia, which I watched this year, which I love. Watched it twice.
Oh, the original one?
Yeah, I watched that twice
Oh,
this year.
dude, that's such a good movie.
And I watched Bridge of the River Kwai this year. That could have been up
You
there.
also watched Heat, didn't you, this year?
I watched Heat this year.
Yeah.
Bro, you watched
He's
all
gone
the
through all of
classics,
the
man.
classics.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that it could have been, but I think
You watched Rand this year as well?
yeah, exactly. I watched so many good films this year, but I will say, just because it's 2025 and I felt like this movie was very good, fuck it, can go up there.
Yep.
All right, gaming time.
All right,
let's go through the games.
Finally, some real
Finally,
shit.
gamings.
Okay, there's a lot of I mean, look, gaming this year, fucking very good for gamers.
What do you feel like was the best year? So not
Okay.
all of these games came out this year,
No.
correct?
No.
But could you have filled this list out with games that came out this year? Did you play a lot of games that came out this year, or was it mostly like older games?
Well, Tactics and
I
Dispatch.
played
were
a lot
this
of
year.
games that came out.
So did
Tactics-
Expedition 33.
Oh, yeah.
Tactics,
Yeah.
and so 3 of these games came out this year. I think I've become playing games that come out right away. Like, I will say, I really enjoyed playing Expedition 33. I love playing Dispatch, and it is fun to play these games at the peak of their like popularity.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
it's fun. But also being a live streamer, sometimes playing these games, like by far the worst chat experience I had was Expedition 33.
Oh, really?
Viewers were
Why?
insufferable because they all like
Oh,
when it's
backseating?
like the game of the month or game of
Yeah.
the week.
Yeah.
You get the most insufferable people who come into your chat and try to spoil things and tell you what to do. Like, no, you got to do this. Please use CL in your team. Like, they can't fucking like let
You're
you
not
do
playing the game that I play it.
But the good thing is, like, when I played what maybe was when I played FNAF recently. Like, I played fucking Five Nights at Freddy's. I played Five Nights at Freddy's 1 through 5 recently.
Okay.
My first time I've ever set up.
That's crazy.
I had a great time. Chat, great. It was awesome vibes because enough time has passed where people don't care about what you're doing. Or like, they're just pumped that someone's playing it.
Right.
They're like, oh, dude, this game was like my fucking peak when I was a kid. And also, Five Nights is still very popular.
Yeah.
But because time has passed and it's not like cool to currently like it right now. People are so much more fun about like watching you play it.
Right. Like the more casual fans are gonna watch it, right? Or I guess
Yeah,
the non-super diehard fans.
But like when people play it, like so for a game like Dispatch as well, at times people are like this as well when I'm playing it,
Yeah.
where because it's so new, you know, we all get hyper-fixated on things. When something comes out, we want to learn everything about it for about 2 weeks, and then we're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
And so Dispatch, because I played it like right when it was basically finished, I had a similar experience where a lot of people were trying to backseat, were trying to be like, "Oh, you gotta do this. Oh, you gotta skip the scene, please, you have to do this." You know, it's like no, just let me fucking play the game.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I think this year I could have probably filled this thing out in games that come this year. But I also mostly played games that didn't come out this year.
Right.
And that wasn't intentional. It was just like I kind of just get in my head. I'm like, I want to play this game. Fuck it, I'll play it.
Yeah.
But I got into, for example, Metal Gear because I had a sponsorship
You had a
lined
sponsor,
up.
and I was like excited because I was like, finally, Connor gets to play the peak that is Metal Gear.
And I will say, out of all the games that I played, I think playing the Metal Gear series is probably my favorite gaming experience. this year.
I mean, it's one of my favorite gaming experiences of all
That's
time.
why it's a classic.
Yeah.
And like, you know, depending on the day you ask me, I'll tell you which game is my favorite, and it will change every day.
Yeah.
Like I will have a different mood.
What are you
Yeah.
saying
And
today?
I think 2. It'd be 2 if you ask me.
2?
I think 2. I think about a lot. 2. The ending. If you watch the scenes from the end again,
Not recently.
you should go back and watch the calls at the end. Now it's fucked.
The
The amount
more
of things he kind of predicted
Yeah.
is shocking.
the more the internet progresses, the more I lean more and more towards 2 as being just the
It's
fucking
scary.
It is the serial experiments lane of the video game
Yeah,
world,
yeah.
where the more time passes, the more relevant it gets.
Well, because there's like in 2, there's this whole thing at the end where obviously 2 is all a simulation.
Yeah.
So, oh, fuck. Okay, spoiler alert, we're done. 2 is all a simulation. And there's a whole big speech where they're talking about controlling information.
Yeah.
And the AI goes off into being like, if we allow everybody to have a say over information and the flow of information, nothing will be reliable.
Yeah.
Everything will be a mess. And people, the loudest voices will control the say.
Yeah.
We need to control the flow of information to
Yeah.
limit what people can see and do. And it was like when everyone has free access to information, not everything becomes meaningless. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, stuff like this. You're like, it is shocking how
Accurate
accurate
that is.
the prediction was and how well it's aged.
Yeah.
But then also like 3 is amazing. And I think 3 is obvious. Like I still to this day, I don't, there's literally no basis in this. I feel like 2 came out and they were like, Kojima, you need to chill out a little bit, buddy. And then they made 3.
You know, I 100% agree with that. Where you have
Zero
these-
proof.
Zero proof. It's feeling.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like sometimes you just see like a visionary in terms of like whatever art form they do, and you're like, damn, there is shows and movies I like that is based on a structural storytelling kind of style, and sometimes you just see someone who just does whatever the fuck they want to do, and I feel that with Kojima, man.
Oh,
It's-
dude. Totally.
1 is amazing as well. 1 might be like, I honestly feel like start to finish the most polished Metal Gear in terms of like flow.
yeah.
And then 2 gets like really fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
3 is amazing too and extremely polished, but has some convoluted aspects to it. Like the camo system in the original is a little like, and the medical aspect of it is like innovative at the time, but you're like, and I understand what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
But I think that's the charm of Kojima's art, is that it is so weird and convoluted, but you're watching a guy who's passionate and who managed to make something interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's the coolest thing. And that's the best thing about art.
Yeah, I feel like all 3 are just different experiences.
Yeah.
He never
Yeah.
wanted to make the same game twice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Despite having it being in the same series, all 3 have their own unique identities, doing their own unique things.
I mean, they always say, imitators are rarely as remembered as originators, right?
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like this is totally the case, where it's like there was no other game that was doing it like this, and not really a lot of games that were doing it like it afterwards.
I want to play 4. I will play 4 at some point. I don't
Yeah.
know why I've put it off. I haven't really, no reason not to, just haven't.
But
Yeah.
it's pretty been my favorite experience of gaming, and you know, people have been really supportive as well. Like me experiencing it, like again, like none of the toxicity of any like games when I play like brand new games.
Yeah.
Everyone's just stoked.
I think Metal
Everyone's
Gear
stoked.
fans just get so excited when they're like, "Oh, a new person coming into this
Bro,
obsession." of
I'm
mine."
that person. When
Yeah.
he on the pod when he was like getting a Metal Gear, I was like, shit, I gotta wait for him to finish 3 before I really like. pick his
That was
brain.
me with when he got into Final Fantasy. I was just
Yeah.
like, "Here we go."
Yeah, so that was pretty like my pinnacle this year.
Hell
of
yeah.
gaming. Obviously, Expedition 33.
Yep.
I mean, it's by far
I still need to play it, man.
It is by far my favorite game that came out this year.
Yeah.
Hopefully, since we, December and January, this coming December and January, we're a little less busy, or at least I'm a little less busy.
Yeah.
That'll hopefully be the time where I
You gotta get
actually
into it.
fucking
Yeah.
start this game.
Yeah, I
'cause
mean,
I've been wanting to
spoilers.
play it.
It's on my 3x3 as well.
Yeah.
I figured there's a good chance it would be.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, it's just not even close for me.
I've seen now that it's gotten so popular that like people are starting to push back against it.
It's,
They're like,
it's always the cycle.
it's gotten too high.
Yeah,
It's gotten too.
the highs are too high. They're like, we got to bring the French down somehow.
I think the reason why that is though, and I think again, like Expedition 33 has kind of introduced a. Let me start again because I think gaming, as in general, in the past, I want to say 2-3 years, has really reached its apex of like. I don't know if it will keep going up, but pretty well, of like popularity as like an accepted medium. Like I feel like we are talking about games, or at least getting there. Games are on the same level as movies and TV shows.
Totally.
in a
They
way
have
that-
been for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel
100%.
like, it's like I could talk to my parent about like movies.
Yeah,
I can't talk to them
right.
about games yet. But I feel like every year we're getting closer and closer to that being like where gaming is in that thing. And I think because as well, I think we are seeing the fruits of the Fortnite's labor of like Minecraft and all. You know, these kids who grew up with playing Minecraft and Fortnite like 8-9 years ago who are now, they're all young adults.
Yeah.
I think this has been, like one of the first games that has really kind of crossed the gaming spectrum. Every single type of gamer knows about this game, has given it a shot. Whereas other games that are huge releases, like Dark Souls, like the COD players aren't touching it or talking about it, or like stuff like that. But Elden Ring also did the same thing, I think, as well. But I think it's been the first like really heavily story-driven game that has kind of crossed into all facets of gaming. And so I think everyone's getting into it, everyone's talking about it, and a lot of those gamers who haven't experienced like Chrono Trigger or these types of games are like
turn-based
this is-
combat, you know?
Yeah, like all these gamers that haven't really experienced peak gaming are like, this is the best thing ever. Do
Yeah.
I think it's the best game ever? Well, look, no. I think it's too early to have that conversation as well. But I think like it has opened a lot of people's eyes to, and especially younger gamers, to the beautiful world of storytelling and video games, and is becoming like, so I think that's why we're getting a bit of pushback against it. People are like, I'm tired of people pretending like it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, there are other amazing stories, but it's also, I think, it's a good thing.
I think it's also the fact that, like, the fact that, again, I think a lot of non-RPG player gamers or just non-gamers in general maybe looked at us, a game mechanic like turn-based and maybe had like a slight negative connotation to it,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, it's boring or it's whatever.
Yeah.
Who then played this game and was like, actually, turn-based can be really good.
Yeah, and I think in this is ruined a lot of turn-based combat for me because I'm just like it's so good where it triggers that part of my brain that likes active gameplay and also turn-based gameplay, and it actually triggers the best part of both worlds as opposed to me having to choose between one side or the other. It's just fucking insane. Characters great as well. The music is phenomenal.
Yeah, I've heard,
Like I don't know how the fuck they just found that composer at like a like developer forum. And
Yeah.
he just turned out to be like the biggest genius in the world.
It's always the ones you least expect.
And like, I really don't feel like it did anything new. It just did everything fucking amazing. Like people are like, wow, they turn-based combat with blocking. It's like, that's not new.
No.
But like, they just did it so well.
Yeah.
And I think it's an earnest story. It's like, it's storytelling. It's risky. There's some really big twists in it that I think a lot of games nowadays would really shy away from trying to tackle those things.
It has got one of the best hooks in video games. Like the prologue if you finish that prologue, and you are 100% guaranteed to finish the game, because
Right.
the prologue is just that good.
Okay.
And if I will have like one complaint about it, which is like my only complaint about Expedition 33, is just it. The more that modern games like evolve, the more I'm just like, damn, games are just like looking the same. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just something about Expeditions 33's like visual language. I'm
The
just
like Unreal Engine look.
yeah, the Unreal
Yeah.
Engine look, which is just like there's so many like cool designs in it, you know, like
Yeah.
you know, so many cool monsters, so many cool designs, but something about it, the color scheme and just the aesthetic, they all just like blend together in all this like visual AAA game gloop that
Yeah.
makes me
Right.
like even though the designs themselves are very interesting, just the aesthetics just all blend together for me in all like the AAA gaming gloop that
Look, I don't think the game is perfect.
Yeah.
I distinctly remember the UI was like horrible.
Yeah.
Like navigating the menu and having to pick your what were they called?
Pictos.
Pictos was
Yeah.
fucking annoying. I was
Yeah.
like, we've had decades of Final Fantasy to figure this out. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And I do think, I know this is controversial, I do think like the last act is probably the weakest of the.
Well, you didn't do any side content.
I
so-
didn't do any side
So
content.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that.
Okay, so what you're telling me is I need 100% this.
I do.
Yeah,
think
yeah.
If my one thing that I could have done, and I think I will go back and revisit it because they're adding a bunch of new side stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
You need to do the Millennia.
I do want to do them like, but they're also okay. So they're adding a new like world and
Yeah.
a couple new boss fights. So I think when that comes out, I'm gonna go back and do all the side content.
Okay. Yeah.
Because so actually it's kind of good that you waited.
Okay.
Now
Yeah.
you can go all into it. So I'm gonna revisit it. And
Yeah.
Now, this holiday season, I am 100% going to dedicate time to actually starting this game.
but
Yeah.
the first act is so good.
First act.
The
is
first
great.
act is like absolute 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like god tier. But I'm excited because I also think the world they created was ultimately extremely fascinating. And I'm excited to see what other stories they tell.
Yeah, I think with the ending, it gave. We didn't find out everything. We found out
Yeah.
enough. You know?
Yeah. I'm not saying the ending is bad. It's like first one, 10 out of 10, middle act, 10 out of 10, last act, 9 out of 10. Like, it's still very good. I just didn't really like the pacing towards the end, but that's my personal preference.
Yeah,
That's-
right.
I know people don't like when I say that, but fuck you.
Yeah.
It's still, like, by far the best game I played this year, and I feel like it is healthy to offer criticism, if any, to an amazing game. I
Absolutely.
feel like, you know,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it is important. But yeah, it's genuinely fucking fantastic game if you haven't played it. There's a reason why everyone's talking about it. It is a very moving piece of art.
Yeah.
And you're doing yourself a disservice by not playing it.
Yeah. Colorful. I wish more AAA games were colorful.
It is quite dark. It is quite dark.
And it's not even like AAA games as well. It's just like modern movies, you know. It's the Marvel kind of like muted fucking
Yeah.
colors aesthetic that.
Unreal Engine does often have that look. There,
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah. For me, like right now, I just love games that have very unique like visual language.
Yeah.
Because that's I don't care too much now about like ultra realism anymore. You know, it's all about
I don't think
okay.
anyone wants ultra realism.
Tell that to the gaming industry. You know.
That's just what they think people want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people do that because it's like the simplest thing to say that you've done different.
Yeah.
It's like, look, it's the most realistic.
Yeah.
And it's like, nobody wants this. It's just easy to convince a board of executives that, like, this is a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
But also, I think I want to talk about Dispatch next.
Yeah, I'm
because-
curious about Dispatch.
Yeah, because Expedition 33 is ex-Ubisoft devs, and Dispatch was the ex-Telltale's founders,
Yeah.
who then went to Ubisoft and were like, oops, it's a bit shit, and then made Dispatch, or Ad Hoc Games, who
Right.
made Dispatch. So two games of the year, I think, really.
Ubisoft with the generational throw. You know.
I mean, you know, the reason you know, if I'm Ubisoft, right?
Yeah.
Who also, I think there was some news article recently. I don't know what is going on, and by the time this episode's out, it might be more fleshed out. But it implied that they were having some financial difficulties.
Right.
And it's like, if you play a Ubisoft game, you fucking know why they deserve to be in financial difficulties.
Oh,
You're
they
like,
100% deserve to be.
it's like this is absolutely nobody feels sorry for them because this is of your own doing. Like you play any of these games, it's fucking horrible. They have this stupid native game launcher they want you to download on PC. All their games are monetized and bloated to shit. None of their games feel inspired. Assassin's Creed, what the fuck are they even doing with that franchise? And why is it still alive, bro? Stop keeping that shit on fucking... It's like on life support, but they keep pumping it out because they think people want it. And gamers are stupid enough where they'll buy it. And then, you know, you have to be asking yourself, fuck, we fumbled like 2 devs that went on to go and make fucking absolute artwork that sold amazingly. Like, what are we doing? We have these talented people, but we don't listen or let them do what they want. I think even the Dispatch devs were talking that they had approached Ubisoft and were like, hey, we'd love to start our own studio in Ubisoft to make games. And they were like, no. Like, what
fuck you then.
Yeah. Dude, they literally came to you to make a game for you, and you said no. Like, I think the biggest crime that Ubisoft done is that it doesn't respect the art of gaming.
No.
It respects the profits. It doesn't. It has no respect for it as art, as a media. So it's hard to feel sorry for them. Obviously, I don't want people to lose their jobs, and there's a lot of talented people clearly at Ubisoft right now who could be making amazing stuff. But it's fucking
the people at the top.
It's a travesty that they, you know, that this kind of. These people that are so creative, that have the potential to make such amazing things that move us, are being fucking shackled behind having to sell you fucking battle passes for Assassin's Creed. It's ridiculous. What a waste of talent. But Dispatch is fucking amazing.
So I'd heard a lot about this game. I don't know anything about it.
Have you ever
All I
played,
know is that Jacksepticeye's in it.
Have you ever played Telltale games? The Walking Dead. Do you remember that game
Oh, I haven't played it. I've watched
with the
people
Wolf
play
Among
it.
Us? The Wolf Among Us?
Yeah, I've watched people play those games, yeah.
So it is kind of like the spiritual successor to those games.
Okay.
It's really fucking good. It's basically you're a superhero who's you have a mech and your mech breaks, but you're still a superhero and you're dealing with that loss. So instead of being a superhero, now you are going to be working for the company that dispatches the superheroes to the thing. So you're going about kind of dealing with these misfits of superheroes or supervillains turned superheroes, and you're kind of dealing with that. The whole time there's a bunch of romance going on, and you're constantly being asked to choose which path to go down, and it's just fantastic. The voice acting, he's voiced by Charlie, by the way, Voice Critical.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Jack, you know, and you always worry when it's YouTubers in games. You're like, it could be just for the name, but Jack, Sean, and Charlie did such a phenomenal job.
Hell yeah.
As these characters, and genuinely, like, not just glazing them because they're friends of ours, but they did such a good job. Really
Hell
proud of them. Some of the best writing in video games that I've experienced in a while. I was laughing constantly. It takes about 8 hours to go through.
Okay.
Beautifully animated. The gameplay, whilst very simple, is a very rewarding loop that uses the character's strong writing to its strength. It just oozes passion. Every single part of this game is just so fun.
Hell yeah.
Animation is great, as you can see.
Yeah, yeah. It looks really
Aaron
good.
Paul voices the main character from
sick.
Breaking Bad, and he does such a good job. There's like no Peter Dinklage in Destiny. It's a genuine, like, you can tell he's passionate about it and doing a fucking fantastic job.
Yeah.
Chase, who is the black guy who you work with, he's voiced by another famous actor. I can't remember his name, but he is so fucking funny in this game. I'm constantly laughing.
Hell yeah.
But just a genuinely 10 out of 10 game, and some of the most fun I've had in a very long time. And it's basically just a movie.
Yeah.
But a movie where you get to control some of the core aspects of it.
Right.
And it is so fucking good. John would fucking love this game.
I mean, I've been meaning to play this on
Yeah,
stream when I'm next.
This is really fun.
I cannot sing the
Love a
praises
good
of this
story-based game.
Yeah. And I'm really excited to see what they do, because if this is their first outing as a studio, I mean, presumably it can only go from strength to
Is the
strength.
story finished now, or is it? Because Telltale is big episodes.
Yeah,
right?
so the story is finished, but they're saying that there's going to be a Dispatch 2.
Okay.
Don't know what that story's going to be, if it's going to follow the same thing, but it's contained and it's finished.
Okay.
This story is basically done.
Okay.
And it's amazing. Like, I was so thoroughly impressed by every aspect of this game.
Right on.
And I can't sing its praises enough. And it feels like a breath of fresh air.
All right. I'm very excited to play it.
Yeah, and like, gaming has gotten, again, we're spoiled. Gaming has gotten so good.
Yeah.
And I feel like these extremely strong narrative games that really are just movies with slight gaming moments.
That's just
Yeah.
That's just
I
what
love
live
this
for.
genre a lot.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of them, and I think they are such a treat. And I'm glad that there's another studio now that is still trying to put these really big things going.
Yeah.
I could easily see this being like a franchise of stuff, though. Like, it's such a fun world and cool characters. So, credit to Ad Hoc Studio. Fucking fantastic job. Well done. I'm so excited to see what you guys do next. Amazing game. Final Fantasy Tactics, Evilus Chronicles. Probably my favorite story and writing and dialogue and voice acting in any Final Fantasy game. I've only played 2 games of voice acting in Final Fantasy, but it is genuinely, I think.
I'm so glad you fucked with this game.
This game's
man.
amazing.
This is easily my favorite Final Fantasy spin-off game.
I think
such fun gameplay as well.
I think the story and the writing is the best of any mainline game that I've
I
played so
have
far.
to agree. Yeah, it's
even-
definitely
yeah.
up there.
I just such a memorable game with such poignant story moments, and also it's aged amazingly. Like, this is a story that is still extremely relevant, especially to today. I mean, it's it's a lot about the rich versus the poor, the elite versus the working class. You know, the what does it mean to be good? What does it mean to fight? To do nothing? Is that to be a part of it? Is that picking a side? You know, it's such a relevant game in today's society, and I also love strategy games in general. And it's a fantastic fucking system. The job system is one of the best strategy fighting systems I've seen of any game.
Yeah.
I recently played XCOM 2, which maybe is my favorite strategy game of all time. And it's cool comparing the two because obviously this came out in 1997 and XCOM came out in 2016.
Yeah.
And seeing the different ways that games handle strategy and top-down kind of battle. It's one of my favorite genres, and interesting to see how insanely flashed out the Final Fantasy Tactics was for the time.
Oh yeah, I mean, when it first came out, this game was so ahead of its
This
time.
would have blown my mind if
Yeah.
I was like,
Shut down.
I was 1 at the time.
Yeah.
I think it would have blown my mind full stop. But if this was my first strategy game,
Yeah.
I would have been like, Jesus Christ, how can I play anything else?
I mean, this was the game that got me into the Fire Emblem. Like, I played this first.
I will say, like, after playing this, it does kind of feel like that, at least when you're combating and playing the combat, like, the job system is so much more refined as a system than the Three Houses,
Yeah,
like when
totally,
I played that.
totally.
But Three Houses' real strength is the multiple dialogue options and the character relationships you build, right? That's the point of the game. But like seeing the story then with this amazing combat system and really thoughtful job system that kind of really allows you to kind of shape any character you want to be whatever you want it to be. It's but it has a lot of dated aspects. Like, leveling up is really odd. Like, you level up based on how many actions successfully you do.
Yeah.
So it's a very weird kind of class and game system to have to use, but still in a really fun one.
Right.
And if you want a strategy game and you have a lot of time, highly recommend playing this one. It is, but it's also a game it's a tough game to recommend because the story is so complex and so long that I feel like if you stop playing this game for a week, you'll have forgotten extremely important details. But there's a couple of quality of life changes they added to this game that I'm really enjoying. I want more games to add this games at least that are really complex, which is like they have the lore button on the menu.
Yeah.
Where at any point you can literally look at all the lore, but they also have a timeline and the world map and the characters' faces on them and what they were doing and why. So it was really helpful to kind of be like, in between days, just like, check what's going on in the story. But
I
highly
mean,
recommend
they
it.
did that in 13 Sentinels, but it didn't help.
No.
Because that story was so complex.
Ain't no way
Yeah.
you cannot follow. I've forgotten the plot line to that.
Yeah. That's why I had to play that game like 3 days straight.
Yeah,
Because I was
yeah,
like, if
yeah.
I stop for one day,
Yeah.
I'm going to forget everything.
Exactly.
Final Fantasy Tactics feels like you have to play this game and this game only until you're done with it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it might be tough.
I started playing I got it when the game came out, like the day it came out, and I played it for like a good 4 or 5 hours, and then I got busy and then stopped playing it. So
forgot
I feel like I have to start from the beginning again. Even though I already know the story technically, but yeah, I'm just like, I don't even know where the fuck I am right now.
But you playing the new one? Dude, the voice acting is so good.
Yeah, I mean,
Voice acting is fucking true.
I'm almost tempted to play it in English because as good as the Japanese voice acting is, I've heard so many good things about Japanese voice acting.
I would. I mean, it's set in like the UK.
Yeah. So I feel like settings-wise, it makes sense for it to be in English.
It's, I mean, it's very, reminiscent. I think it's very heavily draws inspiration from the War of the Roses in the UK. Right? So it's very, very similar.
Yeah.
And touches on a lot of the similar themes. So highly recommend it. And then down here I put Soma. And this was a hard one because I wanted to put, there's a couple of games that could have gone here. Could have been Mouthwashing, could have been Soma. A couple other games, maybe even Look Outside. I played a lot of games, but ultimately, for me, I feel like Soma is maybe my favorite story of this year. As like just from a storytelling perspective, it's the one that I've thought about the most.
I still think about it.
I think about Soma a lot, and it's only been like 2 months, but I still think about it very often.
Yeah.
And the implications of that Soma asks and makes you wonder, I think are going to be relevant for an extremely long time.
Yeah.
And only become more prominent and poignant as time go on.
This and Expedition 33 are the 2 games I'm playing this holiday season.
I really want you to play it so that we can do like a 1-hour session where we can talk about Soma.
Yeah.
One of the best endings in video game. Period.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it might be the best.
Yeah, I think it might be the best. It's funny, 2 of my favorite endings of video games of all time are on this list with MGS3 and Soma.
Yeah, MGS3 is an amazing ending.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? MGS3, in my head, I feel like it ends in the field.
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It's like, there's the whole Ocelot fight in the helicopter.
Oh, I forgot about
And then
that.
you have the sex scene. Which is a pretty good ending. Yeah. And then you have the graveyard, which happens all, but to me, it's like, it feels like it ends in the flower field.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, you have the scene of like, this is the fucking him in the grave. And that's kind of deep. But Soma, I think if you play it, Joe, you'll understand, I think, why I think it's so poignant. But yeah, that ending, I think I'll think about that for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fucking genius.
Yep. Well, hope we can catch up in the holiday season, Joe, and play both of them. So
Yeah,
we can
I
actually
have
talk
been
about them
lacking
depth.
in the gaming department this year, so this holiday season is just gonna try and finish as many of these games that I know I'm going to like, and all my friends have been saying are good.
Soma is going to make you really not excited about the future. At least that's how it made me feel. I was like, I hope we never get here.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, here is Gauntz.
Yeah,
3x3.
so as I said, this year I had to struggle to find enough things to put on. Just because my attention and time this year was just so skewed towards one project, which was obviously Barn, which was the biggest project I've ever worked on in my career and my life. I looked back and a lot of my year from like March till the documentary release, it was just like I was having trouble finding a free weekend or free moment.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just, I didn't really watch anything, didn't really play anything, didn't hang out with friends, barely hang out with my wife. But it is out now, obviously. And, I'll just start off talking about that, which is the middle thing. I didn't put Barn because I was just like, I've talked about it a lot. But I don't think I normally put stuff I made on my favorite 3x3s list of the year, but I do think that the documentary I just finished is, as a creator, I think Barn is obviously the biggest ever project I've ever worked on, ever made, with a team of people. But as a YouTuber, I rarely say this, but I do genuinely think I've made my magnum opus.
Hell yeah,
documentary.
Yeah, it was a great documentary.
Just because it's something, this documentary was something that, unlike Barn, was worked on by myself, Alan, and one other editor. just the pure YouTube team, and it was a fucking mountain to climb to do this documentary. And ideally, we wanted to release it get on the hype of Barn and just release it a week after. And we did not know how much work this was going to take.
Yeah.
Until we started working on it, and the release date kept getting delayed to the point where I had to have like a meeting with my team just because we were really close to burning out. Right. They were like, they felt really bad because they were like, we know we need to capitalize on the hype and push it to if we want like good views and stuff like that. And I sat them down and I was like, guys, okay, I don't normally say this like often, but take a break for one, because we all need a break from working on this project. Number two, I don't really care about the views on this. This is something that I feel come into this like you have one opportunity to work on a project this big and this grand, and even if we miss out on the hype of the release, I just want you to make something that we're all proud of, and we're all like, we can all look at the content and say, this is the best thing I've ever made in my career. And I think I can proudly say that, I think we achieved that. There is, this documentary is not only, it's not only like a technical documentary, because I've made technical documentaries before making anime. You have as well, Joey, where we've gone to like studio tours and everything like that. We much more approached this as just a narrative journey about what it's like to take on a project this big. And it was much more of an emotional journey as opposed to a technical one. Obviously, there are, technical aspects to it. And it's just, there are some things that happened in this year that were just fucking hard. if you've watched the documentary, I don't think there has been any other project where I have like laid myself out as bare as this documentary. And there are certain points in this documentary that I have to just hand off to other people, just because it was so difficult for me to revisit some moments that I genuinely like could not do it. And I think Alan did an amazing job at distilling what the emotions were like during that time. But
It's really touching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
I watched the whole thing.
Oh, thank you.
It was, I don't know, I was really proud of you.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
thank
was
you.
also, it was awesome to just, be there, support my boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much. Because, for the first time in ages, I had to dust off my editing skills. And I edited, a big portion of this documentary myself as well. Because a lot of it is, one thing I learned is like editing documentaries is fucking hard, because it's not like we had like over 100 hours of footage, and we had to like distill that into a narrative basically. We had so much we needed to cut, and it was just piecing together so many different things and having a narrative payoff to each part of the documentary, because we split my entire 2-year journey into like different parts, which all have their own like payoff to that part itself. And it has made me understand how difficult it is to make a documentary and actually make a narrative out of life, because I filmed a lot of this not knowing what was going to be in the final documentary. I actually had some people message me to be like, did you fake some of this, like some of the shots here, because like, how did you know you were going to like, this moment was going to happen? I think there was one moment which you guys saw in the theater, which it's like the moment where I find out that Barn was approved, and I had like this moment where it all just like sunk in, and Didus was like, yo, how the fuck did you know you were going to film a documentary? And I'm like, bro, YouTube brain, man.
Yeah, you just got to film shit.
Film everything. Yeah.
You know you're going to pitch it.
Yeah.
So, like, why not fucking get the camera
Yeah,
out?
totally.
Yeah, because I like, when it got approved, I didn't know I was going to make a documentary, but I was like, this is a pivotal moment. Maybe I should film this just in case.
Yeah, totally.
And there were some moments, obviously, in the year where it was fucking hard to turn on the camera with like some of the stuff that was going on in my personal life, and I really had to struggle with just like, fuck man, dude, what the fuck am I doing, man? What if I turn on the camera today and this is a reminder that of just like maybe the worst fucking moment of like my life, you know. It was super surreal experiencing that as a creator and just as like the subject of a story and a documentary. But you know, you guys watch Trash Taste, you know how the story ends, and yeah, I can safely say that this is the proudest thing I've ever made. It's 2 hours, and it's, you know, I treated it like a 2-hour feature-length film. It is not a 2-hour YouTube video per se. This is like it is not optimized for YouTube in a way, because it's like 2 hours of just me, Alan, and Abby making a film where you have to where we assume the audience would pay attention, you know, because it wasn't second monitor content, which is what YouTube is great for. It is 2 hours of pure, heavy storytelling.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think it's maybe the best YouTube video you've ever made.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not a YouTube video that anyone can make, regardless of how long they've been doing YouTube. Like this is like the culmination of your almost 2 decade long, you know, YouTube video making career. I think. And it was fucking amazing.
Yeah, and yeah, if you haven't seen it already, if you have time in the Christmas holidays, it would make me very happy if you go out and watch it.
Go watch it.
I don't think I'm ever going to make or ever going to be able to make a project like this on YouTube ever again. So me and my team poured our fucking hearts and our souls into this, and we are all very, very fucking proud of the final of the final product. And I think this is the first time I put one of my own YouTube videos in my 3x3.
Honestly, yeah, based.
Right. So with that out of the way, that is 70% of my year actually done. So I don't know what to start off with. We've already talked about Expedition 33.
Is that screenwriting?
That is screenwriting. So obviously, as an offshoot to Barn, and now that Barn's over, I'm just... Something awoke me.
You should really enjoy
You found your new passion?
I just did. Like, I'm not even like... It's not even like I want to make another Barn or another project like that. I can't describe the fucking magic of just having something in your head, whether it's a character or like a story or something, and just being able to realize it physically and just have something that exists. I think that's fucking magical, and that's why it's like working on Barn has completely changed my perspective on like any creative project, right? Because it's I just think it's fucking cool if you are able to finish a project, and you know, people have like made OCs or like, you know, and original characters, or had like concepts for like stories, or you know, concepts for different games or something. But I think there's something fucking magical about someone or a team being able to just complete a project. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end.
It's easy to start it, but it's hard to end.
Yeah.